out of anybody here today. Played the most sets in all these tournaments at 27 today.
Very, very good. Let's hear a little bit about Takuzo.
Oke, kita nobar nih ke depannya ya. Turnamen sama luar piala dunia.
私の名前は拓蔵十です。名前の由来は、あだ名で付けられている名前です。で、十の由来は、所属ギルドの G ボーイズの、伝統というかそういったものでついています。強気なところです。台湾に一緒に行ったメンバーと、あと応援してくださった皆さんの力が本当に力になりました。自分らしく戦うことです。お互いベストを尽くしましょう。
Welcome to the stage, Takuzo! Stoic, I think we've fallen in love with Takuzo's playstyle and also his history with SWC.
Yeah, we really have. I'm a big fan of this guy. I mean, him think similar as well. He is unwilling to give up, and I too am very unwilling to give up in my RTA matches. We see it all the time.
Yeah, right.
It sounds like you give up like 4 turns in, but yes, sure. Another thing we all love about Takuzo is that he said being true to oneself, to his own style, and this is what we see here. Very aggressive, turn 1, the speed leads, the Etna, the Yanhong with very high base speeds, the incredible Jameer that we haven't seen today, and Stoic, a very well-known monster of yours, Nikki.
Yep, that's right. I mean, so one of the biggest things when it comes to people who play Jameer, they base their comps around Jameer a whole lot. You got to be careful with this because a lot of things are very predictable. So you know the speed lead coming through, secondary speed lead, Jameer, we know what's happening here. So a lot of the time when you see the Jameer hit the field, it can't help be like one of those moments where the writing is on the wall. They know what you're trying to do, and then they can draft accordingly like that. So being unpredictable, I think, is very important when it comes to the draft here, because you can't let your opponent predict and draft accordingly. So you've got to be careful with that. In my opinion, I think Jameer still is a great unit.
Oh yeah, rose in popularity after seeing a rise in the pick rate of monsters that increase cooldown time.
Exactly, Evan, and the thing is his opponent loves the Cigar and the Chunk Punk, so the Jameer might be a very interesting unit to pick here. There's another thing that we didn't talk about when Les came up, which is why the Chiwu is so strong in his comp, is because he has a Kitian de Shang, a light Monkey King, and those two units thrive together. So very careful, will we see a Takuzo going for turn 1 and trying to remove units, or a more reactive playstyle to the less control?
Let's find out. We're going into the pick ban phase of match 2, Lest versus Takuzo.
Here we go! Lest versus Takuzo, our very first match right here. Pre-bans getting locked in right now.
The Nikki comes out, and I love that because the Nikki is not only a unit that brings in that multi-hit, the attack buff, but also the cleanse, the healing, the sustain, which is very strong against the units that Les likes to pick. Also, a lot of people ruining her on 100% res, right, Stoic?
Yep, that's right. It happens all the time, especially with the rune quality of these players out here in this tournament. These guys have incredible rune quality, so they're able to run stuff on max resistance, high stats, defense through the roof, the attack barriers through the roof. It's a crap ton of HP where you don't know where it came from.
Very good point. I am surprised. I don't think these guys have any rune that doesn't have a max innate, because they get 36% crit rate just from the innates. I need basically a whole rune to get that amount, and it's a 4 slot.
Yeah. Look at the unit that Les is already trying to prioritize here, the Cigar. This really is one of those units that he bases a lot of his comps here. Cigar is just such a solid unit for Les. It's something that he chooses to lock in a lot here, and I'm curious if Takuzo is going to take advantage of this going to the next match and not letting him take that, or maybe even potentially pre-banning it next time, because this is a very solid unit that you see him take all the time.
That's what I was going to say. So telling. One one unit is in play. One unit in the pick ban phase already, and it is so telling what he's trying to do. Seems like we have a small admin pause. We'll get more details on that, and as soon as it's over, we'll get right back into the game. But it is going to have to be carried out at the same way that it started, even if we have to restart the match. So that means that both Vanessa and Nikki are going to have to be
Waduh, ada
pre-banned
restart
again
match.
this epi.
Yeah,
Restart
they
match.
will, and the
Kita
cigar will have
tunggu
to
ya.
appear again.
Right.
And I love to
Wah,
call him
seperti apa
the
nih
better
yang akan
Okeanos.
terjadi.
It's a monster.
Everybody's the better
that-
Okeanos
Yeah,
these
yeah,
days.
yeah.
Hey,
You're
hey,
right.
hey, what other unit strips and resets that does that? Only
Only-
Okeanos and
and ch-
Sekhmet.
And Chung Pung, and
Hey,
strip,
hey,
and
hey.
then a reset. You
No,
know?
no, but that's two skills. In
Doesn't
the same
matter.
skill, you are wrong.
Better Okeanos. Every unit is the better Okeanos
No,
at this
no,
point
no,
today.
no.
Although, actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm a big believer in Okeanos, actually. I really like him. Actually, another comparable unit, strip into lockdown.
Veronica.
Jogun too. He puts a unit in a
What?
scroll.
No.
Puts a unit in a scroll. It's the same thing as increasing their cooldown time. They're not even there.
Just let him have it, Sefi. Just let him have it.
What was the one that I said earlier? Oh, yes, I
The
forgot.
chat will take
The
care of
chat will
this.
take care of this one.
Heat him up, chat.
The main point is that Okeanos has fallen a little bit from grace. I'd like to see a return for him, Sebi.
You know what? And funnily enough, we saw him in the Americas Prelim. It's that thing, like Stoic likes to say, there's monsters that they just
Regional monsters.
Exactly. They
Yeah.
just have that identity. It's like whenever we went to the very interesting, was it the Chinese qualifiers, we saw a lot of Gani. And Gani disappeared. We haven't seen him since.
Regional
Interestingly
favorites.
enough, these regional monsters have the color of the region, right? Okeanos,
Oh,
red.
Oh, wait.
Oh.
I'm confused.
So that tells me one thing is that the cigar was probably an accident and likely the reason for the pause in the beginning. It was probably an accidental lock-in and they needed to redo it, and the judges have said that it was a technical issue that got it locked in there.
Probably the
we called an audible. I didn't know we could do that.
the interesting thing is seeing this monster that didn't have a speed lead and now does. So a big surprise, the big first surprise of the day, Stoic.
Yep, that is quite interesting. So we got an Oliver, we got a Water Ryu getting locked in here by Takuzo. We've double speed lead already locked in here. Chandra, of course, having that 24 speed lead here for Les. I'm curious to see, are we going to catch a Cigar here, or did Cigar get a second pre-ban?
Yeah, and the thing that I love to see is this Charlotte right here. One of the best attack bar reducers in the game, also has a stun on the other skill, and then the Sekhmet, the high base speed, has that
Okay.
skill too that puts a
Mulai
lot of
draftnya ya.
debuffs, so a lot of additional damage coming in from other monster right behind it can help. The Juno is a great counter to everything that's on the table, right?
Yeah, the Juno is a great counter here, but I'm curious. Yes, we are. I was going to say, I think we're going to revert it here. Even though we locked in the double speed lead, we had the Sekhmet and the Charlotte clearly showing Les really wants that turn one. Takuzo said, hey, I'm going to flip the switch. Goes Juno, goes Kaki, turn two.
Yeah, and the interesting thing will be, does he pick a secondary speed lead, or does he bring more sustain to the team? Because right now, it's everything on Chandra's shoulder, and he does bring sustain. The Fang Gang!
So Les is honestly doing the exact same thing here. We just went from like speed lead, turn one, and he goes, wait, I'm going to flip the switch too. We got a Vert heal, probably triple revenge Vert, let's be real. Of course, Feng Yan, excellent
Wah, ini
unit. Got
draftnya
an
kiri
incredible
kanan
buff here.
kuat
Very,
sih.
very tough to remove off this field here.
Ben
Tessarian.
apa
What
ya,
a-
Bang?
El Presidente, the president is picked last right here, the
Okay.
monster that destroys all passives.
Feng
Very
Yan.
interesting pick with the Oblivion, the Death Break.
Feng
Right now,
Yan
does that tell you
sama-
that he leaves the Verd and the Fang on the field, or is this a bait?
Tessarian.
He can obviously ban the speed lead and just go for turn one, but it sounded like a bait.
No, it was definitely a Tessarian ban there, having no form of cleanse or no immunity to protect this unit from Tessarian. Tessarian had to be banned out here. But let's find out what's going to happen here as we get into our very first match here with Les and Takuzo. Sekhmet kicking things off for us.
The Sekhmet can go for this, Oliver. Hits the increased cooltime, and now no one stuns. Gets countered on top of it, and the Charlotte will have a field day. She can do skill 3, and she's protected by the will, so not even the counter. Oh, she goes for the stun. Interesting choice.
Didn't even get a stun there on top of that Oliver there. We got a
Yeah.
little bit of protection. Got the hug coming out here from Chandra. Chandra with skills available with that third skill. Did choose a user. He's going to be holding onto it.
Yeah, he tried to play it a little bit safer. He doesn't go for it. The
Wow,
Verd
he's
keeps
critical water.
countering. This is going to be an interesting game for the Juno if this Verd continues to counter. Oh, and
Whoa,
she
we
says,
get
I
some
can
counter.
counter myself.
Also
Verda Hill.
built on revenge. It's going to be this
Ooh,
Juno with a double
double
despair
stun.
stun as well, stripping that hug right off the Charlotte. But we got Cursed and Beautiful that can go out. I feel like he's trying to hold on to that just because of this kinky. He wants to see that immunity removed off to get that defense break on that unit.
I agree, but I think he got a little bit greedy because now this Charlotte, oh,
Oh, no
she
way.
procs. Wow.
That is crazy. No
Well,
defense break's going to be landing there either. We've got Vertical pumping a little bit of damage into that Juno. Curse the Beetle coming out here. Gets that defense break that he was looking for. On top of that Kinky as well. Primed and ready. He has to get rid of this Water Ryu.
Yeah, can he get a sleep right here? A sleep would be huge. Doesn't get it. The Juno survive one more turn to tell the tale. He can kill the Water Ryu right now and gets a lot of damage.
Yeah, Les looking really good right now, removing that unit from the field. It looks like Oliver's going to be gone here. We got to be careful with the Juno. Juno's looking really, really low as well. Second skill available. Does get that stun across the field here. More damage coming out. Does remove that Juno here.
It's gonna be the Kinky against everyone. And this death break, the saving of these skills might have won him the game, Stoic. He went greedy, he waited for it, and he killed this Kinky.
Yeah, there you go. We got Les taking down Toxo in round 1.
Lest already 1 point toward his second world championship title with a question mark at the end. Let's see if he can repeat it in the best of 5. He needs to do that 2 more times against Takuzo in order to move on to the semifinals.
Evan, what a nail biter. I love this kind of games. It looked like Takuzo had it on lock in the beginning there, but Les was just so patient, Stoic.
Yep, he really was. He was very, very patient with the skills, and that was well played there. So he felt very, very comfortable. Les did take, he took a lot of damage out there. So, you know, Takuzo still has a chance there. He put a good little hurt on Les, but he did handle it really, really well there, and he did his job. He didn't lose any of his units in that match.
It's true. I'm happy to announce that we've reached our first accumulated viewership reward, so we can look forward to seeing 3 of those engraved scrolls as well as some Rainbow Mon in our inboxes after the show today. So thank you to everybody for watching already. Be sure to share the tournament with folks so that way we can add on to those accumulated viewership totals, and I can be one step closer towards a Devilmon. Thank you all to chat. Great first game from Leston Takuzo. Takuzo is probably not shook just yet. He has plenty of time to adjust to this here, Stoic.
Yep, that's correct. I mean, this is not someone who's going to be shook. I think he's going to be perfectly fine. He knows he's going up against an absolute monster Les. Trust me, he does know that. He's been casting for this man for a really, really long time. But I do think he's still going to be safe here. I'm very curious to see what he's going to be bringing to the table here, because we didn't get to see any of that that stuff that he does prepare here. We saw, I think more counterplay coming out of Takuzo going into that match there.
We're about to go into match number 2 here in this set. Now, Seppi, another reason why Takuzo should still feel more than comfortable, he's played the most matches out of anybody at this tournament. We mentioned that briefly earlier when he came on stage, but 27.
He's been behind before, Evan. Like you said it, he's gotten so much experience this year that I don't think this is going to shake him at all. And now for game 2, Stoic, let's see if Takuzo once again goes for that counterplay style, which Les also fell into. I love how both of them adapted, It didn't feel like they just had these 5 monsters in their mind, and they did it. And this time we see 2 LD units getting pre-banned. If you pre-ban a Julian, does that tell you that you're going for a CC kind of more, control-y strats?
It tells me he just really doesn't want to go up against that Julian. Julian's just a wild unit. You got to keep that thing pre-banned here. But no surprise seeing a Yanhong getting pre-banned out there. 33 speed lead coming through with the Vanessa, and we have another 33 speed lead hitting the table, and that is Oliver and Praha for Les.
The signature unit. He says, I've used Praha before she was cool. She's kind of like the Gio to you. The Oliver to you. But no, he swaps again for the Chandra and the Charlotte, the Cha-Cha-Cha. The Cha-Cha-Cha double. Now the Etna comes out. Very high base speed unit. Maybe we'll see the response with the segment right there if Takuzo doesn't lock herself before.
Let's see what happens. 33 speed lead with an Etna and Shizuka. I really, really like the Shizuka because now he has to prepare for that unit here, because Shizuka able to bring a lot of volatility to the table here if Les isn't going to be monitoring that unit.
Yeah, but now the segment, 1 reset comes out. Does he bring the second reset with Cigar, or does he wait and brings in more sustain? Juno comes out very strong against the replication of the effects from the Shizuka, and strong as well against this Etna.
Yep, here we go. Segment, Juno getting locked in for Les. 2 more picks here for Takuzo. Takuzo, I want to see him use up this time. Take your time here. Prepare for this man. Because with a little bit of counterplay here, Juno hits the field here. And we get to see Water Ryu and Nikki hit the field for Takuzo.
I really like this comp, Stoic, like we talked about. This is a monster that puts attack buff,
Mickey-nya kayaknya
hits
di-ban.
multiple times with very strong artifacts,
Mickey
cleanses and
ban
heals the team, so very
sama-
balanced comp. And now, once again, a Vertihill
nggak
that
sih,
is
Jurman
not in
juga.
triple revenge. Apparently, he's in quadruple or quintuple revenge because he revenged a lot on game number 1.
Also on a bajillion % crit rate as well, critting on water units, absolutely no problem.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that is not happening again. We get the Vert Heal pre-banned banned out here, and we've got Nikki getting banned. We have a 33 speed lead coming up for Toxo. Let's see if Toxo is able to really take control here, take that turn one with the Ethna and do something. Never mind, it's a very fast second.
Oh,
But she
resist.
misses!
Ooh.
She misses, and now there's a big opening. He can go for the stun. No! And it's on
Resisted!
Violent.
Yeah, what a cruel mistress
Gila,
right
kencang
there.
banget.
To resist that nonsense there. But we get a little bit of additional damage coming out here. Charlotte is looking a bit low though.
Yeah, he can go with the skill 3 this time. I prefer that, but the thing is, you will get all of these things in your head because there's the Shizuka
Oh,
right there, so
Shizuka.
the stun will end up playing against you. Right now, he has to choose. Do I do that? Well,
Oh,
best
there you
of
go.
both worlds.
I think that has to happen. I think he has to go with that third skill
Yeah.
protect his unit, get soul protect across the table as well. We get lots of negative effects out here. Let's see what
There's
happens. though.
one problem because then the segment still has her reset, so she can steal some stuff if he doesn't get rid of
Wow.
units. Look at that damage.
He has to kill, and he does get the kill right there. Big second kill coming out there.
Ooh,
Strips
triple.
absolutely everything.
Is that a Juno or a Rika on the
Wah, ini
field? I
menarik.
see so many dots.
Menang.
That is insane. Curse of Beautiful goes out there. It's going to be dropping the Ethna. Ethna's going to be coming back here. More additional damage going to be pumped in from this Juno, of course. We got that second skill going back to protect that Ethna. Try and get another revive out there.
Oh, great
Masih
stun
banget
on the
stunnya.
segment. The Etna lands the death break.
Gila,
Now
masih-
the Juno doesn't have the strip, so the Etna won't have a chance to kill someone. Does he go
Masih,
for this Chandra and guarantees that he's done it? That's what I like. Or does he risk it and go for the segment just to go for the kill?
Oh, he
Yeah,
is going to be going
betul.
for the kill. I really wanted to see that go out.
Oh.
It's not going to matter because he gets the additional turn there. More damage coming out on the Shiner, but there's a lot of low units here. We're going to see a Water Ryu drop to all these. Maybe. Does he drop? He does drop.
He does drop. He needs a proc. No proc from the Etna. The Vanessa will go down. And with this, once again, Last takes number 2. The
Apakah
game.
3-0 lagi
Last
nih?
with an incredible game number 2, putting him ahead of Takuzo 2 points. Man, that segment did her best to throw the game at the start there, Stoic.
I mean, it's exactly what we were saying. Like, usually when that happens, that segment goes out there, doesn't get the third skill, and like the match is already lost here. But not in this situation. I feel like Les was just super safe. You know, he brought a lot of just comfort and kept his team alive on the field. So well done, Les.
Extremely.
Really hold on, because clearly this was a little bit better here for Takuzo from that first round, getting into that second round. He was able to take more units here. So we went from not taking in units first round, taking 2 units down. Now, do we go into a third round where Takuzo actually beats Les this time?
I think it's definitely possible.
Waduh, mobil
Now
dulu,
here's the thing.
sebentar ya, guys.
Les did a great job with extremely safe picks, Stoic. I think you said it so right. Now, my MVPs of that game, I think the Juno really shone through for Les. But Seppi, the Etna was also an MVP. She did her best to try to win that game for Takuzo.
Yeah, she did. She got some very important procs. She dealt a lot of damage and removed a couple units, but it
Did.
wasn't enough, you know? The Juno, in the end, a fire unit was too difficult to remove.
Yep.
Oh, yes, sir. We're going into game number 3. Lest versus Takuzo. Lest at game point.
Let's see what happens, guys. Round number 3. Pre-bans from last time. We got the Julianne and Yan Hong. They are now available. New pre-bans getting locked in right here as we get into this potentially final round here with Les, but Takuzo looking to keep himself alive.
I hope not, Stoic. I hope we have more games in it. And Takuzo has been so close. This matches haven't been one-sided at all. Go back to Vanessa pre-ban and then the Nikki pre-ban. Lest has made a decision. He's not going to play against this occult girl today.
Yep, that's right. Pre-bans locked in. Vanessa, Nikki, going to be the pre-bans. We get into this round number 3. Charlotte. Is Charlotte really going to be the first pick from Les?
This is incredible. If he does that, I can feel that this is going to change things in the meta. People are going to still start to
I was
prioritize
like,
that.
this
Whoa.
Still crazy.
yeah.
That's
Well,
it.
I'm so. Now,
He's testing
now
the
I wanna
waters.
I just want to look at Les and just see his reactions. Like, what's going on, guys?
He's
guys,
deep in the
cold?
tank
Oh,
right now.
it's a
Yeah,
flash.
That's deep. That's
Same
deep.
as round 1.
Okay.
Ends up being
All
same
right.
as round 1.
Yeah, look over. You can see him looking over there. So I have a feeling that. All right. Okay.
Takuzo
That's being
says
friendly.
two can play this game. I'm going to flash some LD units, but don't forget to pick the units that you actually want to pick. The Oliver coming out, 33% speed lead, and stealing the Vertihill. Look at that, Stoic.
Yep, makes sense there. Definitely see. Is this a Swift? I can't imagine this is a triple revenge Verd being drafted this early. In my opinion, this has to be one of those times where a player prepares 2 Verdi heals, 1 on Swift, 1 on triple revenge. That's got to be the situation when you're going to be drafting it that early here and only seeing a Chandra. So we've got a Julian, we've got a segment getting locked in here. Turn 1, I mean, Les wants it. That's what that segment's saying. And we saw how fast that segment was with a 33 speed on one side and a 24 on the other.
Yeah, very, very fast. She outsped the Etna. The thing was that it was a violent Etna. This is probably a Swift segment. And now finally the Julian comes out. He brings 2 sources of Oblivion, but there's only 1 passive. And now the Wusa with immunity protecting the team, and there's no strip. He can pick double immunity and it's over.
Oh, there's your
Belajul.
Belajul. Yeah, it goes double immunity and it's over. It's the only units that are going to be bringing 3-turn immunity, both of them on the field right here for Lest.
I think it's over, Stoic. This is a great draft. This is a great draft. You just ban the Yanhong and you hug yourself because you drafted amazingly well.
Yep, that's kind of what that is. I mean, this is why early strippers are really, really great to bring to the table here, like a Water Ryu. Maybe not a Chung Pong as a first pick here, but that's exactly what this situation is. It's just a total, utter lack of strippers right now. 33 speed lead coming out for Takuzo. Even if Takuzo does take turn 1, it's turn 1 to no avail. It's going to be immunity for days.
Yeah, I'm very sad this happened because Takuzo had been drafting so well, but now I think Les got on his mind a little bit too much. The Vertihill kept getting banned, and he had to pick it himself, but the Verd didn't really fit this comp, right?
Yep, exactly. A little bit of poke damage is going to be coming out here. These shields are going to be holding up really, really strong. This immunity is going to be holding up really, really, really strong.
Yeah, once the skill 2 from this segment comes out, a lot of damage will be dealt, my friend.
I hope he uses, I was going to say, I really hope he just uses the 3rd skill anyways. Just like, give him a shot, please. Because that's rough, man.
I don't think anyone wants to give shots over here. And now the Death Ray comes in. The glancing on the Verd. Double glancing. Can he kill another water unit? And it's a 4v3.
Udah mulai.
There it is. I mean, he doesn't have to use that 3rd skill. He can use that 3rd skill. A little bit of poke damage is going to go out onto that Oliver. We got the 3rd skill, getting that reset there on the Hearn.
So there's no cleanse. Nice proc, but it's going to be really difficult to climb this mountain, Stoic. A lot of damage, a lot of protection, and remembering that the Velajul hasn't used his skill 3 yet.
Yep, well there's that skill 2 going out with the initial turn happening right there. A little bit of damage coming towards
Wah,
the
ini kayaknya
Tsarian.
30
More damage probably
nih.
going towards that Tsarian, taking advantage of that defense break. 3rd skill's happening right there. This is what we're talking about, not having a stripper. We went from 3-turn immunity to getting 3-turn immunity. And look at this, primed and ready, violent procking Wusa. Wusa already has 3rd skill already. He's got a 2nd skill for more damage. Just what a safe draft from Les.
Yeah, Les showing once again he's one of the strongest drafters in this tournament. And you know what? Takuzo had been doing a great job, but the experience shows up right here, right? He got in his mind.
The former world champ with the second 3-0 of the day, Lest, moves
3-0
forward to
lagi
beat
nih,
Diligent in
guys,
the first round of the semifinals.
Nggak ada yang seru
Later
nih
today,
matchnya nih.
guys, that was just an incredible draft
ada
from
yang
Lest. He
dendam.
did a super good job. I think Takuzo did have a couple good rounds ahead of him before that 3rd one, but it was a little bit of an overreaction to a single passive unit being drafted there, Seppi.
Yeah, very difficult to face a player that strong like Lest, unfazed. And the biggest thing for all of us, I don't even call the next thing a match. It's a treat. We're going to have the 2 world champs facing each other, and who will come out on top.
Totally, completely
ceritanya di
agree.
pinggir gua ada
So,
temen,
Stoic, you also mentioned that it was a completely safe draft earlier.
Di pintu
Immunity,
aja.
always.
Always.
He had immunity in his back pocket that he wasn't even popping.
Well, like I said, that's what happens. You don't bring any strippers to the field here, and then like why Water Ryu is just such a great first pick. For many reasons, Water Ryu is such a great first pick here. But it could have just been absolutely anything. If we had seen like 2 single target strippers out there, I think that could have been justified. I think we could have had a match and could have got something rolling there. But that was the exact results there. Not so much like Diligent, what an incredible draft. It was kind of more like Diligent, what a incredible reaction to what Takuzo was doing there, and that was the script. It's kind of like when you bring no multi-hitting units and all single target, someone drops a like. It's like, what are you gonna do? There's not much you can do about that.
I think Les did a really, really good job there. Not only in his preparation and bringing multiple stacks of immunity to compensate for what Takuzo was bringing there. But also, I think that he really well managed what Takuzo brought in the field. Currently, I love the moment where he used his segment to reset the Hurn, so that way he didn't have the cleanse there, Seth.
Very good note, Evan. He's not playing any games. Well, only one game, Summoner's War, and very seriously, he didn't give any shots, you know? Like you said, maybe he could have used a couple of immunities in there so someone could proc out, but he's like, I'm taking this very seriously. This game 2 might have been the closest thing Takuzo had to a win, right? So
he really did. He went from that first round to not really killing anything, the second round to actually killing some stuff there. Takuzo showing that he's able to, you know, contend with less, but
Marto
then just
lagi
like
apa kamu di
sini?
Biasa lagi gawut aja dia mah.
You know, a great enough comp.
Tadinya pengen mampir ke Mas
I don't know,
Aziz.
maybe with like some
Cuma
nerves
gue bilang
kicked
gue
in
lagi
there, where he
live
lost
dulu.
himself there, was a little bit of
Udah, dia datang
reactive
sini.
to what less has been table and just less.
Mau Apex nih abis ini.
The fact that he even had the
Aduh, cuma gue
ability
nonton
to
ini
move
dulu,
up
nonton
prepared
turnamen
really
dulu.
does blow me away though. But hey,
Biasa
congratulations on
sambil
Les. He's going to be moving
ini
forward.
aja.
He's going to be playing
Menuhin
one of the
jam
toughest opponents
streaming.
you will see Les play today.
So
Nah, ini
we
bagusnya
got
nih.
it, guys. The
Gua
matchup
nungguin.
between the
Oh,
two
gila,
previous
match
world
3 match pas
champs
seru,
in the
guys.
semifinals.
Gua jamin
Only
nih.
one of them is going to move forward, and it's going to
sama
be crazy
Zera.
to see that go
Sama
down.
Pink Royd
I
sama
got to tell you
Big
guys,
Pink.
looking back at
Rame
those
lagi.
games, something that I absolutely love
Rame
about
nih, rame,
having
rame,
these
rame.
players here in person is that you get to see their reactions to things live. Did you guys see Les' face when he took the first kill in that game? He sat back and realized that he had won the game. It was really something. This next match, True Whale versus Sarah, and True Whale is another one of the favorites today, Seppi.
totally
Still
agree,
bang
Evan.
bulu
The
kerok,
America's Cup
astagfirullahaladzim.
champ. Very high rune quality,
Jangan.
extends monster
Kok gua
box.
pakai
But the
main
big
beli
thing
New York.
is, what does he have to say about
Ini rame
himself?
nih si Truwell. Beuh, gila. Hero-nya ini banget. Banyak banget ya. Truwell lawan Zera ya.
The true meaning of my in-game name, True Whale. I spent a good amount of money in this game, so
Okay.
basically I called myself True Whale.
Dia orangnya pay to win guys katanya. Udah ngabisin duit banyak katanya. Pantes
It was a great
Monster
feeling. My
LND-nya
first time
banyak.
making the World Finals. It was even a greater feeling when I made World Finals the second time.
Kasih kameranya ke si Gali
My
guys.
strong point is
Ngapain
my
kasih kameranya si Gali?
flexibility
Si Iqbal.
in my draft skills with
Iqbal
the advantage of my
ya.
win sets and monster box.
Kamera gue di atas. Cuma di komen tuh.
Dia tolol.
So my first opponent is Zera. Good luck and have
Barudak
fun.
Bandung, kan dia coba kasih
Pengen dijemput katanya, ngasih ke gue 200.000
anjing sombong banget.
buat bensin.
Ini 200.000, 300.
Champion True
Jauh
Whale
banget.
coming to the stage. He's one of my favorites to win today. Seppi, do you agree?
Yeah, I agree
Gue
with you,
nungguin
Evan.
match Pink Royd nih
Out of
sebenarnya.
these
Pink Royd
8 players, we have 2 of the favorites
Dari
that
Eropa.
already confirmed that by winning 3-0, and this is probably the one, you know, right next to them. He's not only an America's Cup champion, he's been here
Nah,
before, and he's
fakta,
a legend
ini guys,
tournament champion.
Jadi sebelum
True Whale is one of
turnamen
the folks here
sumber
who's
luar
looking to
dunia ini,
round out
jadi
his
tiap
collection of
regen
titles
tuh ada
available in Summoner's War.
kualifikasinya nih.
He's got the
Dari
legend title,
Amerika,
America's Cup
dari
champ, and now he's after the
US,
champion
dari
of
US,
World.
bukan.
Stoic,
Terus
we've
dari
seen
EU,
drafts similar to this. He's
Eropa.
playing very much,
Nah,
he's
Asia ini
drafting
banyak
very
banget
much
nih,
in the
ada
meta
Asia
of the tournaments this season.
Yeah, that's right. I mean,
Selatan,
anybody who
Apex
has a
South,
lore
Apex
with Jen, you
North.
can see some of the similar units.
Pokoknya banyak lah yang dari Asia,
But
karena
dude,
emang
keep in mind, like,
mendominasi banget
True
nih dari
is
Asia
so much
sebenarnya.
more than that. I
Cuma
know
dari
that with
Amerika
Jen, I know
dapatnya
that lore
2
is gonna be
orang. Pokoknya
center
tiap regen
stage
2
for,
orang.
like, a lot of these things. A lot
Nah
of these players
termasuk
that
si
do have
True
that
Whale
stuff
ini
here.
nih
And then, of course, the stuff that
dari
just
Amerika
so well.
dengan juara satunya,
But
makanya
dude,
juara
keep
1
in mind,
sama
if he
juara
does
2
choose
dia
to go
dapat
and be very original
slot
with this
buat
draft,
main
has
di
that ability. There's just so
Piala
many
Dunia
things in there. Things that we
SWC-nya
don't even
itu.
know about, just hiding in there, ready to
Dia
come
juara
out
1
there
ya
to
berarti
the SWC
hero-nya
stage.
OP-OP
Will we
ya.
see
Harusnya
them?
ya.
I think it'll
Dan
depend
Bruno-nya
on how
juga
well
OP.
he's prepared for a specific player.
Oh yeah, let's see if he's prepared for his opponent, Sarah.
Nah ini lawannya tuh Zera. Oh Zera tuh dari Asia ya. Ini HP dia iPhone guys, sebenarnya HP teman gue nih iPhone.
Kita gangguin saja dia.
สวัสดีครับชื่อแซนนะครับในเกมชื่อเซล่าครับผมชื่อความหมายของชื่อจริงๆไม่ได้มีนะครับก็ตั้งขึ้นมาโด เฉยๆแล้วก็ใช้มาตลอดเล
Gua
ยครับ
lupa kata tandanya ini bukannya. Salah. Apa kecil semua?
รู้สึกยังไงบ้างที่ได้เข้ารอบเวิลด์ไฟนอลก็รู้สึกตื่นเต้นนะครับก็จริงๆมันเป็นความสนุกด้วยมันเป็นความท้าทายของเราว่าครั้งหนึ่งเราได้เข้าเวิลด์ไฟนอลเนาะอยากให้ได้แชมป์ด้วยครับ
Dulunya pick ban.
Bentar. Mana HP gua ya? Oh ini HP gua dipakai nonton
คิด
komen.
ว่าจุดแข็งของเราคืออะไรผมว่า
Gua
ผม
lupa kata tandanya.
สามารถเล่นได้หลากหลายแบบครับสู้ได้
Gua
ทุก
kirim
ที
ke
ม
WA
เลย
lu aja. Oh, kecil semua.
แข่งที่น่าจับตามองสุดจริงๆผมว่าทุกคนน่ากลัวหมด แต่ที่ผมจับตามองที่สุดก็คือ True Well ที่เจอกันรอบแรกครับผม
Tuh, double kill.
ก็ทำให้เกมมันสนุกเหมือนกันครับ
Here comes the winner of the Thailand Open
jadi
qualifier.
Zera ini
Zera
pemenang
is now
dari
taking the
Thailand, guys.
stage and facing his
Seru
opponent,
nih,
True
juara satu lawan
Whale,
juara satu.
who's truly
Juara
the
satu dari
biggest
Amerika
hurdle of the
lawan
entire
juara satu
tournament
dari
for him,
Thailand.
Seppi. This
Berarti
is the
efek
biggest
soft ya
challenge right off the
dari
bat.
I completely agree, Evan.
Asia
But he
Tenggara
does
sama
have one
Selatan.
thing on his side. The crowd. Can you hear how many cheers he got when he came on stage? He's from here, from Thailand. Everyone is behind him. Is that enough? And the preparation that he said that he did for beating True Whale.
Oh, you know it, man. By far, the biggest support that he has right now is that crowd here today, and that'll really help anything that he's going to be doing today. Even if he makes the wrong decision, it's going to feel like the right decision. But we'll find out later on here. Bella is quite interesting. I'm curious if we're going to be seeing some Bella action. And then the Raccooni. There's a little bit of Raccooni action might be coming to the table.
Yeah. If we see the Raccooni and the Miles, both 5-0, 2 units out of the Holy Trinity, right, Evan?
That's right, yeah, I'd wager that we'd see a lot of them, especially considering when you look at the win rates. When both of those units were in play, yeah, no losses. No losses tallied for both Miles and Raccooni, and I'm betting they've been picked together. They've been an icon for this season of RTA, working so well together. Raccooni boosting speed and also adding a buff, which works incredibly synergistically with Miles'
Selamat datang ya
passive
yang
there.
baru
We'll see
hadir.
what happens. I'm very, very curious if
Selamat
Drew
datang, ayo
has
kita
prepared
nonton
anything
bareng,
for
kita
that
nonton
Raccooni, knowing
bareng.
that is something that he might
Kita
be
nobar.
relying on to bring to the table here. Is he bringing extra damage
makan,
dealt on
guys.
fire? You know, a lot of the units, anything that's going to be bringing like high volatility, high damage. Does he have anything prepared for that? We'll find out, guys.
Here we go, True Whale versus Zera in match 3 of the SWC World Finals.
Here we go. Pre-ban! Getting locked in right here in our very
si
first
Zera.
match with
Zera
Zera
first pick.
and True Whale.
The big question is, Stoic, will we see True Whale picking very similarly to Diligent today? He has the same monsters. He likes to
Mending
use a
Apex.
similar
Ntar,
comp.
guys, sabar,
Or
sabar.
did he
Abisin, abisin.
prepare something different for Zera, right? Is he comfortable against
Sabar,
those
Bang,
units? And
sabar.
is just
Kita
gonna have his
nonton
play
ini
style?
dulu, Bang.
We can see that
Gua
Zera did his
menantikan
homework
turnamen
and
ini
pre-bans
soalnya.
the wedge jack.
Yeah, very clean pre-ban there. We almost knew that wedge. It's the wedge
Nontonan
and the
Batur,
Laura
guys,
might
nggak ada
even go back
kerjaan.
and forth.
Ih.
These two units pre-banning and back and
Kok
forth.
nontonan
But
Batur
I do
sih? Aneh,
like
aneh.
that True Whale opt to get rid of that 33 speed lead, getting rid of that Vanessa. Cigar being drafted by Zera. Those are two combo units. Vanessa, Cigar, we see that very, very
Wah,
often.
ini
Even on the
Sagar.
ladder as
Nama
well. So
monsternya
great pre-ban
Sagar.
coming out of True Whale. Cigar's going to be the first pick here. True Whale looking to lock in 2 units, his first picks here.
Yeah, the Water Ryu already expected. The thing too is we know that the Laura is going to hit the field, but will True Whale try to get the Chunk Punk to replace the Cigar because he likes to have some source of increased cool time right there.
That was cute. I don't know if you saw that. We saw a Water Ryu. Now we're going to see him more. So very interesting. And I can't help but think like one's Swift, one's a spare. I don't know. It's going to be something like that. But he
Iya,
opted to
bener-bener.
go with the more
Jadi dia
over the
kemungkinan
Water
ada dua
Ryu.
rune,
To
guys.
be honest, I'm pretty sure the Water Ryu was Swift in the America's Cup, but I
Tadi
don't know if it
ada
changed from there.
Water
Maybe he's
Ryu
like
sama
playing
Mor.
mind
Mor
games
itu
with
sebenarnya
people.
sama
That's
hero-nya.
some serious
Kira-kira
mind
sama.
games, to be honest with you.
Cuma
We've got
takutnya
Chandra, we've got
Rune-nya
Tian
beda.
Lang getting dropped by Zera. We've got a
Oke,
Chunk
gua
Pump
hunting
and
Vega
a
dulu.
Segment being drafted by
Astagfirullahaladzim.
True Whale.
Ini
True Whale
anak
still
ya.
looking for that turn 1 with 2 very, very fast units.
Udah
Laura,
30-60
Segment.
Ti
See what
masih aja
Zera's
nggak
gonna
puas.
do
Ih,
to
gila.
respond to the speed
Iya,
that True
sumpah.
Whale has dropped on the field.
Yeah, we talked about that, and I
Camilla
love the Camilla
sama
coming out.
Juno.
Very strong in the meta. The Vanessa's not there by her side, but the Juno is there, and it's also a strong unit against this.
Laura
Will
sebenarnya
we
cuma
see
nggak
a
begitu ya. Ya,
secondary
tapi
speed
lumayan
lead
aja
right
buat
here, or
Striker.
does he bring some type of sustain?
I don't think True Whale's in a position where he needs to draft that secondary speed lead. Zera has
Wah, ini
backed
susah
off.
nih
He's got
di True Whale nih.
Tian Lang, Camilla, Juno. He
Masha.
doesn't care about the secondary speed lead, so he's not going to be bringing in there. Masha, high volatility.
Masha.
You know that Juno's going to be letting
Masha.
through because he's going to try and pump it
Yeah.
with that Masha right there.
Does that tell you this is a Camilla ban? He doesn't want to deal with that monster. it's very difficult. Or he can also remove the high volatility unit
Ini
that
gua
is the
feeling
Tianlang,
bandnya
because there's a
band
lot of
Camilla
tech
sih.
bar game.
Yeah, I believe that is going to be a Camilla ban. I think that's too high volatility, like you said there. It's going to be very, very tough for Truewill to get rid of. So if there wasn't a Camilla in there, I think it goes to Truewill's comp here. And he has the ability to take units out and not have to worry about anything. Camilla stops
Feeling gua
them.
kuat banget guys.
Yeah, that was
Bener
kind of
deh,
like a
Bang.
very telling
Ben
sign
segment
once
di
he
sini
picked
bagus
the
juga
Masha,
dari
and the
Zera.
segment is taken
Karena
out
dia
on
high
the other
speed ya,
side, so the
pasti jalan
fastest
pertama.
unit is not on the field. Zera wants to take turn 1, but this is a
Morenya
very fast
jalan
Moor.
duluan.
That is a very
Dia
fast
berarti
one.
swift.
Probably Swift with that Laura going right up next to it as
Laura
well. Keep in
jalan
mind,
dulu.
there's no immunity on the side of Zera right now.
Wah,
This
ini
is gonna be a lot of damage. Those artifacts hit very hard. Look at that HP. She
Oh,
gets a
it's
proc.
built
Keren
on
dong
violent.
Loranya.
That is a very, very fast Laura.
Oh
And
my
no stuns,
God.
but only a slow is going to be landing on top of that TN
Ulti.
lane. We have serious matters going to hit the field right here, looking to push back any attack bar. Anybody going to be resisting?
Wah,
So
ini
much
menang
additional
sih,
damage. He can
Tuan.
drop absolutely anything.
Junonya,
Could be the Juno,
bro.
could be the TN lane. Let's see what he goes for. Does go for the Juno, drops that unit here. He's primed and ready to throw an attack break. She's just going to bring more damage to the field. Look at that. Laura's going to be
Wah,
going
nggak bisa
next.
nih.
He gets
GG.
all of the attack bar, Stoic. It's so strong. With the Masha right now, he can even try to remove this monster off the field. And to finish the job, the Chongpong. Very dominating game number 1 from Truewill.
That is the most dominant that we've
Random.
seen it yet, so this is a great third skill he can't get. Keep in mind, this is Clan
Oh,
Slow.
yes, this-
Does not get the
no,
strip
this-
reset on top of that Masha. He needed absolutely anything to keep himself into the game, but it's just too far off right now. Truewill just too healthy, and he's just lost too many units so quickly. The sleep, everything else is just insults at this point. Oh my god.
Look at the damage from this Laura. Now the more. Boom, boom, boom. 3.9k per hit on top of that death break. Truewill
4.000 per
taking
hit,
game
pakai
number
langsung.
1.
And what
Gila
a
nggak tuh?
statement that game number
Kebayang
1 was.
speed
Truewill
sama
with a
attack-nya berapa
dominant
coba?
performance. His entire team took at least 2 turns before Zera got his
Selamat
first
datang yang
move.
baru
this
hadir,
episode.
selamat datang.
Oh my god. What a very well-tuned comp. And the most impressive thing is what Stoic said. This is not a Swift Laura. It's a Vile Laura playing so closely to a
Violen
Swift
Laura tadi.
Moor.
Well, it justifies putting the crazy
Dia
root body on that
kencang,
unit
tapi-
because Laura is that good. It did
tapi dia
receive that
violen.
nerf, and it's
Berarti-
less consistent when it comes to trying to get the strips onto
Kebayang
the
aja
but in the
berapa
position
itu
where
plusnya?
water got all the strips
290.
anyways, so it doesn't matter
Bisa
too
jadi.
much. You just get a ton of additional damage coming out of that Laura, and it was
Bisa
absolutely
jadi
insane.
290
Now let's just
speednya.
keep in mind
Karena dia kencang
that was
banget
a lot
tadi
of
jalan.
turns that Truewill got to take, and there
Jadi,
wasn't a Wajet that is now
speed
on the
tuningnya tuh
field.
That's
dia
a really good
That
point.
is what
Stripper dulu.
happened. If a Wajet
Those
was
were-
on the field,
atau
you take
water
it.
you
Or
gitu ya.
Those
yeah,
were
even
natural
scary.
turns
Nah,
with the
setelah itu,
occasional proc in there.
baru
Adding a
orangnya-
white jet into the mix just
Abis itu
makes it
orangnya violen.
way
Wah,
scarier. So Zera's
banget.
really got his work cut out for him in this next pick ban phase. I don't envy him going into
Draft
round
sejauh ini
number
dipegang
2.
sama Truewill
Zera
ya.
versus
1-0.
Truewill in match 3.
And we've been seeing something very interesting, Stoic. Both
Oke, kita
Diligent
langsung masuk ke
and
pre-ban.
Truewill have
Kira-kira
been
bakal
spicing
di-ban
the
apa? Laura
Masha
sih.
into this
Laura
turn
bakal
1
di-ban
comp
sama-
to have some damage and guarantee they
Ah,
will
bener
move
kan.
someone
Laura
from the
sama
field. What do you
Etna.
think of that?
A lot of the time, you're seeing this Masha hit the field. It happens to be when that Juno's on the field. When Juno's on the field, it's just like, what is that go-to unit that's going to be removing that unit from the field? It's Masha in response to the Juno. It's been happening a lot. It happened in the previous regions as well. Chuck, is that really going to be the first pick from Truewill?
Wah, jagoan gua diambil
I think
duluan.
it's an
Congkong.
important unit. If he
Gua
steals
maunya
right
capung sih
now the
biasanya. Capung
cigar,
diambil duluan.
that's going to be interesting. We know that the wet jet will be available. We know he's comfortable. Oh, when a Heigang hits the field, now the Tianlang on Truewill's
Nah,
side becomes
Heigang
even
juga nih
more
nyebelin
interesting.
sebenarnya.
Yep, it
Jadi
really
kita
does.
kalau
I mean,
nge-strip
I am
buff
expecting
mereka,
to see TN Lane hit the field here for
entah itu di stun gitu ya,
I'm
di
surprised
stun
seeing
atau
that
apa,
water
ntar
over the
efek
board,
buruknya
the
juga
board,
hilang
the
gitu.
board, and the
Katanya ada
TN
stun
Lane
jadi
gonna
nggak
be
ada.
the field. I think
Specifically
that's a
Makanya
Makanya
this
mixed
time.
pegging
great
masuk
take
meta
right now
lagi.
here. But keep in mind, so now that we have that Connell, we have that
Wah,
Hagen,
ini
he
Tian
can
Lane
go flip
sama
it,
Moore
go
lagi
turn
nih.
2,
Ini
and see
Swift
some
Moore
more
lagi nih
units.
tadi.
Camilla might come back to the field here. So that HP lead that Fire and Bison does bring to the table makes your team extra thick.
Yeah, the Camilla would be a
Fire
great pick right
Bison
here.
sama
Another turn
Heigang.
1 unit that
Berarti
kind of
butuh apa
threatens
nih?
that speed, but the thing is,
Butuh Sagar
Etna
lagi
was
sih,
taken away. So
Sagar.
Truewill did his homework. He doesn't want to give too many
Oh,
options, but
Zenitsu.
wait, we got a surprise. Changing
Zenitsu
everything and
sama
bringing a Shizuka
Shizuka.
and another turn 2 unit.
Yeah, Fire Puppeteer hitting the field here. Shizuka
Ya,
can be
oke.
highly
Di sini
volatile.
gue bisa
but
klaim
keep in mind,
si
Truewill
Zera
is kind of
mainnya
ready for
second
Shizuka
turn.
out here.
Dia main
We've got
kedua.
that Chun Pong,
Jadi
we
biarin
have
si
that
Truewill
water
jalan
Ryu,
dulu.
and he can drop
Kalau
in
misalkan
two
nggak
more
bisa bunuh
units.
ya
The
udah
Juno
kalah
definitely
sama
states
second
that
turn.
he's letting that
Itu
Shizuka
tergantung
through.
dari
It's a unit that he's going to be
stun
dealing
atau
with.
enggaknya
That's
lagi
going to be
gitu
a
balik
unit that
lagi
if
nanti.
he doesn't let the
Gimana
Juno
hoki-hokinya.
he's going to be resetting that unit anyway. So he's not too worried about the Shizuka. We know
Cuma
it's
di
coming
sini
through.
gue punya feeling.
Yeah, we know he
Cruel
needed a
menang
double
lagi.
reset. He's still thinking
Ooh,
about it.
Look at him, look at him, look at him.
Yeah.
I always look at, every time that happens there, I go right to the
Cruel
camera.
di sini pinter.
What's happening?
Dia walaupun
He's looking at it. Potentially.
duluan jalannya.
I don't know. I thought I saw a little bit
Cuma
of a
di sini
head
dia
shake
punya
there. I think you
dua
prefer to see that, with
The
the
cigar?
increase cool time
the
gitu
cigar,
kan.
'cause I agree with
Increase
that. I
cool
think the
time.
cigar
Yang
is a
dimana
pick
itu
that
menambah
that's second.
Yeah, and
cooldownnya skill musuh. Jadi musuh
Zanizek
lagi jalan ya
comes out.
nggak ada.
The
cooldown.
Dark Puppeteer is the one that has the very strong passive and gets immunity
Fire
against
Monkey.
attack bar
Yeah.
decreasing effects.
Yeah, definitely a troublesome unit there, but we'll see what happens here. Because look at this, we're all turn 2 right now. We're dropping a Fire Monkey King in there. The Fire Monkey King is going to be a problem, I think.
I really
It's
like the Fire
tough to get
Monkey
rid
King.
of. The Fire Monkey
Yeah.
King's not a problem
Defend
anymore,
it,
so he's
yeah.
going to be banning that thing out there. Segment does get the ban, so even if that was a cigar, even if that was a segment, I think it doesn't matter too much. It was going
Wah,
to get the
ini,
ban out there, so you know what, True said, probably a little bit more comfortable knowing that's what
Feeling
happened.
gua menang.
Yeah, it's a
Itu bisa
very
dia
good
sih.
last pick.
Cuma kita lihat.
Truewell doesn't want to go against it. Here we go. Can the Moore not get cut? But this Hagank reduces and doesn't because it gives attack bar to his dear friend Tian Lang that can now get a triple stun.
Yeah, you can't go for the stun. You can't go for the defense break as well. Looks like he's going to go
Wow,
directly
safe.
after
Okay.
Hagen. Going to use that third skill instead of that second skill. Serious Matter's going to come out here.
Ay,
Much resist,
resist
obviously, with the
them.
attack bar. That's not going to be happening because of the
Tiga kali.
passive here of the Fire Dark Puppeteer. I'm not even going to give a shot at that name.
And now the bomb
Wah.
goes on top
Udah
of
reses
the
ini.
monster that puts
Jennifer
AoE
udah
Death
reses.
Break and Glancing. He doesn't want to deal with that. The Juno getting some damage on the Carno. Now he needs Glancing and
Oh,
stuns,
double stun
but
dari
stuns
Hagi.
the one unit he doesn't want to stun.
Yeah, gets the glancing and the stun on top of the Juno. Juno does not care about that. I think we're going to see more Despair stuns. He's going to go right into this Fire and Bison.
Dua.
And I think
Eh,
that's
jangan.
exactly what
Ada
this team
glancing.
Link's going to be doing as well. So big skill, too. Gets a nice little stun right there, too.
He needs a big proc with a Shizuka. This can change
Ini
the
kalau
match
pro-
right now. Putting bombs on the whole
Oh.
team, but
Nggak
doesn't
gila.
get it. He continues to reduce the Juno. Now he can risk it or not, because if he stuns her, he can give her a speed buff. He doesn't risk it, goes for the Tian Lang, and now he has the opening of the game. If he doesn't kill this M. Bison, that's too much damage.
I almost think he has to go with the skill too. I think that would have been really nice potential. Get that kill. Any Despair stun's not going to happen out there. Now we get everything under the sun's going to be landing on the other side of the field. I'm sure Juno doesn't care too much about that though.
Yeah, he needs a lot of damage, and he's lacking
Wah,
some
nggak
of it.
bisa
You
nih.
know, the Hagang doesn't contribute a lot. The only unit that dealt a lot of damage is gone. He does have some bombs and can see if he can bring a couple units down with it.
Ooh, nice little resist there. He's going to be using that second skill to bring back Fire and Bison. Fire and Bison primed to red with the third skill. I think he has to use these skills right here. Going to try and get a full team stun here on top of Truewell. Truewell, the only unit gets stunned up again is going to be that Juno. Juno's going to be healing up the team.
Yeah, that hurts so much because the
Wow.
damage that the bomb dealt
Nggak
is
bisa,
now
bro. Ada juga, bro.
recovered.
The
Dihilangin
passive
temen lu.
up on that water Ryu, that more as well. We'll find out here when that bomb does go off here. A little bit of poke damage coming towards that Tian Lang. Tian Lang's going to be ready to get rid of this unit here. I think he's going to be going after, he goes after this Dark Puppeteer instead of the hit game.
Yeah, good stun on it, but the problem is, how do you get rid of this Juno later on? Even with water units, the Juno hits too hard. The skill one, the additional damage.
Ooh,
The Chunk Punk
defense break.
finally gets his skill, and
Wah, nggak bisa.
now
Gigi.
there's still two
Truewell
turns
kosong.
for skill 3 from the
Yeah,
Shizuka.
but that's a ton of damage right there. We've got a second skill happening right there, and that drops it. Truewell taking round number 2.
And what a comfortable round 2 it was, guys. Truewell looking absolutely confident up there. He is ready to move forward. Are we going to see another 3-0 in a match 3
Oh my
at the
God.
finals?
Yeah.
That's unheard of. We
Yeah.
might get 3-3-0s in a row.
I want to compliment Zera, though, for being creative and bringing a couple of different units. You know, there
Zenisek
were-
was a cool
Yeah.
cool choice. It was really nice. You know, you got to wait for him to get the turn so that way he can remove the inability effects from the team, but I thought it was a nice little piece of tech against what
Yeah.
could have been a lot of AoE stun potential.
Yeah.
So that was really cute.
Yeah, exactly. I really did like the bombs out there. I thought we were getting a little bit of value out there, but I think this is one of those situations where I would love, like, if you're going to do that, I would love to see the Shizuka come out,
Apakah
extra bomb
3-0
damage, extra
ini?
attack,
Extra
Semuanya.
attack,
really
exactly.
capitalize on that. But keep in mind, there was
3-0
some
di
of those
per-8
effects out there. I
final.
thought the Juno was in a perfect situation where it's like, yeah, he's going to be running with that strategy, but Juno didn't care one bit and ended up
Oh.
playing as a great unit. for True Will.
Seppi, wasn't that just heartbreaking when you saw the Juno heal up the team and all that bomb damage was just gone?
Yeah, it was gone, man. It was a great pick. And I think another important thing was the rune difference and the speed lead, right? We saw a more attacking into a Hegang and not getting cut. The whole team stayed behind. So we saw the difference in those attack bars. That was super key. So maybe next time he can try to get that speed lead to play closer and not guarantee. It's going to help his team a little bit to cut in and disrupt the opponent.
Let's see if Zera can disrupt True Whale in this third game. True Whale sitting at match point, ready to move forward to the semifinals. Let's get into it. Take it away, guys.
Jarang banget gue lihat.
Match number 3, Zera versus True Whale. Pre-bans from last time.
Loranya berarti dapat lagi nih si True Whale. Atau diambil sama Zera. Siapa tahu Zera punya Lora.
Right here, it is going to be the Buat. We knew this unit was going to get the pre-ban.
Buat sama Vanessa lagi, Bek.
Hitting the field for
Sama
that
kayak
combination.
pertama,
Vanessa
game
Cigar.
pertama.
Let's see if that is going to be the first pick. That Zera does choose the lock-in. That's Cigar.
Very good point, Stoic. Now, will he try to steal the water Ryu? You know, the Moore has been so strong for True Whale. He doesn't steal it. He goes for the cigar. I think it's okay. Sometimes when you haven't used the unit a lot, you don't want to change your whole comp for it. But it would have been very nice to take that comfort pick away from True Whale.
Yeah, I mean, look at what True Whale's doing right now. I really do like the more over the water Ryu, might I add. And the Tian Lang, I think the Tian Lang is too perfect that he does drop that in there, takes that away from Zera, not letting him have that.
Atau Despair.
And I mean, I'm very curious. I think this is where Zera brings something that we haven't seen today. This is where we need to change things. This is in a 3-0 situation here. I think this is where you put a foot down here.
Tergantung ya, kalau draftnya kira-kira si True Whale unggul ya
Very good
udah
point.
3-0.
Oh, and you asked for the max.
Wah, ini demen banget nih gua. Ayo, kita main
Max
speed
up
aja
million,
udah.
high volatility. I like this unit a whole lot. What,
Flashing the Zenisek.
Dia
Oh,
flexing Zenisek, guys.
Got one of
True
those
Whale,
things
wah,
too. He
emang
probably has
kampret
even
nih.
more
Banyak
with
banget
that.
dia
But I do
MD.
like the Gianna. I think this is a great unit to be dropping into the field. Keep in mind that we've seen the Nemesis Gianna. This has been a very popular thing where Gianna has fallen down that tier list where it's not one of those top tier units, so it's not holding those like crazy violent sets, those crazy swift sets. People have been putting this unit on a double Nem. It's crazy when something falls out of the meta where it goes, you're double Nem now.
You know what I would love? A Hegang right now, so it's not a last pick Hegang by True Whale, forcing keeping this segment with the outspeed. So a Hegang, and then yes, he does it, and a speed lead. This is a very strong draft with Zera. Now he has damage. Now he has double speed lead. Now he guarantees that he has some disruption in here. The Juno is still a huge issue, but he has to choose right now. Do I ban the speed lead or do I ban the Juno?
I think he has to ban out that Juno.
Wah, iya
He does
bener.
ban out the Juno,
Maksinya
maximizing the speed
di-ban.
lead. But of
Kita
course, we
pengen
still have a
nonton
Juno
ya.
speed lead coming to the table. So 24
Maximilian.
speed leads for both players here. Does True outspeed? Because more than likely, we were expecting to see the second take turn one. Keep in mind, a potential Nemesis Gianna.
She looks slower. The question right now is, does he reset
Siapa yang mau
the cigar
di-reset?
or the Gianna? Goes for the Gianna and hits it. And it looks like it's Nemesis because she gained attack bar.
Yep, it is a Nemesis Gianna. So let's see what happens with skill 2 here. Opts to go with skill 1, so much damage coming at this Gianna. Is it going to be enough attack bar that he's going to get? It doesn't even matter. It's so crazy.
Oh, gets the glancing right here. Very important, but still reduces a lot of attack bar. Right now he has the one opening, but the segment goes ahead of the Jameer. This is actually really good for him because he can cleanse it, even if it's thrown.
Yeah, it has to go with the Curse of Beautiful. He's got to do it anyways. Obviously, the third skill is going to be popping out here, but he has to try and get more of that additional damage. Opts with the second skill anyways, but I feel like he had to go with the cleanse there because we've got a big skill 2. Cigar is the unit that would be going next here, but it's going to get a ton of damage from this Tian Lang. Opting to go with just a skill 1.
He gets a little bit greedy. I do like the choice. He is one unit down and resisted. Hurt so much because now he can do it again. The one question is, can he finally hit it?
It's like Cigar as a segment. And here with the Jameer here. We're going for number 2 here. Does it get...
Oh my God, resisted again. Hit the death break, please.
That's rough, man. Yeah, give him something. There, he got the death break. Yeah, boy. We got some... Oh, no. I mean, no, that's great. We got the despair stunts happening here. Getting a little bit of grace coming back to you. You got third skill primed and ready. Chooses to go after the Jameer.
Can the Jameer crit and kill? Almost. Lots of damage.
Yeah, I do think he can take out that Chunk Punk. He's got to stay focused on one of these units here because we are in a position where you've got to take units out.
Yeah, he keeps going for the
disperse
Panda.
dari
Very
Hagen.
well
Bagus,
played.
bagus, bagus.
Now he can remove the Chung and then go for another unit. The Jameer is going to be super important. So any procs
Mati.
coming from him are going to be huge, or a
Skill
proc
dua ke
from the
Tian
Cigar
Wei.
right now to get skill
Oh,
3!
he's trying to keep himself in this match. You're looking
Wah,
really good for Zera
kayaknya-
right now, really holding on here.
Oh,
And his Despair
rame,
Stuns are
rame.
going to be
Seru, seru,
welcome
seru.
if you can go after the segment and stop this unit here. Not going to happen, no. But we're going to get a little bit more attack break. I think you should spread the wealth here. We got the attack break sitting on top of the Jemire, but it looks like Truel wants to remove the Jemire from the field.
The Jamar with the big proc, and now we'll have skill 3.
Wah, anjir, ini
Can
hokinya ke
he
Zera nih,
provoke
tinggalannya aktif terus.
this segment to guarantee that the Jamire gets the skills back to his whole team? No, he guarantees the kill, but now this is a big problem. There's an opening
mau
for the
gimana nih?
segment. She can even go skill 3, skill 2. She does it.
Oh,
No
the
stuns on the other
He's gonna
side.
be cleansing
The cleanse.
himself here. He has to cleanse himself here. This is really nice with third skill
Ini
available.
kalau si
With the
Zera
reset on
menang
top of the
sih.
Tian Lang, gets a provoke on top of the Tian Lang as well. We have a reset is
reset,
available.
okay.
I think he can take out a unit. That might be the option here to go for that. I think he has to, if he's going to take something out,
Oh,
I would have said
mati.
Jemire, but it looks like he needed to take the unit
He
down.
needs a stun. And
Whoa!
gets the stun!
No
The
way!
pro.
He
Glancing.
doesn't turn Tian Lang. We do have glancing out here, but it is going to be enough there. Gets that
Yeah.
defense break, drops the Jemire. Zera was really trying to hold on right there. Curse of Beautiful does land.
Stun.
No skills.
Oh!
Beautiful Despair Stun is going to be happening. Segment,
nggak bisa
trying to get
ini.
the attack break on top of this Hagen. A little bit of
Nggak
damage.
bisa ini.
We just need lots of Despair Stuns,
Nggak
lots of attack
bisa.
break. This is really, really tough right there.
Gay,
Nothing you
gay.
can do about it. True well taking down Zera in round 3 for a third.
3-0 lagi, guys.
With a tense
Aduh.
final game in that
Abis
set,
ini nih,
guys.
rame nih,
True
Pink
Whale
Floyd lawan
moves
Big V.
forward.
Gue yakin gak bakal
Another
3-0.
3-0.
Gua yakin.
Stoic, you called this was the third 3-0 of the day. This is unprecedented.
Tapi
This,
udah GG
I
banget buat
haven't
Zera.
seen this
Ada
happen
perlawanan ya
at the
di game
SWC
terakhir.
World Finals before.
Gila-gila.
No, it's wild.
Juara
It's
satu
wild.
Thailand.
I was expecting to spend
Zera.
lots of time here in Bangkok, Thailand. Why are we making these tournaments so fast, Evan?
I have no idea, but True Whale is trying to get this done really quick, and that one was a nail biter.
Wah, gila.
Evan, I'll tell you something.
Gila,
It is
GG,
not a
Zera.
great day to be an underdog.
Gua tahu.
All
It's
the
not.
favorites,
It's
all,
not.
Hebat banget.
all the favorites are dominating. And this
Cuma tadi
match, we
sayangnya
gotta
water
give it to
mo-
Zera.
apa,
The draft
modalnya
was
nggak
really strong. The
diambil.
way he played
Warna
was
birunya nggak
incredible.
diambil.
He got a couple
Coba kalau
resists in
diambil
there,
tadi.
but in the
Mungkin
end,
speed-leadnya
he was so
menang
close
kali.
to beating the America's Cup champion, but
Berhubung panas
didn't
tadi
have
dia,
enough damage.
jadi
The
speed
Hagen,
lead-nya
even though
nggak
a
ada yang
very
kencang,
important and
nggak ada yang
interesting
33.
pick, kind of falls through, right? It doesn't offer a lot there in
ini
the end.
nih,
You're
game yang ini nih,
praying
game
for some of
selanjutnya
the
nih yang seru
stuns,
nih.
and then the Tian Lang procced out of the stun and finished a unit.
Oh yeah, and I gotta give
Hokian
kudos
Zeranya
to
itu
Zera too
telat
for
ya
playing it
datangnya,
out.
guys.
Even when he lost that Gianna early, I mean, those are the
Gila.
that's what comes with a double nemesis.
Jam-
Gianna, you know,
Jemire
she comes with a little less
sama-
HP, a little less
apa
survivability,
tadi
in
ya
lieu
yang
of
fail
hopefully
ini? Sagar,
getting that turn
Sagar.
at the start.
Aduh.
But he didn't tilt. He didn't leave. He played it out,
Telat
and
banget
even towards
juaranya
the
di
end, when
akhir-akhir.
Hagang was the
Menurut
only
teman-teman
one
yang pada-
looking down the barrel of a segment
Oh,
at Tian
ini
Lang,
baru
he
violet.
stuck around to see if Hagang could pull it through,
Jadi
and he almost
si
did. And
Giananya
so I'm
nggak
glad,
main
he
tadi,
stuck
udah
stuck
kill
through it.
We
duluan.
had a lot of Despair Stuns come out at the end right there,
We
and that
did.
was honestly what was like keeping them in that match there. If we had seen more Despair Stuns, you know, again, I love saying it, might have been singing a different tune. Going into round number 4, it would have been absolutely insane to see that there. But hey, you know, it was still a really, really good showing for Zera. He held his own there up against a monster like True Whale, and it was great. It was a great performance. It was awesome to see the Thai representative here.
Totally. And you know, something that's really funny, the dichotomy of True Whale. Going into a tournament, True Whale tends to skew to the nervous side. You know, he's a little more anxious, and I know that there's a lot of weight in being one of the favorites. But then when he's actually up there playing the games, man, he looked so
Selamat
confident.
datang ya,
He
yang
looked
baru
like he
hadir.
was just
Ayo
resting
kita
easy
nobar
there.
bareng deh.
Yeah, one of the most
Nobar bareng.
consistent and secure
Oke,
pickers
pemborosan.
in the
Nobar
world.
kita udah.
Look at
Ininya
this
nobar
card, guys.
pokoknya.
The turn 1, so much damage. The Masha pick to counter the Juno, like you talked about, Stoic. And finally, the Changpong that has been preferred
Changpong tuh
instead of the
perfect, guys.
Cigar.
Dia
We've
jagoan
seen the
gua sebenarnya.
opposite happen
Yang aneh
before,
ambil
and
ya,
now
si
he
Truel
has
doang
swapped
deh.
back.
Yang-
I kind of like that, you know?
Karena gua
Maybe
demen
he
sama
changed
Changpong.
some runes, put the
Kalau
best
speed
set
tuningnya
on
bener ya,
Changpong this
speed-
time, and he's
ya,
like,
gua
if
yakin pro player mah
everyone's
speed tuning
picking
gampang
Cigar,
lah, easy.
I'll have the other one
Cuma
with my
emang-
best set, and I'll give
Ya,
it preference.
kalau
Yeah, well, if we talk about players that are going to
dia
be
bisa
playing a
rusak
lot of
speed
Cigar here,
tuningnya kalau ada
Big
penggunaan
Feet,
attack bar.
Blessed,
biasanya.
Diligence. I can't remember if Pinkroy does play a lot of Cigar, but I do think he does play a lot of Cigar. I think he opts to play more Chung Pung than Cigar just
Nah,
because
kan
of
Giananya udah
the
mati
players that
duluan
he'll be
tadi,
encountering
jadi nggak
today.
bisa.
Even
Susah.
Lufia and Zera,
Kombonya itu
also
sebenarnya
Cigar
bom,
players.
double
So,
bomb
very
sebenarnya
interesting
dari
change.
si
We'll see
Zera
right
nih.
now
Jadi
if
pada saat
he
musuhnya
keeps this
violet,
consistency
bomnya meledak dia
against
kena
other
stun.
play
Niatnya
styles,
sih
right?
gitu
He
ya.
knew that he
Karena
was
kombonya mah
faster. he knew that
Nah,
he had
Gani
the
sama
runes and
Jamire,
the monster
jadi dia
box.
bisa
And
reset
an interesting
cooldown,
thing
kasih
was
bom lagi.
he started
Niatnya
picking
sih
the
gitu.
Tianlang a little bit earlier to
Cuma
avoid
di sini
giving it
emang
away to his opponent.
dari
Yeah,
si
and I think that
Cruel,
was a great decision
Tianlangnya emang tanky
for
banget.
Truwell to take the Tianlang as
Tianlang tuh
early as he
makin
did.
tanky,
But I
makin
think one of
gede.
the bigger things is I would have liked to see Zera
Gimana
take
tuh?
that watery or
Lu-
that
lu
more
tank
away
nih.
because I feel
Yeah.
like that was
Lu
just such
banyak
a
Minotaur
problem
nih.
unit. Where he was
Damage-nya
bringing
gede,
so much
cuma
additional damage, it was so
makin gede
fast.
defense lu
It really
makin
was
gede
like
tuh
the
attack-nya, sama kayak
facilitator
Edit.
for a
Nah,
lot
kayak
of
gitu
Truwell's victories
pasifnya.
there.
Drew Will did a great
Hero-hero
job.
di Summoner
Amazing
War tuh
pick
kayak
ban
gitu.
phases,
Kebanyakan.
amazing execution, and so
Nah,
much
ini
tempo.
nih ya
That
bagannya.
last game, and just like
Pink
that,
Roid lawan
we've
Big
got
V. Ini
three
rame
O's at our
gua.
back, and we're at
Cuma
the south
Big V
side of
kenapa
the
harus
bracket
ketemu sama
right
Pink
now.
Roid gitu
We're
ya?
about to
Kenapa
watch
nggak
Pink
ketemu sama
Roid versus Big V,
Billy
two
Jen gitu tuh di
huge
atas? Jadi
contenders
biar
to round out our quarterfinals there,
Pink Roid
Seppi.
sama
These
Big
are
V itu
two
sebenarnya
of the
gue
most
feelingnya bakal
favorite players to
di
win the whole thing.
semi
Yeah, this
atau
might
final
be
sih
the
tadinya. Cuma
first round's
ya berhubung
most
ketemunya di per-8
unexpected
gitu ya.
game. We don't
Ya
know
harus
what's going to
mau
happen.
nggak mau
We'll
dong.
finally get a 3-2. These two players definitely rune-wise and box-wise are way closer than the other matchups. And I don't think that even though Pink Roid right here is one of the favorites to win the tournament, between them, I don't think we have a clear favorite. Both
I agree.
have won their regionals before, so we have a former America's Cup champion, current number 2, and a 2-time EU Cup champion in Pink Roid.
Nah ini dia nih yang gua tunggu. Pink Roid dari Eropa. Kalau nggak salah dia dari Belanda. Ini ya negaranya dari Belanda.
My name is Pink Void, and the name originated from Dark Void because I started the game and I named myself Dark Void. But it doesn't really have any meaning because I was like 14 years old. And then my guildmate changed it to Pink Void because he wanted to tag after it and he thought Pink Void sounded better.
Oh, jadi nama dia tuh sebelumnya Dark Roid ya. Cuma berhubung teman-temannya nih yang nyuruh ganti
My
udah
first
Pink Roid aja.
impression after
Pink
making it to the
Roid.
World Finals was being really happy to go on a trip again and to see all the players. My strengths are that I have a lot of experience in tournaments, I think. It's already my third time in the World Finals. So I
Dia
think
udah 3 kali tuh
most
ikut
experience
juara dunia guys.
can
Wah,
always-
di umur berapa tuh? 14. Kayaknya dia umurnya SMA sih,
My
17 atau
message in the
18.
first match to Big V is just to have fun and enjoy the moment.
Ini fun fact juga ya buat kalian yang nggak tahu nih yang masih
Europe
awam di
Cup
dunia
champion,
SPC atau misalnya yang lagi
multiple-time
nonton
winner.
nih kebetulan ngerti.
Pink Roid is
Nah
coming
jadi si
on the
Pink Roid ini tuh
stage.
dia tuh katanya ini.
Here he comes.
Jadi
One of
punya
the
runa
favorites to win the
terkencang
tournament
di
today, Scott.
A little bit
Waterloo.
extra in that Pink Roid
Tapi
up. I
dia
don't know if you
dispen
heard
dispen
that, but
kencang,
I think
jalan
that's like
duluan.
another vote for Pink Roid. If I,
Tadinya tuh.
if I hear a name like that before.
Coba kita nggak tahu nih ya yang
He does
sekarang
have a
nih.
ton of
Soalnya itu kan
tournament
isunya
experience
dulu
there,
tuh.
Seppi.
Jadi
He's
pada
been on
saat
big
dulu
stages
metanya
multiple times now.
Waterio
He's trying to see if
rune-nya
this
di
could be the one
spare,
where he walks
nah
away
dia
with
tuh
the
paling
title.
kencang gitu,
Evan,
jalannya
as I
jalan
like to
duluan
call
dia.
him, the Summoner's War prodigy. Since he's a
Nah, ini
very
di sini
young
bos
age,
pitnya,
he's
jadi dia
been
sering
in the
menangnya
big
itu sama
stage.
itu
He's
tuh
been
Waterio
playing
sama
different play
Vanessa.
styles, learning a lot,
Jadi
and is
4
probably
win,
one
kalau
of the
sama
best
Vanessa dia
counter
0
pickers
lose,
today.
nggak pernah
He's
kalah
someone
dia.
that is not afraid to change his strategy
Nggak
mid-draft
pernah
and
kalah.
slap an Antares in your face, bring on a Leo, his super powerful Tian Lang. So for sure he has prepared something for Big V. The big question right now will be Stoic if he's going to try to outspeed a notoriously fast Big V or if he will play a more turn 2 reactive strategy.
You know, I can't help but think that he's going to be playing turn 2 against Big V. Big V just known to be so fast. Multiple sets, 230
Si
plus.
Pink
This
Roid
guy's
ini
an absolute animal that he's gotta
LMD-nya
go
tuh
up
nggak
against. So I
banyak
feel like speed
sebenarnya ya.
contesting's
Cuma
probably
dia
not the idea.
dapat
Unless, of
LMD
course, you're looking at a
dikit,
draft where,
tapi
you know,
dapat
Big V
hero-nya tuh
not
yang
choosing to go with
meta
turn
gitu.
1, but it's going to be really tough to
Kayak
come
punya Tian
against
lagi,
this man
tapi
right
dia
here.
kayaknya nggak punya Aurora gitu. Iya Aurora dia nggak punya. Terus si apa tuh namanya Horus Light nggak punya dia. Nah kalau si Big V ini dia banyak LMD-nya setahu gua. Cuma dia menurut gua kalah di runa aja sih, kalah di kualitas runanya sama si Pink Roid. Cuma kita nggak tahu ya.
大家好，我的
Bukan
名
di sini
字
gua
叫毕格威，
ngedukung si
然
Pink
后
Roid,
我
gua
的
ngeremehin
名
si
字来
Big V
源
tapi
的
nggak.
话，
Big
就
V
是
juga
因为我的名字
kuat
的
kok
最
dia,
后一个
lawannya yang
音
kuat.
的
Gua nggak tahu nih
中
bakal
文
bisa jadi
的
kalah
结尾是
si
微
Pink
的
Roid.
这个音，
Cuma ya
所以
kita
我
nonton
的
aja.
英文就起名叫毕格威，然后 big 在中文就是无限的意思。 我的家人、我的老婆的支持，还有我游戏里的朋友的支持，像 Last， 像 MyGMD。
Nah ini kalau misalkan kalian perhatiin ya, ini kan interviewnya tuh dia pakai bahasa Cina ya. Nah harusnya kan dia Asia, cuma berhubung dia emang tinggalnya di Amerika, ya makanya dia ikutnya ke bagian di Amerika turnamennya.
大家享受比赛吧。
Here he comes to meet his opponent. It's Big B. If anybody can take down Pinkroyd, Big V can do it here, Stark.
Yep, that's right. I mean, Big V, we've seen him perform so well. He is an America's Cup champion. He has been to this kind of stage before. He's very experienced. He's a
Nah si
great
Big V
drafter.
ini
Again,
di
he
Amerika
said it
di juara
himself.
duanya,
He
juara
knows his
satunya yang
room
tadi
quality
yang
is
Kuwait.
incredible.
Dia
He
ketemu
knows
di
his way
final kemarin
around a
sama
world
Kuwait, cuma
tournament
kalah sama
stage
Kuwait, jadi
here,
dia
Steffi. Why
juara
don't you tell us a little bit more about his play style?
Oke di sini most picknya nih Sagar menang 9 kali pas berarti winnernya 90% ya.
I think that's what
sama
makes
Sagar.
him so strong.
Sagar sama Niki. Nah itu sama Dark siapa sih namanya? Pure Vanilla ya. Yang ketiga itu. Cuma emang dia speednya kencang juga itu dia. Hati-hati ya. Semoga aja di respect band sama Pinoy. Atau mungkin emang pengen diadu nih speednya ya. Mau kencang-kencang gitu.
Any type of reset or debuff because he has been unbeaten, my friend. The 100% resist Nikki gave us a show at the
Oh yeah, that res, it shows off for him more than it does for other players for sure. And something that definitely left an impression in all of us was the double occult girl. I'd have to say that double occult girl gameplay that he showed off at the America's Cup Stoic was actually some of my favorite, and we even did it on stream together once.
It was so inspirational that I tried doing it myself, and I wish I looked as good as Big V did.
Here we go, everybody. Pinkroyd versus Big V. Last game of the quarterfinals. We're getting into it right now.
And here we go, guys. Pre-bands getting locked in right here for our very first match with Pinkroyd versus
Gila,
Big V.
itu
Big V with the first
piala
ban.
2 itu maksudnya dia top global
very
2 guys. Si
long
Pinkroyd.
3-2. I want a lot of gameplay from these two players, and right now Pinkroyd looking very secure.
Wah, Loranya di respect, Hege-nya juga di respect ya dari kedua belah pihak nih. Cuma first picknya dipegang sama Big V. Feeling gue dia bakal ngambil Vanessa
What are
di
you,
Big V.
the Oliver, the Vanessa,
Vanessa
which
atau
unit
Oliver?
are we wanting to see?
It's going to be a turn 1 unit. It could be like the cigar.
Wow,
There it
masih
is, the
Sagar ya.
drafted
Gila,
by
Sagar
Big
di
V,
first pick.
locking that in your, maybe not locking that in your just.
Oh!
Taking the Shan
Shannya
away from Pinkroyd.
diambil.
Look at this man
Pinkroyd
doing
sampai
his
senyum-senyum tuh. Wah,
homework.
Shan gue diambil.
Taking away the shot.
Brengsek katanya.
Thinking about it, Pinkroyd right now is like,
Ini
wait,
rame,
should I
rame,
just
rame.
take my Tian Lang this early? But no,
Oh.
he steals the Chiwu and Escher. So he's saying, I'm
Chiwu
going to play turn
sama
1.
Speed contest.
Yeah, I know you
Escher.
are fast. I'm going to
Itu
speed
dia high
check you.
speed
I
sih.
believe that's full commitment though.
Oke,
There's
gue
no way
punya
that you're
feeling
gonna
di
bring
sini
Escher
game pertama itu dia
up to
bakal
go
nunduk
for the turn 2, so
speed
we'll
ya
see what
di
happens
sini.
there. Moore's gonna hit the
Makanya di
field,
sini
lock in at 21
nge-debate
speed for the
Lora
very
sama
fast
Hege
segment
ya
to get
karena
locked in
mereka
by Big
berdua
V
punya
Pinkroyd.
potensi
I do
buat
believe
nge-counter
he's
itu.
committed. He's going in for a turn 1 competition.
I would like to see an Etna right here. If you're going turn
Iya,
1, you
gue
need
juga setuju di
another
sini kalau
unit
Pinkroyd
that
ngambil
can
Etna.
guarantee, you know, a
Oh, dia punya
contest.
Asmal
The
Kicking ya?
Kitian Dasheng, another very high base
Kitian
speed
Dasheng
unit, but
namanya.
generally built on bio. So he'll need either some speed lead at the end or something different, but he goes with the Julian. So
Oh, dia ambil
damage,
Julian. Oh, Julian
sustained,
namanya.
very good into everyone here, but the Sean. You know, the Sean is really strong against the Julian
Etna dia
still.
ngambil Etna. Wah,
It is. Well,
waduh,
Etna's going to be
Etnanya
taken by the other side
diambil.
of the field there, and we do get 2 speed leads locked in. Oliver and Moore are going to be the speed leads here. Obviously, there's the speed lead for Oliver, and we have very fast units here. Sekhmet, Ethna. We're looking at turn 1.
Wih,
Big V
gila,
right
ini
now.
Big
That
V,
Julian does to me say
dia
that
nggak
Pinkroyd
main-main
did
berarti
opt to go for a turn 2
udah
himself.
Yeah, can I
feeling gue
say
dia
something?
runinya udah
I think
bagus
right
sih
now
sekarang
he
lebih
can't
bagus
go back and pick a
sekarang
speed
ya
lead. I would
daripada
love to
dulu.
see a Vertihill, you know,
Setahu
something
gue sih
very
Pinkroyd tuh
reactionary,
speednya
different,
gila
or a
banget.
Juno, that's great, and then ban
Berarti
out
di sini
that Sean.
kalau
The
Pinkroyd
Sean
draftnya kayak
brings
begini,
so much damage
dia
to the
ngambil
table.
second
We know
turn
that the
harusnya.
Etna does the same.
Oh,
Yes!
he knows.
Yes!
Look at the smile. Where is it? I'm looking for that smile on
Ini
Pinkroyd.
kalau
He loves
sampai
drafting
di
this
ban,
unit here. Now keep in mind, I believe this Antares is
ini
built
kalau sampai
with
di band ya
zero
si
speed.
Who
Antares
needs
gila
speed
sih,
when you take
respect banget.
turns all of the
Cuma gue
time?
bingung nih,
Who
Esir
needs
ini jalan
speed when
duluan
you can
ya?
have RNG?
Yes,
Dia
sir. The
RNG
question right now is,
banget
does
nih
he
Pinkroyd.
remove the
Gila.
Sean
Dia
or the
berani
water
gambling
Ryu?
loh.
Those
Lagi
are
di-
probably the 2 units.
Oh,
needed
look
in
at
the
that. He's
Sean.
like, no,
Ben.
that's not
He
happening.
respects it, my friend.
Dia di
I love the
respect dong.
respect.
Guys,
Right
mending
now
mau
we will
super
see
live
do the
atau AVGA
Etna
lagi.
and the segment go
Lu VGO buat
together
apa
or
sih
do they get
kenceng-kenceng?
cut by the
Gua
Escher?
mending
Here we
udah ya,
go.
mending tamu
They
aja
don't
dulu.
get
Ntar
cut.
kalau ada
Looking at the
kebutuhan lagi
reset here,
baru
potentially
beli.
going out onto
Kalau
that
belum
Escher
ada mending
drop
nggak
that with
usah.
the
Oke, kita
light
balik lagi ya.
King does land that reset
Ah,
as
ke
well.
reset ya
Prime and ready, we can go
si
second
Pikian
skill,
Dasenya.
drops the second skill, gets a couple defense breaks
Aduh,
out there. Third skill,
kasih
Prime
itu
ready, goes
Escher.
right for that Escher. Looking for the stun there, does get that stun as well. Additional damage popping out there, gets one kill. Everyone's looking really low. What a great stat coming out of Big V.
I gotta tell you
sakit banget
something.
damage-nya.
This is speed check did not work for sure, and now he needs to guarantee some damage.
Wah,
Doesn't get
ganggu
the
terus
glancing
cuma
on Oliver,
dasarnya
and that
di
might have been a
reset ya.
big problem because now he can even reset
Nggak
the
bisa.
Julian. He goes for the attack bar, takes one out, and now resets the Julian.
Yep.
Very well done.
Ooh, man, that's enough to drop that
Ah,
Julianne right there.
GG.
Big V looking so strong, taking round one
GG.
away from Pinkroyd.
Buat balapan
If
gua
I
malam
could
begini,
summarize
gila,
this
NFS aja
match
belum pernah
number
menang
one
gua.
into a phrase, it would be speed check fail.
Oke, GG tuh
speed
kan.
check there,
Feeling
yeah.
gua,
Tried to pull him
aduh,
over for
gua padahal
speeding.
pendukung
Didn't
Pinroy ya,
work,
cuma emang Big V di sini
unfortunately.
serius
He's like,
banget
I
tuh.
ain't stopping,
Speed
Evan.
tuningnya berarti udah
And that
keren
start
berarti.
looks so impressive from a distance. Looking at it mile high, it's like, wow, Pinkroyd actually was able to take down a unit super fast. Good for him, but unfortunately, Big V had the comeback units. That Oliver did wonders for him, Stowe.
Yeah, it really did. I mean, I didn't like when I saw the Julian drop in
Wah,
there. I really
ayo,
didn't
ayo.
like the Julian. I
Semangat,
feel like he had
Pinkroyd,
full
semangat.
commitment right there and needed to
Balas,
go
balas,
down
balas.
there. You know, if we saw the Antares go through, you know, maybe Antares could have caused absolute chaos there. We know how good that Antares is with Pinkroyd. So maybe a first pick next time. First pick Antares. Going
That is
number
quite
two
the
here. Let's
call
do
out.
that.
Oh,
first
God,
pick
no.
on Torres
Please,
is almost
please
like a
no.
first pick Douglas. Almost like it's a call out, but do we like the call out? I don't
Not
know.
a good
I'm telling
idea.
you.
Not a good idea. I do agree with the Julian being a little bit early, and we asked for that high base speed unit,
Or a
the
second
Etna,
speed
right?
unit, yeah.
But he didn't do that, so he led the Etna to his opponent. It's not only
Iya,
about you
Etnanya
having it,
tuh
but taking it
kenceng
away.
juga dia,
But
makanya
if
di
he's not
jalan
going to speed
kedua
contest,
ya tadi.
he has a
Yang
lot of
pertama tuh
options.
tadi
We know
segmen
that Tian
jalan
Lang is over
pertama,
there. We know he
Etnanya
has
kedua.
very tanky runes. Maybe even the Cigar. You know, it's a unit that generally is built on a lot of HP, a lot of defense.
Yeah.
So let's see if Pinkroyd adapts
Berarti
to this
Esirnya
game
kalah ya
number 2.
speednya.
And
Oh,
the
tapi
interesting
emang
thing
dari speed
with
leadernya pun kalah tadi.
Big V
Si
is
Big
that
V dia
the
33,
Sean number 1 pick
makanya
is
dia jalan
so
pertama.
mysterious. It can let you go anywhere.
It can. It can go anywhere. He could
Yep.
he could be your damage. He could be your control. He could kind of flex into either of those two play styles. He favors that start more than the but like he can easily transition into one or the other. Also, Pinkroyd learned that the Etna and the Sekhmet play very close together, like you called out in that game there, Sebi. Here we go. Round 2, Pinkroyd versus Big V.
And let's get into it, guys. We've got our pre-bans from last time. Hagang and Laura are now available. New pre-bans getting locked in here. Keep in mind, Pinkroyd does have first pick.
Very, very good point. The first pick might mean he's going to steal one of those speed leads, or he can take the Cigar away.
Either taking the Cigar, maybe even lock it in the Sean. Let's see how bad that Pinkroyd wants that Sean. Maybe he takes that right here. Maybe even an Antares first. Throwing it out. Throwing it out.
Ooh, the Tian
Wah,
Lang
Tian
is
Lang sama
pre-banned and
segmennya
the
di-ban
segment
ya.
is
Oke,
pre-banned.
respect nih,
Now, does
respect
that mean
juga.
I take the Etna away and I'm going to still play the speed game? Is he not satisfied?
Let's see. Pinkroyd, is he going to opt to go with turn 1 or not? It wouldn't be a speed
Apa
lead if
nih
he does choose to go.
Hey,
Hagang in
Gang.
the field here now.
Hey,
With the
Gang,
Hagang first pick
speednya.
here, he's opt to go. He can go Bruiser, he can go turn 2.
Gila.
And he can do whatever he wants here with that as the first pick.
That's a very good point, Stoic. I love that pick because it gives him flexibility, and that's what he needs. You don't want to show
Dari
your
awal
hand
game
with a
kita
player
belum
like
lihat
Big
Rakun
V,
nih.
and he
Si
knows that you're
tikus
speed contestant.
menyebalkan.
He's going to check you,
Apakah
and
bakal
you're not going to
keluar
be
nih?
able to go through.
Di
The
game
Cigar
ke-
shows
di
up.
game
The Laura that was
keempat.
pre-banned now is on the field, and he knows he doesn't need to put that speed lead yet. And the Etna, finally, that we asked for her last match, is being taken away by Pinkroyd.
Yep, definitely. Hasn't locked in a speed lead just yet, but he doesn't have to. In my opinion, no speed leads being shown by either one of these players right here. We don't even really need it at this point, but Etna's going to get locked in there. This is going to be an Oliver. He does lock in a 33 speed lead here, so now, in my opinion, he's positioned to potentially put himself at a turn 1 play. Big V is going to respond and take his own speed lead here in this round.
Yeah, do you think a Water Ryu might show here, or does he go with something a little bit different? The Vanessa
Wow,
coming out.
Vanessa.
Oh, a little bit
Very
different.
good,
The
yeah.
Sonya, very strong unit. She
Aduh,
can
strong
definitely
unit
remove
banget
any of
ini
these units
Sonya.
from the field.
Waduh.
Maybe not the Oliver if it's very tanky, but the other ones.
Ngambil
probably.
ini
We have a
nggak sih,
super fast team right now
Moore
because we
sama
already
apa ya?
know how fast that
Ah, itu
Laura
boleh
is and
tuh.
how fast that Cigar is as well. And that Sonya's hitting this table, and it's going to be a very fast unit. Pinkroyd, he's given up turn 1. We've got Firemonk King, we've got a Juno hitting the field, and I'm expecting to see maybe another speed lead coming out of Big V.
You know what I was going to say? I would have loved, instead of that Juno, Arika. I think Arika
Yeah,
would be
Rika
super strong in
bagus
this
sih buat
matchup,
Big
but
V.
did you know does something similar?
Rika
So we'll
strong
see if
banget
Big
tuh
V
kalau
goes with
diambil.
that or he brings more damage to
Atau
the
dia
table.
ngambil
Because he, like you said, he basically has turn 1 locked in.
I think I'd prefer to see the Connell. If he brought out like a Connell out there, high volatility, stunning everything up, you have that option if you wanted to go with the HP lead, really tank up your units, because right now, Big V says, I'm bringing speed, I'm bringing damage. He wants to move something as soon as possible. Masha hit the field. Why? Juno.
Very good point. Now there's an interesting option. He can remove the Sonya and guarantee he has some sort of comeback potential in here, but also the Masha becomes a late game problem, right? It's not only about
Masha
removing the
tuh
Juno early,
late
it's
game
something
tuh
that
rese.
withstands a
Oh.
lot of damage. And Big Royd says, I
Wah,
want
berarti
turn
jalan
1.
duluan dong Pink Royd kalau ban
He's going to be
Junonya.
banning out that 33 speed lead. No speed. That's kind of why I thought a speed lead was going to be hitting the field with the Big V. But hey,
Defense
that's not what happens here. 33
44%.
speed lead coming out of Pink Royd. Ethna's going to be taking
Berarti
turn 1
Sonyanya
here,
harus dibunuh
looking to control
duluan.
that Laura and that Sonya.
Here we go. Skill number 2 lands the death break.
Wow,
She can go for the
perfect
kill on the
Mari.
Sonya, and she's gone.
There it is. So that's actually the way
Boom.
that Pink Royd really needed to stat this match here. Beautiful spare stun hitting the field on top of that Masha as well. Keep
Wah,
that
ini
unit
udah
controlled.
Pink Royd.
He can bring a
Ini
lot of
gamenya
damage
Pink
out
Royd
here.
banget
Skill 2
nih udah
is going
kayak
to be
gini.
coming out here on top of the Masha, looking to get attack bar reset here. And defense break is going to be landing with the initial turn, looking for an early dismount.
I
Stun
really
skill
like Pink Royd's
skill
ban.
3, skill
Very,
3 ya?
very strong. He guarantees he
Ini
post
skill
bans the
2 ya?
Sonya, and now
Daripada
lots of
skill 3.
damage. Proc from the Masha. This might change the game. He can go
Kalau
for this
critical
Etna
mati
and try to
Etna.
at least reduce that attack bar, but the glancing is a problem,
Glance.
and she
Look,
glances.
Yeah, a little bit of damage coming through there, not just enough there. Second skill looking to drop this Masha from the field. Needs to land the provokes on top of the Oliver to stop this unit from using his skill. Doesn't have his skills up
provoknya.
anyways. Second skill needs to land, and he stuns across the board. Only the Ethna is going to get stunned up.
Very good point. Right now, the thing is, even if you manage to kill a couple units, how do you get rid of this Fire Monkey King? He
Iya,
has
Fire
so much
Monkey-nya
sustain. The
jadi
death
late game,
break,
guys.
you know, the recovery.
Udah
It's gonna
bisa
be a
sih. Nggak ada
really
yang
hard
terbunuh.
3-2 for Big V, and it looks like a tie.
Yeah, like we said, that Fire Monkey was definitely going to be a problem for him, and I really wish we saw additional speed lead coming out of Big V. I think Big V really wanted that when he had these two
Oh.
big units like a Scar and a Laura. Was not able to take advantage of those units there because Pink Royd got that early stat on him there.
12.000.
Defense breaks going to be landing on top of that Laura, and that's definitely going to be it for Big V.
Yeah, Pink Royd looking very confident. Resist the reset, but it doesn't matter at this point because this Fire Monkey King is just unstoppable. The stacks, the damage, beautiful pick into that whole composition, and like you said, he
Iya,
guaranteed he
kenapa
had turn
kenapa
1.
nggak ban
Yes,
si
he did. Round 2, going to
Oliver
Pink
aja
Royd
gitu
this
ya.
time.
Jadi nanti
Pink
Sonyanya
Royd doing
bisa
what was
ngebunuh
seemingly
satu
impossible and taking us to a
Sonyanya
1-1
bisa
situation
ngebunuh.
for the first time at the
Bukannya Sonya
SWC
itu tergantung ini ya,
2023
dia
World
makin kenceng
Finals
picknya
with a
bakal
great
makin
showing and an
critical.
immaculate start
Makin gede
and
damage-nya.
close to that round.
Harusnya sih ke api. Soalnya aku pernah
One
lihat
of the
kemarin dia
most
nyerang ke api dia
important things that
critical.
he did
Si
here, and we
Obabu.
talked about, is
Cuma
he
di
put
emang
a first pick
pro player
in Heigang
mungkin
that
ada
doesn't give
pemikiran
you a
lain
lot of
gitu ya.
information, right? On the
Loved
first
it.
match, he slapped the Chiwu and the Esh, and that told Big V what he was trying to do, and it was too hard to back off
Nah,
them.
kan
But
feeling gue
right
bener
now,
kan nggak bakal
he kept his
3-0
options
gitu. Tiga mah
open,
udah
and
sama
that
nih.
paid off.
So I really like the Masha. I had no problem with Masha.
Tadi
being
kayaknya
the last
kalau
pick. That's
si
perfect
Big
to
V
wrap up this
ngambil
draft, but I do think it needed to be
siapa
another
namanya?
speed lead. Because I
Ragdoll.
think if you're going
Kalau
to drop
ngambil
in those
Ragdoll
units,
tuh
that Laura, that
bisa
Scar,
jadi
he said,
karena
hey, I need to go turn 1.
Ragdoll
But
tuh
he
kalau
lost the
misalkan
speed
musuhnya
lead. That got
critical
banned
dia
out there. I think
nambahin
he really
10%
needed it.
attack
Yeah, that's a
bar.
good point.
Berarti
Or
tadi
he
Etna
could have
nyerangnya
banned the speed
2
lead
kali
on
kan
the
ke
other side
satu
or
hero.
the Etna,
Jadi
right?
dia nambah
But
20,
I think
Sonyanya
he
naik.
was thinking,
Bisa
maybe
kill
he
tuh.
doesn't ban my speed lead.
Satu
Maybe that's the
hero-nya
only
dari
reason.
Pink
That,
Royd
that
ya.
could have been
Cuma
it. Maybe he thought
dia
something
nggak
else was
ngambil
so
karena
threatening
tapi
that
dia
it would
ngambil
make,
Masha.
and
Makanya gue
unfortunately
kurang
the
setuju
Sonya
sih dia
ended up
ngambil
being
Masha.
a bit of a dead pick
Tadi kalau
right at the
ngambil
start.
Rika
Pink Royd was
sebenarnya
able to
bagus.
dispatch
Rika
that
atau
so
Fire
effectively
Bice
right at the
bagus.
get-go, meaning putting Big V at a 3-4 monster deficit right on turn 1 there, Stoic.
Well, that Sonya became a dead pick all just because he didn't take turn 1. If he
Yeah.
had taken turn 1, he would have been able to
Exactly.
utilize that Sonya, but he just
Exactly.
didn't have it, man. And that's kind of like why, like, yeah, the Masha wasn't terrible, but he wasn't able to, his comp was ruined. Sonya not being viable, the other two not being viable, but hey, we've got another round coming in here, round number 3.
And look at this beautiful stadium where SWC 2023 is happening right now, Stoic. What do you expect? Is Big V going back to the double speed lead? Turn 1, I'm gonna destroy you. Or is Pink Royd going to change his strat and not going turn 1 this time.
Well, when you see Hagang and the Prey Band coming from Big V, I can't help but look at that and say, this man wants to go turn 1, not get interrupted here. So obviously, Laura's going to be one of the units that it will be banned out by Pinkroyd because it's one of those high volatility turn 1 units.
Wah, Vanessa-nya diambil. Di sini gue setuju. Vanessa diambil dulu, dia ngambil speed leadernya biar dia jalan dulu. Soalnya di sini Big V ngambil Shan, kemungkinan dia bakal kontes speed leader.
Start taking those units. That is 2 units that honestly I could have seen Big V taking those right here in this situation right now if Pinkroyd had went a different route.
Very good point, Stoic, and reminding players, younger players at home that don't have a lot of experience, the Cigar is so strong in here because he brings that attack bar reduction, the reset, the beneficial effect removal, and the Vanessa, the 33% speed lead with the revive, the death break, also a strip. Right now, Big V taking away that Chiwu is very interesting. Does that tell Pinkroyd, you can go with an Etna because now I have 2 fire units?
I think he goes into the turn 1 unit and under the speed lead as well. I mean, Juno, interesting. I mean, like I said, Juno's not bad. It also is showing that he can turn things around here and go turn 2, and he is going to be doing that. The Juno, the Camilla hits the field
like
here.
the Camilla. You know what? When the Camilla hits the field, because last time what he went middle of the road. He got the Kitty on the Sheng and the Julian, and that is a little bit more difficult. Right now, he went with 2 bruiser units. The Nikki coming out to heal block, very, very strong against these 2 units. Also a lot of damage. We'll see if Pinkroyd locks down a 3rd bruiser unit at the end. And Big V with a double occult girl. The Annabelle bringing the heal, the cleanse, the slow, the AoE death break. Very strong unit.
Yep, so I do like this. Now, this is actually the Big V that I was trying to emulate myself here, where you have that Chiwu, you have that segment able to reset and really control your opponent here. And we do know how well that these 2 occult girls are tuned together and how well they're going to work together as well. So we'll see what happens when it comes to Pinkroyd. Pinkroyd is in a position where we're going to be taking
Suiki. Very interesting pick. That tells you that he's probably
Suiki itu
going to
pasifnya ya,
spend one of the
makin
damage
lama
units.
dia pakai skill
Doesn't care
2-nya,
about the
makin
turn
misalnya
1.
ditahan skill
Is
2-nya
it
nggak
the
dipakai.
Sean?
Dia
Is
makin
it the Nikki? The
ini,
thing is, it's so
makin
much
gede
healing
damage-nya.
with the double Occult Girl, right?
I don't think he cares about the speed lead. Chiwu's going to be let through here. Could be that segment to stop,
Ya,
you know, if
feeling
he
gue
thinks
sih
that's
si
going to be a
Big V
problem for his
bakal
Vanessa or
ngelepas
his
speed
Cigar here.
leadernya
So I wouldn't be
33.
surprised,
Dia
but it is, I
ngebandnya
think, the
harusnya
Shan
Camilla.
or one of those occult girls.
Yeah.
It's the Shan.
Gimana ya?
We agree. The Vanessa's been on the other side. He wants to guarantee that there's no revive, that he removes a unit, and they're done. Turn 1 will probably go to Big V, but let's see if this Camilla that has no skin, notably, can do something to Big V's
Oh,
comp.
that is so sad. It's just the vanilla Camilla.
Here we go. Does he land it? The glancing might be important. He doesn't do it. He gets the damage. Do they land? The death break comes in.
It's a lot of defense breaks in
It's
the
going to be a
field
lot of
here.
damage. A
We'll
lot of
see.
damage.
We know this to be so much damage. Keep in mind. Let's just look at these HP bars. Try to take a picture in your mind right now and see what's going to be happening in this match. Holy cow! Under 50% with almost everything except that Juno, landing heal blocks on top of that Cigar as well. So keep in mind that's phenomenal to see that. A lot of damage coming towards that Suiki as well.
But notably, no kills.
Double
And the
stun.
stuns comes out. This Camilla is going to be very, very dangerous. He can go for the freeze. Gets the freeze. Suiki with the AoE. Damage coming out, remembering that this monster gets more dangerous the more the game goes by. Lots of damage from the Chiwi. Still no crit on the Camilla. He needs to remove this Nikki and gets the provoke, Stoic.
Yeah, and additional turn as well. Looking for a secondary provoke on this Annabelle. Doesn't land it right there, though. Curse of Beautiful is going to be going out here. And, I mean, it's just going to be a little bit more healing, but the heal blocks are just so important to be landing those things here. Big V definitely on the back ropes with the units right now, but he needs to see some additional turns, some cleansing with those skill 2s out of both those occult girls and see what happens.
Is Stoic, if this Camilla kills and freezes, she didn't freeze the Annabelle. The Annabelle can save the segment right now, but I don't think there's anything you can do to kill this Camilla. I think that was an amazing pick, and the game was over once you went through.
Yep. What needed to happen there is after we watched those occult girls go off and really put everything under that 50% there, we needed to see additional turns, healing himself up there, and it just didn't happen there. So you can't really rely on the violent procs to save you in that situation. I know I don't rely on the violent procs to save myself in that situation there, but you know what? It was just too much. The Juno, the Camilla, very, very oppressive units there with so much sustain happening on this field where everything that Big V tried drafting is landing negative effects.
Yeah, I would have liked Big V to not have banned the Vanessa because he knew he had the first turn, right? He didn't need to ban the 33, so banning the Camilla could have given him a better chance. The Suiki is easier to remove, and right now, Big Roy takes game number 3.
Yeah, super clean round 3 victory.
Berarti
Great safe
miss
draft
draft
and
ini sebenarnya dari
execution.
Big V ya.
Freud putting him at match
Berhubung
point
gua dukungnya
in the
Pink Royd ya
final
gue seneng
set
aja gitu
of the
menang.
quarterfinals here. I loved those picks. The Camilla was such a great choice there, Seppi, and at the same time, it was incredible to see him do it. All those monsters were raw, no skins, just as they come out of the scroll.
Maybe that's like a luck thing. Like I've actually heard that before, where they just go everything reverts back to default skins there because it
berarti
just seems
kedudukan
lucky where
saat
they're in
ini
their natural
2-1 ya.
habitat,
Dari
their natural
Pink
state.
Royd,
I'll take
Pink Royd
natural
2,
habitat.
Big V 1.
But
You know what?
Maybe it's a luck thing.
I've heard that about Antares, and my Antares has a skin,
And
it
he never
takes turn.
never takes a turn. That's so funny, man. Yeah, what a great game from Pink Royd. The Camilla was awesome. I love the Squeaky pick. It was just so safe because what Big V was presenting was a ton of AoE damage right at the start. And what Pink Royd did to respond to that is make sure that he could tank it and withstand and bring that game into the mid to late game where he was more comfortable playing there.
Very good point, Evan. And I also think, like we talked about, the draft was really strong. He banned the right unit, and then Big V on the other side, he kind of wanted to guarantee turn 1, but he already had turn 1, so he didn't need to ban the Vanessa. Maybe he makes some adjustments for the next one, and he doesn't go as deep and gets trapped into a bruiser comp. We talked about it game 1, right, Stoic?
Yep.
That we wanted to see the bruisers from Pink Royd, and he has done it very effectively.
Yep, that's right. It's that Hay Gang first pick. I really like that Hay Gang first pick. Really keeping things open where you can choose to go turn 1, turn 2,
Wah, ini bisa
whatever.
jadi
But
Hay
I
Gangnya
really
pas
like
pick
that
lagi
it
nih
is
dari si
choosing
Pink
not
Royd
to
ya.
speed contest with
Emang
Big V.
ngeselin Hay
I
Gang
think
nih.
that's a really big thing.
Meta
And then I
lagi,
think
lagi
Big
masuk
V's
meta
problem right
lagi.
now is not committing.
Yeah, not committing. Yeah, because I think you guys brought up a really good point. He knew he was going to take turn 1. Did he really need to ban the Vanessa? Could he have banned something else? Because, I mean, there were a couple units in play that proved to be bigger threats than that Vanessa would have been if it had made it into the game, even considering the 33% speed lead. Let's see if Pink Royd can carry it home or if Big V can get one more point on the table to stay safe. We are going into what could be the last game of this set in Pink Royd versus Big V. Take it away, guys.
Here we go, guys. Match point, Pink Royd. And Big V looking to stay alive as our final quarterfinals match right here. We've got our pre-bans from last time, Hay Gang and that Light Coke Girl, and pre-bans getting locked in right here.
Yeah, Stoic, and right now Pink Royd is going to be in his comfort zone. The Hay Gang will be available. He can pick that first, and he can then have some flexibility in the draft and do something similar. The Nikki being pre-banned, the Tian Lang being pre-banned, very strong because Tian Lang with Hay Gang, we know those names rhyme and they also go well together.
So with the Nikki actually being a pre-ban right now, I think Pink Royd's going to go down the route of Bruiser. I don't think he's going to speed contest. I think that's a fake 33
Wah,
speed.
Hay Gang
It's a
diambil
real
dong.
33 speed lead.
But it can
I think
flex.
it's fake.
It can flex.
It's a real thing.
Confirmed.
Let's see if the Hay Gang's going to appear. Now the Laura, oh, boom,
Yep.
there it is, the
Hay Gang Scar,
response.
and there's going to be 2 Bruisers to wrap up Pink Royd's draft here. And I think he doesn't want to see an Annabelle Nikki right here. I think this is brilliant by Pink Royd.
Ooh, I actually like the Etna more than the Cigar because it's speed contest, and like you said, it doesn't give away. It gives him more options. I can go speed lead at the end, or I can go double bruiser and trap you into a longer game that you're not going to be able to withstand.
That's right, because the positioning right now is saying Vanessa with an Ethna. This man wants turn 1. I
Oliver
don't think
nggak
that's
sih
what's going to
ini?
happen here. I'm
Shan
pretty sure
sama
Pink Royd's going to go with 2
Oliver
Bruiser units to
atau
wrap up his draft here. We're getting a
Kinky.
Kinky, we're getting a Sean. So I was actually hoping to see this, and Big V is reacting. And I really like that he brought this Kinky here because he too is kind of like changing
Sonya.
things. And Pink Royd's, putting my foot in my mouth right now, and he's drafting a Sonya instead of a Bruiser Schooner.
Very, very interesting, but that means that he needs another speed lead right here to guarantee. Otherwise, it's very, very dangerous.
Satu lagi
He's gonna let through
siapa ya?
this
Juno.
water Ryu for
Juno,
sure
Juno.
because now he has multiple counters to it. But how do you deal with this Kinky?
Iya, deal sama
Wow, he went
Kinky
all the way
gimana?
down to 0.
Kita
Just barely.
Padahal gue
knocked it
setuju
down.
tadi itu
Volantis
dia.
being locked by Big V. I think that's got to be a ban here. That's a Pink Royd's in a bit of a dangerous situation right now.
Is Big V going to ban Hay Gang
Oh,
right
gila
here?
ya,
But the
Druid.
danger, or
Apa sih
does he
namanya?
just ban the speed lead?
Palantis.
I think ban the speed lead.
Ah, but I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I actually like Pink Royd's
Wah, ini
draft
yang di ban
more
itu
because if he does that and the more goes
si
first
itu
and
tuh,
he bans
Vanessa.
one of the
Vanessa
strips,
sama Moore
he's in a
sih
good
katanya di
place
ban ya.
because it's very difficult for something he banned one of the strips.
Wow,
The Hay Gang
confident in
ban,
speed.
yeah,
He's
telling you.
confident.
I'm telling you, I prefer
Wah,
that.
berarti
I
ini jalan
prefer
duluan
that.
nih.
Banning the
Lihat nih ya,
Vanessa
Sonya.
would be,
Kita
I
lihat
don't know,
berapa
dangerous.
damage-nya.
Does the Laura outspeed the Ethna? That's what we're about to find out here. And the
It
Ethna
doesn't.
is going to be outspeeding
It
right
doesn't.
here. Third
Ethna
skill's
nya
coming out
dong,
here
jalan
looking to lock
duluan.
it down. Does not get the
Lihat
stun
nih
though.
damage-nya.
Second skill primed and ready looking for the kill. Does kill the shot.
The Sean is gone, and here we go, getting some strip. It doesn't strip, and the monkey will have a very strong lockdown. The only thing that he needs is to, right now, he doesn't have the
Oh, no way! With a big skill, too, coming from the Kinky. Kinky's going to be dealing a whole lot of damage here. Of course, we've got the Vanessa passive. Her skill is going to be bringing back that Sonya. Sonya's going to be attack buff, primed and ready to do a lot of damage. Right here, Laura's going to be taking not as much damage as I thought it was going to be taking.
He needs to get rid of the Edna and the monkey. The monkey first, because he has all skills, and he can control the Kinky. He tries, needs a sleep. No, doesn't go for it. This might be the opening. The Pink Floyd was waiting for. Gets the sleep. This gives you time to, you know, work on one unit at a time, get the skill back on Sonya, and the revive on Vanessa.
No additional turn's going to be popping out there. Big skill 2 is happening right now with passive down. Whoa, Pink Royd! Looks like he's going to be potentially taking this match already. Nice excited. Look at her defense break. Does get resisted. A little bit more damage coming out here. Trying to keep this unit back here.
I told you!
The slow is so important. More additional damage coming from that Sonya. No reset coming from the Vanessa. More damage. Look at that. He's got that second skill. Primed and ready. Pink Royd! With the round 4 victory and taking down Big V.
Incredible. What a task, and he did it. He got so excited when he realized that he was taking that game. Great job to Pink Royd. What a draft. What an execution.
We called it, Evan. He got into his head. Last match, he banned the Vanessa, and that was the wrong ban. This time, he should have banned the Vanessa, and he didn't. That was the wrong choice. So, I gotta tell you, Pink Royd did an amazing job in the draft. Outdrafted him in the last 2 matches. The first 2 were very close, you know, very well played by both players. But right here, he showed his preparation. He showed the mind games, and like you said, Stoic, he didn't give away his strategy too early.
Yes, Stoic, that was a great call too, because you were saying that he could go 2 brews at the end, and what Pink Royd so successfully did is put himself in a position where he could go either way. He was like, I could take turn 1, or I could go brews. He did such a great job. I love the shift to the Etna because she commits to both playstyle. She can either flex, you know, she could be either flex. Go for it, Stoic.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. It's exactly what happened there. That Hey Gang, absolutely insane to bring that there, and I love that playstyle. So Pink Royd is going to be going up against other turn 1 players. I think it's just so nice to drop in that Hey Gang as first pick, and then just draft accordingly there. Now, I did like that Big V reacted and brought that Kinky in there, because I think that was kind of the play there. But I think he should have went double Bruiser in that situation instead of, I can't remember what that other unit was that he drafted with that Kinky, but I would have preferred to see that. I like the Kinky, and then that last pick could have been maybe, you know, a Balio or something to stop that Sonya, because that Sonya was going off.
Oh yeah, the Sonya went crazy and did exactly what she was meant to do right at the start. She had the ignore defense skill to take down a unit right away. Everybody who's watching at home, we got our first coupon code of the day. It's right at the bottom of your screen. Make sure to write that down. If you're on Android, you can go into the event section and redeem that coupon code. Or if you're on iOS, you can use one of the handy links that are lovely.
Nah, ini kodenya nih guys buat di-redeem.
Good luck on those first 5 mystical scrolls, and be sure to stick around because there's more codes where that came from. And just as a reminder, we also have that accumulated viewership total that we're working towards. The more the merrier in this stream. More people watching, the closer we get to better rewards down the line, like a Devilmon, elemental scrolls of our choice, etc. It's a lot on the line today, and also SWC emblems that you can exchange in the shop. So a lot more rewards. So stick around. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from that last set that we just watched, guys. Pink Royd versus Big V. That was a big one. That was a big matchup at the end of the quarterfinals.
Yep, it was. I mean, that was some of the most exciting matches that we got to see, was a Big V versus Pink Royd. It's exactly what we wanted to see here to wrap up our quarterfinals here with excellent play coming from both these players here. Big V did come out pretty strong there. I mean, we saw some Julian, and I did not like that. It's funny when it came to a draft for Pink Royd, dropped down on the field, I'm like, I don't know. I just don't feel good about it, and I was right. I mean, Big V did his job, came in there, wiped the floor with Pink Royd in that match there. But then you want to know what happened is we watched someone just learn and evolve after that, because he just handled Big V right after that.
Yeah, he adapted super well, Stoic, and one of the biggest things too is he understood not only using his strengths, but being humble and not trying to fully speed check a player that is faster than you. So he did super well. Match 2, the Fire Monkey was too much. Match 3 was the Camilla that didn't get banned. The Vanessa got banned instead, and it came back to bite Big V very strongly. And then on the last match, like you said, the Kinky pick was very, very strong, but he didn't take into account the post ban, the Sonya ignore defense, and he trusted that he was going to be able to outspeed, but very difficult against two monsters that have very high base speed, the Etna and the Sonya.
I think this goes back to what I said before, just not committing. So when we saw that Kinky come out there, he was committing to like, well, half committing to going with like a bruiser route and then playing it through Pinkroyd. Because if we had seen Kinky, another bruiser, a Baleo wrapping up the draft there, I think he would have been in such a better position where he would have handled the Sonya, and the Sonya wouldn't have sniped something out like it did.
And let me tell you something, the unsung hero of this match was Kinky on the Shank, because without him, he couldn't have killed the Kinky. Because there would be no CC, and we know that Kinky would have been countering, death breaking, having an opening, and killing a lot of low HP units. So as a Kinky on the Shank player myself, I use that against
Dan
Kinky
dia
a
nggak bisa
lot.
kritikal ya.
I love how reactive Pinkroyd is. He
gila
really is
buat
someone
Pinkroyd.
who goes up there and he enjoys these tournaments. You can really tell in his face that he's just so happy to get those victories and to play these matches. And just even to be here, like he had said in his intro videos.
Oh yeah, he's such an expressive player. Like when he knew the match was his right before taking down the Kinky, like the look on his face was absolutely gold. And we'll see how he handles being in the semifinals because he's moving forward to meet True Whale. So he's got another tough match ahead of him there, Seppi.
Yeah, Evan, and let me tell you something, no surprises today yet. All the favorites have won. Now we're going to have the two world champs facing each other, and we're going to have the EU champ facing the America's Cup champ.
What are these matchups, man? This is the most stacked bracket that we've seen in an SWC World Finals possibly to date. And some of our most exciting matches are coming up next. So we have a lot to look forward to today. And I already feel like I've been spoiled, especially with that last one. It was such a pleasure to watch Pinkroyd play. Big V too. I loved seeing him at the America's Cup, and the double Occult Girl Stoic never gets old.
Yeah, it does. It never gets old. It does get a little old when it doesn't work out, though. So it's kind of sad to see that happen.
Wait, you just contradicted yourself. It never gets old. It does get a little bit old. But it doesn't.
That's how Stoic talks about his RTA all the time. When we were playing RTA before this, man.
He politely didn't disagree with you, and then he did.
And then he's like, and I disagree. He specifically dislikes playing.
But yeah, I totally agree. And Big V's style is super exciting, right? He's a player that goes for turn one. He's very aggressive, likes to remove units very quickly. The thing was, Pinkroyd was prepared. He adapted. He learned from his mistakes early on, and now he's going to be facing a big wall between him and that finals True Whale.
Oh yeah, and you mentioned earlier too, we got the two world finalists up against each other, Diligent versus Les. It's going to be absolutely wild. I can't wait to see these two fight each other. And they've played against each other before, so they know this matchup. They know what to do.
I mean, I think it gets even more entertaining because when we're looking at Diligent, we're looking at Les, we're looking at two world champions going up against each other. And then, of course, True Whale and Pink V, so it's like we have our European Cup champion, we have our America's Cup champion, and then we have world champions going head-to-head in that match number one. It really is. This is the most exciting.
How
We
cool.
couldn't have written it any better, guys.
No, honestly, we couldn't have. Couldn't have asked for more. It's going to be great. I'm really looking forward to what's coming, guys. I know that my predictions are still set. I think I have an idea for who's going to take it. Seppi, do you feel comfortable sharing who you think is going to take the whole thing?
I will not. I will
I had a
wait
feeling.
for people at the end, but I have gotten 100% of the predictions right so far. So, you know what?
Oh, yeah. I forgot. You have.
I have.
You're the one person whose bracket hasn't been upset each time. That's actually wild.
What about you guys at home? Tell us in chat. Our community managers will tell us in a little bit, and big shout out to them. You know, give them some love in chat. You probably have. Come to us, Moke, over there. Motion, send them big hugs from us. They do a lot of beautiful work.
They do. They absolutely do. And make sure to get that code that was dropped in chat. And now, guys, going on from here, all these players have already won a slice of the prize pool. So there's a lot at stake at the end here. There's the title, and now they're fighting for $100,000. There's so much on the line, and that means that the games are going to be even more intense. And that's why I'm glad that we're doing it in person live, because I love seeing these players react to difficult situations. Stoic, what match are you looking forward to the most there, Stoic?
I mean, Diligent last. That's it. We're watching world champions go head to head right now, and it's not even in the final. It's so exciting to see that. You know, so many people. Those are the two top dogs that everyone would expect to just be like these are the guys that win it. But they got to play each other. So only one of them can go to the final. It's my favorite match so far.
Oh yeah, Seppi. How about
I agree. That is a gorgeous matchup. It's like the Lakers and the Celtics. You know, Messi versus Ronaldo is the two experienced guys that really know each other. Big rivalry. as well. We know that in that matchup, Big V, even though it's not going to be there, he's going to be rooting for his friend Les. And then at the bottom bracket is going to be super exciting to see two other guys that want to have a shot at that title, right? We talked about it. The collection of trophies for True Will, that's the only one missing.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah.
After that, he's got everything. He's got everything that the Summoners War title world has to offer. He will have the Legend title, America's Cup champ, and then World champ.
Yeah, and for Pinkroyd, he's been here before. He's finished second place. He's gotten that
so
closely,
close.
right? So right now he's like, I want that shot again.
Yeah. And these players, they also have some time in between. We've got a break right before we go into the semifinals too. They could actually change some things around. You know, they've got some time. Stoic, like they could mess with their monster boxes and kind of reroute some
Correct.
stuff.
That's a lot of stuff that happens here. Where they'll change up even the priority of their units, shifting things up more to closer to where their draft, just to help out with their time and like what they want to potentially bring there. You know, especially when it comes to these tournaments, a lot of that happens here where they're utilizing little things that's been introduced to the game to help players, you know, strategize what they want to bring here. But there's always a little bit of artifact changing. Obviously, damage dealt on specific elements is very, that's a necessity when you know someone's going to be playing. If someone's a big favorite of playing a DAC unit or a light unit, where they're going to be bringing damage dealt on light, damage dealt on DAC, because this person's known for bringing something of that. You know, sometimes that happens with like Molongs, where you see that Molong come out and you're like, oh, interesting, he's going with the Molong. Well, that's because that's additional damage based on said element that they knew it was going to be happening in there. So we'll see what happens, because it could be a lot of interesting things here, interesting strategies with players like these. These are the best of the best right here. All regions coming together. This is it.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Stoic. I would not be surprised if True Will put a bunch of additional damage on light. We know that Pinkroyd has the Tian Lang, the Sean, you know.
He could.
Di
He could move
Zerat,
those things
dia
around.
punya
Actually,
Zerat.
speaking of
Jangan
monsters, do you have
lupa.
an MVP
Light
monster today
Dragon.
so far, Seppi?
So far, I think that the most oppressive unit has been Tian Lang, is the unit that kind of changes the playstyle. But if we have to say someone that's been the one that's been the difference maker and very dominating, I'm going to actually say Chung Peng. I think Chung Peng has surprised us. Surprised us.
The unit I would go with, and it just I feel like white bread when I say this, and it's more. It's the Water Ryu as well. It's that 24 speed, it's that strip, that's that additional damage, the attack breaker. He brings so much to the table, and he's such a perfect first pick. Am I going Bruiser? Am I going turn 1? Turn 1, more than likely, but you can go turn 2, and it's still not that bad.
But Moore lost all of its matches in this last one. So
Whoa.
Pinkroyd showed us how to counter Moore. It's with the Sonya, it's with the Etna. So I want to see True Whale bringing that Moore or Water Ryu. That's a cool thing about swapping runes that you talked about. Maybe you'll have both of them and swap around between the Water and the Water Ryu.
Yeah, I'd say that my MVP monster is probably Etna.
Yeah.
Super fast base speed, like we saw in the last round there, can fit either play style. If you want to go turn 1, obviously you can with that high base speed, or she can kind of fit into the Bruise play style with lasting value. She can punish units that are off will with a defense break early, cycle back to do the third skill. Like, all of her cooldown times are 1 turn less than they seem because of that too. I think that she's probably my favorite.
You know something I'm going to say? The Masha has surprised me. The Masha has been doing super well. It's been a pocket pick. Very effective, like you called it, Stoic, against the Juno. Also with a lot of sustained damage, right? It's a monster. It can be a little bit tanky, but deals a lot of damage. Very volatile. So, yeah.
I know, Bruiser in its own realm, being able to knock off its beast and then still be there in the match there to always built on Violent, to just Violent proc with massive damage when it's dismounted. So Masha bringing a ton of value.
What's been a little surprising to me is that we haven't seen a lot of Miles Raccooney today, actually. Like, in the grand scheme of things, there hasn't been a great opportunity.
We
where
haven't
I'm
seen
like,
a Miles.
I've been all like, oh, I would love a Miles there today, or I'd love a Raccooney here. You know, so I haven't seen something like that in a little while. So, you know, there just hasn't been a proper moment where we pick picks of the Holy Trinity.
Lihat si tikus itu tuh, Raccooney sama Miles.
That's great. Everybody, quarterfinals are wrapping up. We're going to be going to the semis in just a second. Stick with us. We're going to break. We'll see you in a little bit.
ไฟนอลไปแล้วครับมีใครเชียร์ใครที่เข้ารอบกันบ้างหรือเปล่าน่าจะมีนะแล้วก็ต้องบอกว่ารอบต่อไปต้องเข้มข้นขึ้นอย่างแน่นอนครับ Congratulations to all the 4 winners to go through the semi-finals. And next, I would like to invite everyone to enjoy the highlights of the quarter-finals, and then I'll be back once again to start the journey of the semi-finals. แล้วก็ในช่วงต่อไปนะครับเดี๋ยวจะขอเรียนเชิญทุกท่านนะครับในการร่วมกันรับชมถึงไฮไลท์นะครับของ quarter finals ว่าเป็นอย่างไรกันบ้างและจะกลับมาในช่วงหน้าครับของการเริ่มต้นเปิดฉากกับ semi finals ครับตอนนี้เชิญชมได้เลยครับ
sambil nunggu jeda istirahat ya, kita manjat tower dulu nggak sih? Kita ke apa ya namanya ya, window capture gitu. Bukan. Ini dulu. Oke. Sambil nunggu istirahat kita main ini dulu guys. Kita manjat tower dulu. Kita pakai combo ini aja, combo dot. Mana ya ini Gani, ini sama ini. Si Gali mana bang? Si Galinya pulang, katanya makan dulu, lapar. Ajijan, Halil Gibran, Ajijan yang itu Teta, yang si Iqbal Teta. Tadi ada si Iqbal tuh komen-komen di YouTube, nggak tahu tuh sekarang kemana. Selamat datang. Iya, yang dulu ngaji di Pautan sama Iki. Wih, gila, gimana kabarnya Jijan? Udah lama gak ketemu nih. Kita manjat tower dulu sebelum turnamennya mulai nih. Manjat tower dulu, kita manjat tower. Sekarang di mana, udah kerja ya? Apa masih kuliah? Jijan. Boom. Si Iki juga ini kadang nge-live Valorant dia, cuma nggak tahu ya sekarang. Kemarin mah pernah tuh live Valorant dia. Ntar nonton aja tuh ke channelnya si Iki. Masuk kuliah sama Iqbal di Bandung. Oh, kuliahnya di Bandung juga, di Bandung ya. Oke. Ya udahlah, semoga lancar aja kuliahnya di sana. Semoga lancar kuliahnya, nggak ada cuti kalau bisa mah, biar cepet beres aja gitu. Ngambil jurusan apa nih kuliahnya nih? Apa bareng sama si Iqbal di UPI? Teknik mesin ya si Iqbal kalau nggak salah. Sekarang mah lagi sering main Apex dia. Kadang juga nge-live bareng sama Abagas di YouTube atau di Twitch. Kalau di Twitch sih temennya. Spill channelnya Iki ya, kalau nggak salah tuh channelnya apa ya? Ojos apa gitu tuh. Lupa. Nanti deh pokoknya kalau ini mah apa dicari aja ya. Bentar ya. Kita cari aja channelnya. Soalnya dia mana, kita buka YouTube. Bentar ya, kita cari dulu nih di YouTube. Ya di Unikom jurusan DKV Jijan mah. Oh, DKV, iya. Oke lah, semoga ini ya lancar kuliahnya, nggak ada hambatan. Nanti ini dikasih ya Pak, kalau udah ada channelnya. Sini. Apa kenapa Anu? Taruh di meja aja. Taruh di meja ayah ya. Ya. Ya, taruh di sana. Waduh, ini gue ininya. Salah dong.
WC 2023 ในรอบของเซมิไฟแนลนะครับตอนนี้ 4 คนสุดท้ายนี้จะต้องฟาดฟันกันนะครับในการชิงตั๋ว2ใบสุดท้ายเพื่อเข้าสู่ในรอบแกรนด์ไฟแนลแต่ว่านอกเหนือจากนี้ครับใครที่มาในวันนี้นะครับมีโอกาสจริงๆครับที่จะมีโอกาสลุ้นรับของรางวัลต่างๆแต่ว่าจะต้องอยู่จนจบงานเท่านั้นนะครับถึงจะมีสิทธิ์ในการที่จะลุ้นรับได้เพราะฉะนั้นนะครับตอนนี้นะครับเดี๋ยวขอส่งหน้าที่ต่อให้กับเหล่าของแคสเตอร์ได้เลยครับผม
The SWC 2023 World Finals. My name is still Evan, and I'm still with Stoic and Seppi. What's going on, guys? How was the break, Stoic?
Yeah,
What's
we're
up?
back, dude. It was nice. It was nice to be able to sit back, relax, and then come back in a very short time to get right back into these very exciting matches. I'm ready.
Yeah, this is it. Seppi, we're going into the semifinals next.
This is the time that I've been waiting for. The champions facing each other. We have 4 champions over here, guys. We're going to see a lot of different drafts. Let's see if they have prepared for each other. I don't think there were any surprises in the first one, so they might have been very well prepared for this next matchup.
You said it, Seppi. It's a bad day to be an underdog. The predictions have held true so far. And everything that happens here is now we're getting into the thick of it. These are the best games yet. The semifinals is absolutely stacked. We're starting off with a huge one in Diligent versus Lest. These are both previous world champions. Only one can come out on top and move on to the finals. Notably, everybody here is already winning a part of the prize pool, but there's still the $100,000 left to be claimed, as well as the title. Now, going into this next one, Seppi, you are a big fan of Lest.
Yeah, I think I'm actually an outlier right here because the majority of people are trusting Diligent to win this. But I think that Les and him have a very interesting matchup. I think that Les is a very strong drafter. He can prepare very well for that lower wedge edge, knows how to play comfortably around it, but Diligent always has a very big box, the runes. He adapts very well his draft. So, you know what? For me, is a coin toss. What about you, Sir?
Yep. I mean, this is the one that everyone's looking forward to. This is the biggest match that we'll have, minus, of course, our grand final. Diligent versus Les. It's a tough one. You know, we watched Diligent, you know, have a fantastic match up against Lufia. We watched Les have a fantastic match up against Takuzo. But you know what? I want to see that the comfort disappear. We're going to see that discomfort in the draft where things aren't going to be as clean as most players want.
Main apa guys? Mending Apex bentar ya. Kita lagi nonton turnamen dulu nih. Ini lagi manjat tower aja gitu, lagi jeda tadi. Bentar. Habis ini kita Apex. Sabar ya teman-teman ya. Habis ini kita Apex, santai-santai.
Here to try to get his second world champion title.
It hasn't been long, Evan. He won it in 2021, so if he gets it right now in 2023, there'll only be 1 year away. On the other hand, Lest won it a while back.
It's been 2019. We got the 2019 world champ versus the 2021 world champ here, Stoic.
Yep, that's right. I mean, like I said, this is the one to watch. This is not the one that you leave to use the bathroom and to get an extra popcorn or a drink. Like, sit down! Watch this match. This is where it's at, man.
Yeah, you're not going to want to blink after this match starts.
And right now, it appears that Diligent set in the wrong place.
And Diligent's opponent, previous world champion, it's Lest. Can he get a second world champ title after his 2019 win? The only other one here looking for a repeat, Stoic.
That is true. Looking for a repeat. I mean, it's both players looking for a repeat for sure. But Lest, I mean, this guy, he's primed, he's ready. We'll find out. I'm very, very curious how these two are going to be drafting because, like I said, they were very comfortable with their previous matches. I want to see that discomfort get thrown right out the window as we get into this one. What's going to happen? Is there going to be speed contest? Are we looking to see some quick bruises right out the gate? I don't know. I really don't.
Yeah, I think that the coolest thing about this, Evan, is even though we guarantee that one former world champ goes to the final, we don't know if a former world champ will win at all, and it would be the first time ever. We've only had different world champions so far in all of these 6-7 previous years, right?
Oh yeah, I think you're correct. And these two are gonna, this is the match that's gonna make them sweat a little bit more. This is a big challenge. Who's gonna move forward to defend their title up against the other in the finals, against either True Whale or Pink Floyd? Right now, these two have each other to look at. You gotta take down one or the other.
Diligent looking very focused. Lest as well. They've been here before. I think that the composure, you know, the seriousness in which they take these games will be something very interesting to see. Can one of them kind of like take the lead and win 1 or 2 games and shake up, you know, their preparation?
That's going to be a big factor, early tempo on this one, because you got to do the psychological warfare, especially when both opponents are so evenly matched. watched. I think that these two are a match made in heaven for the first set in the semifinals.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see if Les will continue with that Chandra, speed lead into the Charlotte, the segment. Very interesting because it's a strong comp against that turn 1 from Diligent, right?
It is. I think it is. I think that Chandra makes that the positioning where you go from turn 1 and then you opt to go for Bruiser. I think that's where that Chandra really is shining here. That might not be the case going up against Diligent, but if Diligent does choose to go that route where he goes turn 1, swaps to turn 2, if Les sees that and he thinks that's what's going to be happening, I think that's where we're going to see that Chandra come in.
Oh, and look at this beautiful crowd,
This
Evan.
huge audience live in Bangkok, Thailand. This is such a cool thing to see all these Summoners War fans coming together to watch our favorite game, and even more outside. There's an exterior section to this with even more people. It's an overflow area. There's a wait list to get in. It's awesome. It's a huge show. Love being a part of it, seeing the community come together.
They said there was a wait list of 300 people, over 300 people on that wait list to get in. It's so crazy. The hype there is around Summoners War here in Bangkok, Thailand.
Yeah,
You
there's
know
a
what
lot
I-
to do outside too.
You know what? I feel very lucky that we got in.
I can't believe we got
Imagine
it.
if
How
we didn't
did we
get-
land
how
this
did-
ticket?
How did we get it? That's crazy. Yeah, and there's lots of photo ops out there too, and games you can play, as well as a store, a pop-up store out there too. So there's a lot for people to interact with while they're here at the show. And going into it, everybody better find their seats. Better shut up and sit down. Diligent versus Lest coming up here in a second. This is the one to watch. And I'm really curious if the Chandra is going to make a reappearance like we were talking about. There's been a lot of faith put in that monster, where he's even been taken over the Cigar. And I thought that Cigar would probably be the priority pick today, Seven.
Very good point, Evan. And you know what? Who would have thought? I know one person that couldn't have imagined this. Ciara. Ciara never thought
Ciara,
that Chandra
she's crying. She's
would
out
have
there
been
crying.
picked over her
I know.
in an SWC World Finals. We lived to witness this. This tells me that balance patches, the impact, and changes in the game
Oh, yeah.
is so amazing, and how the players in the community themselves, they start building these units and kind of creating a wave of change. I love seeing
You
that.
know who else has made me feel like that today, Stoic? Is the Camilla picks. The Camilla picks. I'm like, wow.
I love
What
the
an age to be
Camilla
alive.
Wasn't that your first Nat 5?
It was my second Nat 5.
Second Nat
my
5.
first one was Jameer. My first one was
Nice.
Jameer. I got him way back in the day before he cleansed, which was really cool.
Yeah, I remember years of asking for Camilla to finally be a thing. The fact that it is so good right now and people are bringing it in these bruiser routes where you go from turn 1, swapping to turn 2 and being like, yeah, Camilla's going to be great here. I absolutely love that. It's a unit that I really wanted to come into light, and it's finally here.
What about yours, Stoic? Who was your first Nat 5 in the game?
Oh no, my first Nat 5 was Ciara.
Ciara,
yeah.
wow. Great Nat 5. Tell us in chat which one was yours.
Prime first pick in RTA
It was,
for years,
it
and now
was.
she hasn't been seen. I mean, it's such a bummer. Her sisters have gotten priority over her. All of a sudden, she finds herself at the bottom of the 5 oracles. Actually.
Well, I mean, I know the nerfs came out, the balance patches do a lot here, but I think what happens is there's so many viable units that come into the table that have come into the meta, and what's going on here is like everyone's tired of her being the best daughter.
Yeah, I know.
That's it.
Yeah,
We're
that's-
done.
Exactly. We haven't seen him in tournament play this season, but Smicer has kind of taken a role of what Ciara was doing. But at the same time, it's like he's got the stun there, which is a much
Yes.
more reliable debuff than the dot.
But no speed lead, though.
No speed
It's
lead, but
different.
something's got to give.
It's
Yep.
different. I'll say, you know what? Maybe a lot of people in chat have the same first Nat 5 that I did. Pheromos. The first, no,
Yeah.
jokes aside, it was a Ganny.
Ganny.
I was
Ganny.
very
I was
lucky.
I was about to meet you there. It was a Ganny.
It
for
wasn't
you.
normal Ganny. It was extra broken Ganny that could
man.
ventilate himself.
Ganny-
Strip first
Ganny
skill.
in the Wild
strip,
West.
proc. Like, who allowed that, right? Imagine that nowadays.
No, I can't imagine that now, 'cause that's insane.
I got to revisit that series on YouTube, the Just How Broken Was This Monster. The
Yeah.
first episode was on Ganymede for a good reason. He was double reset in one monster. He was a whole team, but as one monster. Yeah, that's one of my favorite times. I'm glad I got to see that. I got to see 2017 on TA. I got to say it was a different time. 2023 SWC is a totally different ball game, and I gotta say I like the way that the meta has kind of evolved. I actually like it. I like it more now for sure, and I like that Double Reset has kind of found a new home in things like Cigar and Oliver.
Yeah.
I'm in the minority. I love watching Oliver play. I'm a degenerate. I love Oliver. I absolutely do. Stoic. Do you like Cigar? Do you like the other
I
half
am.
of
I was
Legacy?
actually a big fan. So a lot of things that I say, like I was a pioneer at a time where I brought these units in, and Cigar was actually one of those units that I brought in before he was good. Might I add? So I fully when I pulled him when he was brand new, fully Devilmoned him, brought him into ATA, got absolutely smoked. But I said, win or lose, it doesn't matter. I said this unit will be insane.
There were a few of these that you did.
Yeah, I want to say Stoic is what we like to call a Summoner's War hipster.
Dreamer.
Oh,
Hipster.
absolutely.
He likes to
Look at
say.
the evidence. Dominic Gyo.
Evan,
Dominic
he has a
Gio.
T-shirt that says, "Every Summoner's War monster that you like, I liked 3 years
3
ago."
years ago. I liked it before it was cool. Way before they were cool. Oliver was the other one, actually. You kind of
Oliver
were.
was that
You
as
were
well.
a front runner for Oliver back in the day when
Yep.
it was like an attack
Before
power
speed
lead or
lead,
something like
yeah.
that. Yeah, I think it was.
You know what? Who's your favorite cooldown increase, reset unit in the game? Let's get that out there. I bet that you guys will never guess mine.
Oki.
I mean, it's the
Nope.
one that I really want. It can't be Oki. Yeah, it can't be Oki. It's not Oki. Yeah. Mine personally is the Zabala. I want it so bad. I
Zabala,
think it's
nice.
such a
That's a
good
cool one.
I think mine's Cigar, but I'm kind of like living vicariously through people right now
Okay.
because I don't have one. Is yours Ganny?
Nice. Not at all. It is the unit that gave me my first Special League G1.
Ashir.
It is not. Asher doesn't reset. It's a unit that resets.
Whoops.
Cooldown.
Who could it be?
Walkers.
Walker.
The light bounty hunter.
Walkers, bro.
Stun and reset, baby. Let's go. Check it out. Go to the
Walkers?
collection.
Were you doing a full light?
Yeah, full
I
light.
think that was the one where you were doing a
It
full
was
light.
Escher, so Escher was part of the team, so good job.
To
It was
Stoic's
Escher,
credit,
Walker.
he reduces his cooldown, his own cooldown
own-
time.
his
He
own
doesn't
cooldown.
increase cooldown time, but he does
Yeah,
reduce.
yeah, yeah.
He reduces his own.
If he
something
kills,
If
if
he
he
kills.
kills,
If
yeah.
he kills. If there is a
My
massacre
bad.
when he uses massacre, then he reduces his own cooldown time.
Yeah.
We're in an age where there's an abundance of increased cooldown time effects. We got Oliver, we got Chunk Bone, we got everything. It's one of my favorite ways to play the game. I'm curious to see how Lest and Diligent are going to bring this together. I'd like to see a more bruiser playstyle. That's just kind of like what I enjoy seeing.
You like?
What are you expecting to see out of this one here, Seb?
I think first match will be really understanding what the direction is going to be, so I don't expect a lot of changes. I
Speed
expect
leads from
Diligent,
both players.
yeah, to go with a classic Laura Wedjet if he has them available. Maybe he'll spice in that Volantis last pick. It's a very interesting unit to bring, and then Lest, I think we'll stick to what he's been using. But after the first match, if we see a very big disparity between game styles, I can definitely see Lest going to some of his, high trust units like the Praha, like the Kitian de Shang, the Velajul, and play into that resistance, gameplay if he gets to ban some of those units that give the big advantage to Diligent, like the Wedge.
Oh, that would be incredible. We're going to see how this plays out. Diligent versus Lest on the grand final stage right now. We're going into the best of 5, the first of the semifinals bracket. Here we go. This is round 1. Guys, take it away.
Here we go, guys. Our first semifinal match between Diligent and Les. Let's get into it.
Oke, kita mulai,
Pre-ban
guys, ya.
getting locked in right here.
Akhirnya
Les
semifinal
with the
kita mulai
first
nih.
pick.
Ooh, I really like the
respect
pre-ban on
banget
the
ya, light
A4.
sama
That
Ekma.
strong unit, very, very fast, gains attack bar. Some could say that it's a better ragdoll. Some people are saying that ragdoll is not as good as it used to. I still think
No, you
Brandia,
stop that.
please.
No.
Brand.
Like,
Oh,
Cow
he's playing-
Gaming.
Yeah, Cow Gaming.
we see this rivalry goes, back. Eleanor.
Nope.
Nope. What is he doing? Looking for units. Is it going to be the Chandra? Is it not? Is it the Cigar? 7 seconds, 6, 4. Oh, it is the Charlotte,
It is
my
the
dear
Charlotte.
friend.
You want to know what this is?
Charlotte
I'm
was-
starting to see a trend here. This is a mind game, and what he's trying to do is take the time away from Diligent. Diligent choose not to flash units. He goes right in with his game plan here. I think that's a mind game.
Whoa,
Ooh,
Zabala.
Zabala.
Oh, thinking about it. Oh,
Yep,
Diligent does not like
nope,
that.
Diligent is not
He
entertained
doesn't
by
like
this. I'm
me-
telling you right now, this is a mind game. Les already knows what he wants to pick.
Yeah, oh,
He's
he
already
knows.
locked. It's the Cigar. It was Zabala. Zabala's
It's
great.
Zabala. Yeah, I
really
really
like
like the triple element. He keeps himself element neutral. Now let's see if Diligent brings the Laura or the Wedjet. So far we haven't seen it. We know this is a very fast Moor, the very fast segment. So 2 strong units, turn 1. The Masha coming out. I don't know if you want to double fire, this early. I think that's dangerous. The Shizuka is way better.
Yeah,
Shizuka
Shizuka
Juno.
Juno.
Oh, Juno, but he doesn't bring Shizuka Juno. I like that. This is more bruiser playstyle, so what we're seeing is already adaptation, Stoic. I'm impressed that Wedge at Laura did not come out.
I feel like this, not impressed here. What I think is happening right now is both players trying to not be predictable. And I think if we saw the Widget Laura come out there, you can't help but quickly respond with like, oh, Widget Laura, I know what I'm doing. So what we're seeing is some very interesting units right now.
Well,
Chao and
Lock it in.
Stoic, I'm just saying one thing. I understand that they want to adapt, but I think Lest has a way stronger draft right now. I think he baited Diligent into a double fire pick very early on. And I think he can just ban that last pick, take the Sonya out, and not deal with that. And if the Chao gets through, this is a Chao solo, my friend.
This is definitely a Chao solo. I think Chao needs to get banned out here. I'd be fine with the additional damage, the additional strip coming out of this Laura. I think this is still okay here if you choose to lock that in.
Maybe even wants to ban the segment or the speed lead right now. You know?
Chao is a massive problem.
Segment, ban segment.
Yeah, Chao is unkillable in this situation if the Moore goes away, even, right? And then the thing is, if you don't have the reset, how do you deal with the Praha? So that's why the Praha pick is really good too. So we talked about Les changing into this more reactive playstyle, the respect on the Chao.
You had to.
Perfect.
Yep.
Incredible.
Yeah, like we said, that last pick was definitely going to get banned out here. 33 speed lead coming out for Les, 24 speed lead for Diligent. Here we go, guys. This is round number 1, Diligent Lest. Let's get into this thing right here. Zibala taking turn 1.
A fast Zabala that gets triple freeze and outspeeds a segment. Really like that choice. Reset on the Juno. He can't even strip right now, and he can try to get this strip on her. Resisted. Expected. He can still go for it. Goes for the increase and doesn't even put glancing to help out the other unit.
Charlotte's
this is crazy.
So smart. Not at all there. So we ended up using that third skill, freezing everybody on the other side of the fields here. And I think right now Vanessa probably has to stay that focus unit you want to get rid of first here. And beautiful attack break's going to go out in that unit. More attention's going to be towards this Vanessa.
If Praha procs right here is a great moment to get, you know, the strip. She doesn't get it. The Vanessa's taking damage, and now he can give cooldowns back. The question is, does he prioritize the Moore or the segment?
Yeah, I think you keep pumping up the Moore. The Moore is a lot of your damage right now. I do think you should have used that skill, though.
I agree.
I don't think you should be holding on to that. That's that like mini semi-ventilate that you kind of have with that second skill. You got to utilize that, but we'll see what happens. We had all of our skills up with the segment, so it definitely should have gone into the Moore.
Yeah.
Curse of the Beautiful, I almost feel like it has to go out there. Get more stuff onto the field for your Shizuka when you get that skill up there.
I agree with you. Even though he got the reset right here, he could have, you know, put Curse of the Beautiful, and it kind of does the same job because you put the heal block. I think he was very afraid of that speed buff and, you know, regaining the tempo.
Yep. You know what? Moore had skills up, so now he's going to take that skill.
Now
too.
he's going to give it back.
He does go right back into that Moore, though. Let's see what happens.
He's taking his time, puts it on the segment, interestingly enough. I agree with the Moore choice. Tries to go for the reset, doesn't get it. The Moore will punish this Vanessa. The Vanessa might be gone right here, to be honest, because if you land the death break, the damage coming from the Juno is done. He can even be greedy right here. Kills her. The Praha needs a proc. Does not get the proc. Diligent dominating on this game number 1. The Chao ban was really good.
The Chao ban was really good, but I knew that Shizuka was definitely going to be a problem here. The segment very, very good. Nice little despair stun going out on top of that Shizuka, though. You see the additional damage ripping through that Praha. This is definitely going to be it for less than this very first round here, but well done by both players. Now, I do think there was a lot of mind games being played in that first round. That draft was very, very interesting.
Yeah. Let me call something out, though. The Charlotte, this is the second match. She doesn't get anything going. So she needs some procs. She needs maybe more accuracy because she didn't land glancing yet. She's been reducing the attack bar, gaining attack bar, but no glancing. So dominating performance from Diligent and removing all heroes without losing any monsters.
Yeah, well done, Diligent. That was a very, very clean match for him there.
Diligent, round 1 win, putting him one step closer towards reclaiming that world champion title over Lest. What a game. And also, I got to give it to Les for the creativity. I loved seeing the Chao because it was an excellent pick there, Stein.
Yep. Like I said, I thought these two players were going to bring a lot of interesting things to the table here. They really want to throw each other off. Like, if you're drafting Laura Widget, I can't help but think, like, yeah, both these players are going to be super prepared for something that normally going to be seeing there. Whether Les is going to be going with, like, a Vanessa first pick speed lead into a Cigar. Like, yeah, that's that normal stuff. Like, yeah, he knows what's going to be happening there. And I think Les tried to really throw him off. Same thing when he tried flashing units. I'm telling you right now, the strategy behind that
Mind games.
is he's flashing units to be like, oh, now I want you to waste time. Be like, oh, you think that's funny? I'm going to go out of my way, start flashing units, haha, and then go back to drafting. But he just lost 5 seconds, maybe even 10 seconds trying to find something extra funny. Like, I don't know.
I think
but
it
I do
actually
think these
ends
are
up.
mind games.
I agree. I think that was the intent, but what ended up happening was that I think it might have even hurt him a little bit in time because you're thinking
I think
about
so.
tapping those monsters, untapping them, and in reality, you got to find what you're looking for. I loved the Chow pick though because why can't Chow exist in a world where Camilla, where Juno, where things that also auto cleanse themselves can do big damage exist?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it hurt him at all because the draft was very strong. I just think that Diligent, like rune-wise in there, he looked very tanky because we saw him taking the back foot with the first turn and CC coming out of Lest, and he drafted very strongly. But Diligent was unfazed and he brought it back. You know, so we're going to see if Les is bringing his best rune units, if he's going to swap strategy again because Diligent is looking super consistent today.
Yep, he really, really is. It was very, very clean by him. Obviously, we can see the pre-bans lock in here. To no surprise to see Laura the pre-ban, and also that Vanessa. I knew that Vanessa was going to make it into the pre-ban here because I am expecting to see Les go down with what would have been a cigar first pick here.
Yeah.
But of course, Diligent looking to take that Curse the Beautiful, the segment there and lock that unit in there. Wow, Curse the Beautiful. Why is he?
He's thinking about it. He's thinking about it. He goes with the Nefties.
Oh wow, he really takes Curse of the Beautiful.
Yeah.
Nope, I ain't
Oh.
falling for that. I ain't falling for that.
The flashing, he's thinking,
I ain't falling for that.
showing.
There's no Vanessa Mien coming.
Yeah.
Zyros Mien
Zyros
coming out
Mien.
there. There
Yeah.
you go.
The
Something a little
Chandra.
bit more in that wheelhouse. Like,
You know
there
what?
just wasn't a world that those two units were being drafted.
I prefer the Chandra right here because the Chandra brings some sustain, and like you talked about, it brings flexibility into going Bruiser later on as well. So I like that he went back to his original picks. The thing is that Diligent stole the segment. He knows that he outspeeds with his Zabala, and now he gets the Juno. I really like that change.
Yep. I think both players are fine. I love the wheelhouse that
Great
they're
bet,
throwing
yeah.
their drafts in right now. I think this is phenomenal. Diligent with double speed lead. He's already got the segment in there. He's demanding that he takes turn 1 right now. And I think Les is going to take this 5th pick, is going to be something totally on the Bruiser side of things right now. Because I think Diligent has committed. And you know what? I don't mind this. I really don't. But that he has to go double Bruiser. You don't go 1 Bruiser, you go double Bruiser in this route.
He's thinking, I don't know. I prefer the monkey in this case. I prefer the monkey. I really like the A4 pick. He's really trying to get that turn 1. Now Les has to choose. Do I completely back off and just pick a Bruiser? Camilla looks super strong in here, to be honest. I really like a Camilla last pick. Oh, Pheromone. My first nat 5. We talked about it today. It's like we called its name. We whispered it into the ears of the Summoner's War Gods.
I think the Veramos is fine. I don't think this is like a phenomenal game-breaking pick here. I think he's letting the segment through. Doesn't want to see the Curse of Beautiful. The Neftis is going to be let through as well. All right, so
I think you need to
Veramos
bend the
gets
monkey.
a little bit better. Now they start naming the units. The Veramos gets better and better as they name all those things.
Veramos is incredible.
Yeah. We get
Love
the
that
24
unit.
speed lead's going to be going.
Wait.
Yeah.
Wait. Let's talk about something. How do you kill this Fire Monkey King? I have a very big problem with this. I would have preferred banning the Monkey King and leaving the Eivor. I am super scared of this unit.
That same situation where it's like, what are you going to do about that Camilla in those matches that we had previous year? So what are you going to do about this Fire Monkey King where you don't have a defense break to offer right now? You can't stun this thing up with any of your units here. No
He
freeze
goes
gonna
for
be
the
happening.
death break. He
Go for the death
doesn't
break.
care. He doesn't even go for the reset. He's going with everything. He wants to get kills. The Juno counters.
Yeah, that's a
wow.
really nice counter there. But I was going to say yes to go for the second skill there. Pray that he gets any Despair Suns. Not what's going to happen here right
He
now.
can try to kill the Veramos. This is too dangerous.
Yeah, well, look who's going to be going next there. That Fire Monkey King's
Yeah.
primed and ready.
Oh,
Oh,
great
he's so
proc.
ready. Well, you can't stun up that Fire Monkey
Yeah.
King. Fire Monkey King still has...
And not even
pushed up the
reduce.
attack bars by,
Yeah.
on this Veramos, though.
He needs a proc from the Veramos. No
Oh,
proc.
Not going to happen.
Oof.
Fire
Oof.
Monkey King looking for a defense break to land on top of this Veramos here. Big
Ooh.
damage. Staying alive right now. He can go for that big skill too. Keep minding his gland.
Oh!
There's the initial turn. Big
Oh,
stuns
dapat
going out on
5.
top of the segment and that Moa.
This is starting to
Wow.
look dangerous for Diligent, my
Veramos
friend
ngeri-ngeri
Stoic.
nih ya.
But now,
LND
I don't know,
gratis.
still, how do you kill this monkey?
Yeah, the Fire Monkey King and that segment, like they're still looking really healthy right now.
Oh,
That's a
okay.
beautiful stun. He's got to lock that in there so that he's free to use more skills with this Neftis and that segment as well.
He kills it. Very good choice. You don't want to risk it. And now with a proc right here, he can get the
Oh!
skills back. Look at this Charlotte
Yeah.
showing off what she didn't do in the last game. Now he can go for the stun. doesn't get it, but no skills on the segment, is going to be
Juno
Fire
lawan-
Monkey against the world.
It is. I do think he has to keep going after the Shallot. Shallot's that main unit he's got to get rid of. I know the Zabal is going to be going next here, but he needs that defense break. If he gets proc, would have been absolutely insane, 'cause he probably would have cleaned up that unit right there. But Fire Monkey, man, he's going to be getting too much turns. He really needs the Shallot to shake off that defense break.
Wah, ini
just
satu
like that.
sama tah.
The Charlotte has been magnificent. Extra turns, pushing attack bars. Now it's going to be everyone against the Monkey King. He wants to leave even this Nefty's there because he wants to try to sleep and get the extra
Wow.
turn. Do you see that gameplay?
Gila, gila,
Beautiful call from Les. This is
GG.
impressive.
Yeah, nice glancing too. That glancing is really going to keep that back to slow. Everything laying on top of that Fire Monkey King is so perfect. That's exactly what he needs to keep this unit back and stop being like super oppressive. So this is how you deal with the Fire Monkey King. We have plenty of damage when it comes to this Juno as well. Bumping to the damage.
Wait.
The second skill, I don't think it's going to be healing. It's going to heal. I don't think it really is going to be that.
Wait. This is a dangerous game. If he doesn't
Kalau
kill
sampai
it this
Violet lagi
turn,
nih.
he has.
I think Juno is totally fine. Juno's looking to pump in more damage.
Oh!
He does get
I
the
don't
turn
know.
here. He has the
I
second
don't
skill.
know.
He's got a
Defense
violent
break
though.
proc.
He has
Oh,
a violent.
he didn't
This is still
violent.
not going to be enough here. Juno should still be able
Yeah.
to finish
Ah,
right there.
yeah.
All right.
Ooh.
Yes. Taking second round from Diligent.
Wow, what a close game. I just want to openly say that I love both of these players. This has been an amazing game. Both strong drafts, a little detail stoic. An extra proc from that monkey could have really
I
complicated
think he
things.
should have gone for Juno on that previous turn. I
Yeah.
was going to say something. When he hit the Charlotte instead, he should have banked on the proc and gone for the defense
Wah,
break on
ini
the
kalau
Juno then.
Diligent
I
sampai
think the Charlotte
kalah
needed
sih.
to go because
Yeah.
that's the slows, that's the glance, that's the
Very
stuff
good.
holding
But
that
it's
unit
opposite
back
element.
there,
You
though.
got it. The Juno is the huge solo potential at the end. You gain the HP with the second skill, and then you hope for the proc, and he got it.
But he
think
had his
I think he played it
opportunity,
right. I
though.
think he played it right,
I
yeah.
think he
it's
played
close.
it right as well.
What I was afraid of was when he gave the turn to the Moor early on in the game. He used
Yes,
the AoE,
yes.
gave the turn to the Moor, and then he reduced it and made it so that Veramos slipped
Eh,
behind the
that I
monkey.
agree with you.
That was a little bit tough. I
Yeah.
actually thought that was going to be the throw of the game at that point,
Yeah.
but that was he took it back. He took it back.
Yeah.
It was a little bit of a misstep.
That's a
but
very good call. And let me tell you something. Veramos performed better than expected.
So
he
well.
just kept hanging
yes, he
on,
did.
right? Hanging on, healing. He got a double stun out there. It was a very good pick. This is probably a super tanky Veramos to take that much punishment from one of the best, if not the best, more in the world.
Totally. And this is probably my favorite state for a match at the World Finals. Both players at 1-1. Nobody's at match point yet. They can still feel each other out and get inside each other's heads. Guys, take it away for this set number 3.
Yep, new pre-bands getting locked in. Light Eivor and that Zabala. Diligent not want to play against that Zabala once again. Les with the first pick here. I think he might be going with that Vanessa first pick here. He really wants to keep it open. Vanessa, great for turn 2, great for turn 1. I think that's what Les goes for.
I'm gonna call something the segment. That's why I said it, because he's been stealing the segment from him, and he wants to have the trio, the Charlotte and the Chandra.
Well, let's see what happens here, because I don't think Diligent is in a position where he takes a Charlotte or a Chandra as well.
No,
I
yeah.
think Wajet would be totally fine if Diligent go down there, but once again, talking about like your predictability there. So if you're gonna bring a bunch of stuff that Les knows for a fact you're gonna be hitting the field here, but I do like we're locking in a 24 speed lead. I think that's great. Especially if
Zibalanya
you're gonna be playing
di-respect
Laura, let's get speed lead
sekarang ya.
locked in there. There's the Chandra,
Zibalo.
there's that Charlotte coming back
Oh.
out. I mean, if you went for the double speed lead, I think that's totally fair.
I would wait. Oh my God, wait. Is he just flashing? It's gonna be the Charlotte. He's just playing mind games.
Yeah,
the
no, he's
Robo.
I think he's gonna
Whoa.
keep flashing units. all
Wait.
night.
The
I'm
Robo
pretty
is
sure of that.
actually interesting, but the Charlotte has been super strong in the matchup, even against the Fire Monkey. Now the question is, does Diligent just back off and go full bruiser, or he locks in that wedge at another turn 1 unit? The Etna is open still, a very strong unit in here. The Moor has been a
one of the best
crowd
Moor,
favorite.
well-ruined Moors out there right now. It is Diligence. Oh, so I think that's preemptive. I think Masha is great, but I do think that might be a little preemptive thinking like Juno's coming out there because there's an F to
I like a light
Chiwu
monkey
sama-
last pick right here, please, sir. I would like to order that because I think Chiwu is super strong in this
Shizuka.
matchup. The protection from Shizuka as well, very good because
We have a
there's
band on 33 speed.
Yeah.
That's what's happening right now. Interesting.
there's only one strip right now. So if Diligent doesn't pick another,
Yep.
another very strong strip,
No, I really like the Moor. I think the Moor is just too good in Diligence.
I
and
agree.
This is a big damage unit here. If it's built on Despair, I don't know if he's got 2 in there, Despair and a Swift one there. But I think it's probably the Swift one, and I think he's very, very consistent with bringing that. I do like that Lest had taken a second speed lead because it definitely shows that he was willing to contest. Moore does get the ban. Sekhmet gets the ban. 33 speed lead coming out for Diligent.
I think Les takes turn 1 if this is a Violora, because I don't know. That Les looks very Swift heavy and called it. Turn 1 gets the reduce. The Mosh is not reduced, but there's not a lot to do. You can only go for this monster.
Taking units away is pretty large, though, if you're able to do that. So obviously skill 3 coming through, getting glancing across the field right now, push up those attack bar, we get that defend, protect that Chiwu.
Yeah, he needed a stun right here. Didn't get the stun, but he can protect his team and just guarantee that
I think he uses skill 3.
Yeah, he needs to use it, and now he can even try to go for the kill right there, and he has an opening for the stun. Stun on the Laura. The Laura is the strip, and she can't do anything right now.
Yeah, stuns across the board was insane. So even this initial turn really isn't going to help Diligent out too much there, because it's just going to be damage going into the Charlotte right now. So he didn't have a response for this Shizuka. The Shizuka was too good. There was just nothing he could do
wanted the
about that.
Shizuka ban. That's the thing, but he wanted turn 1, so he banned the segment.
Sleep.
Yeah, 2-turn sleep. Not much you can do about that. More sleep's gonna be. Oh, no sleep's gonna be happening right here. This is heavily in less control right now with the stun going out onto that Laura as well.
Very, very well played. The outspeed, we called it. The Laura on Violent. That's one of the disadvantages of it, and he knew that the Moor was swift and very quick. That's why he banned it. Now he has his opening, his chance. Can he get the reset? Misses the attack bar, but gets the increased cooldown.
Oh my god, it's not going to matter too much with the sleeps going out like that on top of the Laura there. No additional turns going to coming out of the Masha. Shizuka does have some skills up though. You can see that AoE coming out there. We do have skill 2 available. I think he throws this onto the Charlotte to make sure he has all of his skills up. Chooses to put it on.
Yeah, the Charlotte
Chiwu.
already has the skills now because she procs with a sleep, so that's why he goes for the Chiwu, because he wants to get the kill and eliminate, and now the Charlotte comes in to finish off Diligent and giving game number 3 to last.
Round 3.
Now at match point, everything is on Diligent right now to get that next point on the board. Otherwise, Les was about to send him home. What a game, what a start. Knew he wanted to go for turn 1 there, Stefan.
Yeah, Evan, I loved his strategy. Banning the Swift unit, guaranteed that he has turn 1, a very fast Chiwu, and perfectly speed tuned with a Charlotte.
So well done, and I love the way that he juggled the skill cooldown time reductions over there. He had this second side game that he was playing to make sure that he always had some form of control going there, Stein.
Yep, yeah, he really did. I mean, like you said, I think Shizuka probably should have been the ban there. Like, what a great unit to keep things just super, super oppressive against Diligent there. And the Charlotte played her role, man. She really did. A lot of sleeps, call it luck, call it whatever you want. The Charlotte was a very, very solid unit. That third skill, pushing up attack bar and glancing everybody. Glancing is healing, right?
Glancing is healing. That's what I'm saying. Damage not taken, that's health not lost, and that sounds like healing to me. I gotta tell you, Charlotte's incredible.
Light take.
Careful, that is a copyrighted phrase. If you say it, you gotta pay royalties. Okay?
It's an equation.
To this man.
It's an equation that appears at the bottom of the screen that shows it. You know, it's less than or equal to healing. It's basically how it is. That was great. So much crowd control on every skill. Chiwu, first 2-turn sleep. Charlotte, sleep. Chandra,
And one of the things that I love about Chiwu is that now with the glancing, it's kind of a unit that brings that extra thing that he didn't have before, right? He had the pushback. He had a lot of damage, but now the glancing just makes him so much powerful. Let's see if they adapt Stoic and go into this game number 4 of Diligent versus Lest.
Yeah, so we've got pre-bans out here. Laura and the Vanessa getting pre-banned. Diligent with the first pick. What? I don't think Diligent is in a position where he's trying to take something away from Les. I think Les is making himself. I love the way he's drafting right now because Les is very unpredictable. That segment though, like you were pointing out before, I think segment's really, really crazy.
Yeah.
That he's like prioritizing this unit. It's been doing a phenomenal job for both these players here. So the fact that segment's being taken and that's one going back and forth makes a lot of sense here. I do think this is just more mind games. I think he's really trying to bait Diligent and wasting his time here, like what he's picking out here. I really hope this will eventually stop, but whatever. Doesn't matter here. Chandra,
it's working. All I gotta say, I wouldn't stop it. It's working, and I do think that the segment is a priority unit because they know that that's the highest speed on both sides. Right now, Les will have to even go for a Zabala, you know, to try to compete with these two very fast, swift units. Now Diligent's a little bit more comfortable. The question is, will he finally bring the wedge yet or no? Oh, a chunk bung appearing, not a cigar. I like that.
By the way, it would have been working if Diligent played along. He refused to play along. So it's not working.
Sure.
So we've got we've got the chunk punk getting locked in by Diligent. We've got Zabala and Kinky, so we got a little bit off for turn 2. I think Kinky is a great pick right here. We'll see what happens with Diligent, how he's going to respond, because maybe at this time is where we also see a response where Diligent swaps to a turn 2 play style as well and not going full turn 1.
Yeah, I think you have to bring something that can remove that Kinky from the field. Otherwise, it's going to become super dangerous. Let's see if he brings the last pick. Does that? The Ponto's great because it protects your team. There's not a lot of strip on that side, and you have to ban that Pontos.
Yeah, the Juno's so good. The Juno is an excellent pick here. I even think the Juno might.
Juno's getting banned. Juno's getting banned. Pontos needs to get banned because if he doesn't ban the Pontos, the game's over. Like, how do you get through that?
We'll find out. Maybe it could be a speed lead reset with the Zabala as well. You know, not having to worry about that Pontos, but.
But the Will, how
yeah.
do you reset something with Will? There's no strip on that side. There's only the Juno.
Yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, Juno's got to go though.
Juno's
it's
done.
Very, very obvious.
Yeah, Juno's a ban. Yeah, I agree with you. But the thing is, then Last gets his ideal team. I think he kind of put Diligent in the corner, and Diligent did the same to him. Both they have one ban, and the Pontos go. I think that leaving that Pontos might have locked him in. That is a very dangerous monster to live in here. He can make your team withstand that Kinky and now protect him.
Well, that's a very, very fast Zabala taking advantage of that segment. We got those freezes landing out there as well. Curse of Beautiful is going to have no value except, you know, I think he just goes to skill 1, get that length of silence going out there on Zabala. Doesn't get the silence.
Oh, di sini gue ngerti nih, udah paham nih permainannya Silas. Jadi Silas ini yang gue lihat ya.
Yeah, this is not gonna matter when the Pontos takes a turn. That's why the unit is so strong. He's trying to get as much damage as possible, but the Pontos will bring everyone back up. Great pick. The invincibility is there, and now there's no strip. So he bought himself a couple of turns. Can he do enough damage? Can he speed tune his team correctly to get the death break, you know, the damage, and remove a couple monsters from the field?
Yeah, I'm curious if all those attacks at that water he was showing that that's what he wants.
Nggak ada damager sebenarnya nih si Diligent ya.
Potentially going out onto the Shala. I think Shala is a unit that you really have to worry about there. It looks like he wanted to get the attack rate while he had the invincibility on top of that.
Good point.
So
sedangkan si Les dia ada
the
defend
second
dari
skill
Chandra
into the death break, so right now he's probably gonna do it. Yes, sir. The death break comes on. That is great. Now he can have the more hit AoE if people don't proc out of this death break.
Yeah, we have that silence available here, but man, this Kinky is going to be a big problem right now.
It is. He doesn't hit AoE. He keeps going. Ooh, he got out of the death break. We called it. That is so dangerous. He needs the segment to stay alive. She doesn't. To land the Curse of the Beautiful. The Last has 1 foot in the door, keeps hitting, not enough damage because the death break is not there anymore.
Yeah, Kinky's super impressive right now. That honestly what looks like what's going to take this match here for Les. So more damage is going to be coming out there. He throws down the skill 2, and the skill 2, you know, he's going to protect his Pontos for just a little bit on that return right there. But I mean, he's got to drop units. It's so important to take lives right now, and he is. Takes that Chandra down here. Any additional turns might put Diligent in a grave right now if Les gets any.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, that proc from the Kinky really changed this game. And Les, right now, has a big chance to finish the game. Otherwise, he needs a huge proc from the Pontos to put in that invincibility. No! That locks it down. And with that, Les will be going to the final. Oh my God!
Oh my God!
The champion of 2019 back again to make a play for 2023. Takes the win against Diligent to move forward to the finals.
Les right here. I gotta tell you, mind games work, my friend. the speed lead, the way that he directs his pick and ban is so dangerous. Even right now with the Pontos, to be honest, I thought he was against the wall. He did get a little bit lucky with the proc from the Kinky because that would have been a lot of damage coming out.
But
you know?
some of it was so well calculated. I love the way that he uses Chandra to great effect too. He puts the defense on the Kinky, so that way when they revenge together, he's got the strip from skill 1 on Chandra to remove the invincibility off the Pontos. Super cool little synergy there, and I like seeing him using that Chandra with the newly buffed to have the 24% speed lead, as well as the Charlotte, which has been pretty impressive today.
That's right. I don't think RNG had anything to do with that. I think it really came down to the draft, and there was nothing that Diligent really could do about that. I think the Kinky was a brilliant pick coming out for Les, and I really do like that Chandra. I feel like that Chandra is that really safe like first pick where you're not really showing or saying too much. They're kind of like when we saw A-Gang get first pick there. You're not really saying like, hey, I'm doing this. Chandra's really good. Maybe it might inspire me to play a little bit of Chandra.
Oh, look at that.
I'm feeling inspired too, man. I'm really enjoying watching him play, and now he's got the first seat in the finals matchup. Good for him, man.
Yeah, very, very exciting. Now we're going to see who's going to join him. Is it going to be True Will, the America's Cup champion, or Pinkroyd,
How's
the
Giving
your,
us a
EU Cup
repeat.
champion?
yeah. How's your bracket looking right now?
Well,
How are your predictions?
untouched, my
I
dear
had a
friend.
feeling. Yeah.
Just wanted to say I called this 3 months ago when in the Chinese qualifier I said not only is he going to win this thing, but we'll see him in the World Finals in the last match.
Yeah.
This man is a very strong drafter. You know, everyone here obviously is an incredible, they're all incredible players, but right now Les is showing the variety, the uniqueness. He's the guy that's bringing the monsters that no one else is using, so that
Totally.
gives you an edge.
Picking the Chow. Remember? It got banned, but he picked it, and that was pretty incredible. Here we go, the highlights of the set that we just watched, Diligent versus Les, with Les taking it 3-1. Why don't you guys walk us through what we're seeing?
Yeah, game 1 was a very interesting one. We saw the Juno kind of shine. Once you remove a couple units, it's impossible for you to kill that Juno. So Diligent, very, very strong first game, and we see an interesting thing. Shizuka was only picked a couple times here, and she won both matches, and we'd expect them to pick her more, but you know, she didn't appear as much. And then game number 2, this one came down to the wire, right, Stoic?
It really did.
This monkey.
Too close to be honest. Like I feel like at any time we could have watched the Fire Monkey King really take that match there. Like Fire Monkey King on Violent really is super crazy. If you watch a skill 1 stunning into a skill 2 gaining so much health, and just the passive alone, the buff to the Fire Monkey King is absolutely insane. It's like it's a 300 speed, Fire Monkey King, like what it feels like.
Yeah, it does feel like that, and it hits like a truck. He needed the proc there to kind of try to get some more damage and remove that Juno, but he didn't get it. And then this match was the Shizuka Masterclass. Can you tell us why is that monster so strong?
I mean, it's like I said, when it goes and it applies everything under the sun with that third skill, but the second skill, like I said, it feels like a ventilate. It's not a ventilate, but it
It's a
feels
mini
like a
Ganny.
ventilate. Yeah, mini Ganny with that second skill there, and it's like if you don't have anything to reset it or keep it back from doing what it does, because there's no unit in this game that does what Shizuka does. It's so crazy.
Functions a lot like an LD Nat 5 people compare it to, because it doesn't even check. It doesn't even check to see if you're at elemental disadvantage or somebody. It doesn't care if you glance. It'll just do.
She doesn't care about your feelings either.
She doesn't care about your feelings, which is funny because neither does Ganny.
And neither does my grandmother, so, very strong things right here.
It's a little sad. Maybe we'll nerf that. Who knows? True Whale versus Pinkroyd is the next match coming up in the semifinals. Our next best of 5. True Whale, one of the favorites to win this whole thing, up against Pinkroyd. These two players are at the top of the predictions. The winners for the America's Cup and the Europe Cup, respectively. Here's our first, True Whale. Back to the stage, True Whale looking to make a play for the finals and take down Pinkroyd. He's trying to finish out all the titles available in Summoner's War, and today could be the day. He's wearing his medal from the America's Cup, it looks like.
Is he?
It looks like it. That's what it looked like to me. He showed something.
Oh, it's something in his hand. I don't know what it is. It's like something yellow. I have no idea.
Oh, the fidget cube.
Oh, for real? I thought it was going to be a stress ball.
Yeah. Well, it's same thing.
In a way, it absolutely is. These are some pretty impressive stats for True Whale here, Stoic.
It really is. Well, I mean, this is an impressive person. Let's be real. Like, we've seen what he's capable of doing. So to see these stats are to no surprise. Now, just like Diligent Les,
comes True Whale's opponent, the Europe Cup champion, trying to make a play for the title of world champion. It's Pinkroyd.
Evan, and not a normal EU Cup champion. 3 times.
He's got the three-peat.
The dominance, you know, someone that has grabbed that region by the neck and said, I am your representative. He's here once again to try to get that elusive world title.
Yeah, he's gotten here so many times and just hasn't managed to clutch it out at the end. Today may be the day, but again, this is the most stacked bracket we've ever seen, so this is quite the challenge. Right now, this is the most important set of the whole tournament for him. Pinkroyd versus True Whale. Take a look at his most pick here, Seppi.
Yeah, interestingly enough, we don't see the Tianlang right there. We don't see also a unit that he's been favoring lately. That is the Sonya, been used today very, very well. So we might see those to try to fight that very fast play style from True Whale, and also Dietna that was here indeed. We have a segment that's been appearing a lot. Stoic, what do you want to see from this player?
I want to see, what do I want to see? I don't know, maybe that Raccoony, maybe that zero speed Antares as a first pick.
Love the zero speed Antares as God intended. You know, no speed on that monster. We bank on the RNG. You know, it'll get there eventually.
You know what's interesting about Antares? It is an RNG unit, but in some situations, you are guaranteed to get a lot of turns because when your opponent lacks the damage to remove it, you're just there, you know? He's just gonna eat you alive. So we'll see. I think he'll wait for that opportunity to pick it. First pick would be amazing for us, but I don't know how good that would go for him.
Yeah, we'll find out as we enter our very first match between True Whale and Pinkroyd here in the semifinals. Let's see a game 5, guys, right?
I would love to see that right now, to be honest. Frankly, I'm rooting for the Americas region. This is our chance. Let's do this.
Is Game 5 going to be extinct? You know, like we haven't seen it today. It hasn't
the ever
appeared.
elusive Game 5. I've heard tell. Oh, congratulations to everybody. We just reached our second accumulated viewership reward, which means in addition to the scrolls and Rainbow Mon that we got earlier, now we're also getting 2 legendary 6-star runes and a re-app. Thank you to everybody for watching.
Oh, thank you for that re-app. I can feel the trip roll coming my way already.
Well, here we go, guys. We've got our pre-bans here. Laura and Vanessa, the pre-bans. Pinkroyd choosing to lock in a Chiwu first pick. This is quite interesting.
Yeah, very unique. Interesting it is. Let's see if True Whale sticks to his guns and gets the Water Ryu very strong against the Chiwu already. It's a monster that generally, you know, doesn't get that glancing because of the elemental advantage. Also gets a turn immediately after, and the Wedge is right there. But we talked about those high base speed units. Segment, Etna. Oh, I love that change. I just love the Water Ryu.
Is that Water Ryu? Opts for
It's
the
not
Water
the
Ryu,
more.
and it's
So
not the more.
is this a despair unit?
Oh, maybe.
Or did he swap them to play mind games on us?
Oh my god, this is
He
like more mind
absolutely
game
could
stuff
have.
right here.
He absolutely could have.
Pinkroyd taking his sweet time. He went down in the first pick. Right now, he's really looking at these 2 units. Will an Etna come out? Will Cigar, you know, the Tianlang is already here. Great counter against the Water Ryu.
I think he's going to transition. Yeah, there it is. I think I'm going to
Bruisery.
transition to turn 2. Now I hate the Chiwu, to be honest. Like, I think
don't-
that's the wrong.
well,
more speed lead,
I'll
the
tell
wrong
you
unit when
something.
When you're
If-
swapping a Bruiser.
If he picks a Kitian de Shang in his next phase, that explains a lot of the Chiwu. That's what he might be thinking.
Interesting that he's going with the Shan here, taking a route that Big V took here.
And it did not go too well, but he goes Sean and Nikki. Nikki, a very strong unit right here. I really like the Shizuka with only 1 reset on the table. Does he lock down the monkey, or does he bring something else that's bruisery that can deal with these 4?
I really like that Shizuka. That's a very, very troublesome unit. Annabelle's going to be hitting the field here. I actually really like the Annabelle. Very water heavy. Can't help but see like a win unit coming out here that's going to get banned as his 5th pick here for True Whale.
Yeah, I think it looks comfortable if he picks the Annabelle to play against these 4. Juno is great as well, but I think that maybe the Sean now versus the Juno, when the Sean versus the Annabelle, I think he's a little bit stronger versus the Juno.
Yeah, definitely. I
Right?
do agree with that. But I do like Pinkroyd opening up his draft here, going with 2 water and 2 fire instead of going with 3 water there. Yeah, I mean it's Juno. Like, can you signal a Juno going through or what with a Masha last pick? You know?
You know what? I think that either Sean or Masha ban is fine here, to be honest.
Sean's
or
the ban.
Yeah, or if he wants to ban the speed lead, though, that might be something that might surprise us. Look.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I do think the Sean's going to get banned out here. I think this Shizuka's too good, but it looks like Camilla's going to get the ban, and Nikki's going to get the ban as well.
I don't know. He took out the sustain, so that's an interesting choice. I like that. I do agree with you that the Sean is very dangerous in this matchup, but he has the Shizuka still. He has the Tian Lang. The damage was removed. The main source of damage is not here anymore. Does he get the reset on turn 1 on the Shizuka? Gets it.
Does get it. That's super, super important there. He needs to even get this drift right here on top of Tian Lang. Doesn't get that as well, so it's not completely clean on this field here. Big skill 2 going out there. No stun's going to be happening, though. We are primed and ready with a massive skill 2. We can throw this right into the Juno, opening up Curse of the Beautiful.
Yeah, this...
Oh, man. That's some big damage, dude.
This is very dangerous. Opens up the whole game for himself. Now he can just go little by little, taking one at a time. And the thing is, he has 2 units that can kill the Juno. That's why we wanted to see either the Masha or the Shangan. So far, Tian Lang.
He goes for Curse of Beautiful anyways.
Yeah.
Everything's really, really healthy right now. Heal box is going to be landing on this field. There's the additional turn. He's going to shake that defense break. That's
The
not what he wanted
the
to see.
Juno's dead because the Shan is going to send her to oblivion in the next turn.
Oh, you are right. He does take advantage of that. There's that squall coming out here. Juno will get smashed with this.
Oh,
no
missed
way!
the crit!
And a revenge despair stun. The
Wait, what happened? I want to take a
It was
look.
because of the speed buff, so Juno was faster.
Yeah, I know, but even with that, I wouldn't run a low crit Sean at this level. Yeah, I know, but even with that, you can still have the crit on it.
Resisted the reset going out onto Shizuka as well. I do think he still keeps going into that Juno, but not going to happen there. This is going to be a dismounted Masha.
Stoic, this might have turned the match, to be completely honest. Like, right now, if you remove the Sean from the field, this Juno suddenly becomes super dangerous.
Well, you still have to be very careful with the violent proccing of Masha, because Masha does have that ability to take Juno out. Juno's not that healthy right now, so he does have to. That is the correct target to go after.
Oh!
First skill, he can put it into either one of these units, but I do think he should be going after this Juno. This Juno might be built on Nemesis, so I wouldn't hit that unit just yet. Reset probably stays on this Tian Lang with the skill 2, or maybe even going back to Shizuka. Reset already, but I think he's coming right back to that unit. This has to go into the Juno.
Can it crit
He's got to
kill?
remove that unit from the field here.
Oh.
Choosing to not go after. We do have a skill 2. So maybe the Water Ryu is going to be enough to take out the Juno, but this has got to drop the Tian Lang. Tian Lang is going to be dropping here.
Okay, I think he still got it. The reset on the Shizuka was very strong, and like you said, the Juno's too low. She has to go for the Hail Mary, misses the stun on the Masha, and that looks like game 1 for Truewell, even with the miss crit. Oh,
Ooh,
counter.
Go for that. Gets counter right here. Does get that spot. Put that into the Shizuka. We're not worried about that Juno right now.
The Juno's gone right now.
Oh, man.
Oh, whoa, that is, some interesting skill choice right there. Just go for skill 1, kills it. The Shizuka's almost fully reset. Not a lot for her to do.
Did we crit water? We do finally crit water. True Whale taking round 1 from Pink Road.
Masha almost forgot that she has Elemental King. She almost oh wait, I'm supposed to crit on water. My bad.
Let me do it again.
Yeah, let me try that one more time. Wow, True Whale taking round 1 up against Pinkroyd. Almost slipped through his fingers a couple times there, but you know what? He took it in the end, and that's a win for the Americas region.
Super close match right there, though. Like, to be honest, like there really could have been a lot of things to happen right there. We could have saw a crazy amount of despair stuns coming out of Juno, but when you see a Juno revenge despair stun, it's just like jaw-dropping to see that even happen right there. That's just like crazy RNG that even like came to terms there.
I just want to bring something out there. His best boy, Tian Lang, disappointed and did not strip, did not stun.
Didn't do anything.
For me, that was a key thing in the match. When that didn't happen, I think Truewell kind of like, I saw him breathing and he was like, okay, I got this under control.
I've got a window, exactly. Yeah, that was the cue that he had that breathing room. You know, True Whale was able to kind of take control of the game after that. Tian Lang really didn't put in a whole lot of effort to win that game. I did like seeing the Masha. The Masha did great. I love that unit.
Masha and the Sean, I think you couldn't have left both of them side by side because it's too much damage to remove the Juno. And you gave a good call about the speed buff on the Juno not making the auto crit, but as a poor man's Sean user, aka Taeor, my Taeor still has 80% crit rate because I'm super afraid of that.
That's actually a really good tech to run, and not a lot of people run that tech. Most people kind of go low crit rate. I like what you said. It's like when you're here at the World Finals of SWC, you want to make sure that you have that advantage, even if you're lower on speed than your opponent, because you're more likely to be lower on speed here than anywhere else.
But still worked out.
Still worked out. Still worked out.
Great picks. A lot of damage coming out from True Whale on this first game.
That's right. Well, we're getting into round number 2 right here between Pinkroyd and True Whale. Pre-bans, well, they got the Budget, and that Light a Monkey King getting a pre-ban in this match with True Whale with the first pick here.
Two very strong drafters. We can't say much about the first match. Let's see how they adapt. True Whale will get the Laura, not the Water Ryu. Interesting. That leaves an opening.
It definitely does leave an opening. I do think you should take units that, Pinkroyd has an opportunity of taking and not that Laura, because I think the Laura, not that the Laura is a bad pick by any means there, but I don't think the Laura needs to happen. We have seen this before. Vanessa, Cigar, these are excellent first picks here.
I agree with you. I really like it. Very consistent. Now he puts 33% on his side with the Oliver and a Carno. Okay.
What's scary about this Oliver, for a person who loves to draft an Antares, you are justifying that Antares right now, taking that Oliver.
Good point. I like the Masha coming out of Pinkroyd right now, and I gotta tell you something. The Fire Emblem Bison is a monster that I used to love a lot. I think he's very inconsistent nowadays. We saw True Whale lose a game using him in the America's Cup, so I don't know how well he can perform, but I do love the Kiki coming out, and maybe some sort of sustain, something that can bring, beautiful, a Praha.
Yep, I
amazing
really like
picks.
I think the Praha is a very, very good unit. No immunity on the side of Pinkroyd right now, so because of that lack of immunity, Oliver does look super dangerous right now. But I think what he's doing is he's trying to set up a defense break. We're looking at a Vanessa-Masha combination going somewhere. If those two units make it through, I want to say the Vanessa is going to be that fast to go right behind Vanessa.
That's a good point. You know what I really like right now? A Camilla. A Camilla is an interesting unit that can deal with a lot of stuff, but it's probably going to get banned, or the reset is going to get banned. Oh, interesting.
I think that's okay.
Is he going to just ban the Hey-Gang and go
ban
right in?
Kinky. That's
Oh, yeah, on his side. But I mean, on True Whale's side, I don't know. This Hey-Gang is dangerous. It's very difficult. Oh, he bans the Robo. He got the bait.
I know. I wasn't expecting any of these bans coming out here. So when Robo gets the ban, Fire and Bison is going to get the ban as well. 33 speed leads for both these players here. Is the Cigar faster than that Laura?
Interesting, yeah. Interesting. Let's see.
Yeah,
the
the
Laura
answer is
takes
no.
turn 1, but there's a Hey-Gang, my friend. Even if you do it, the Hey-Gang will probably cut. Let's see if it happens. Yes, sir.
The full team strip here.
Yeah,
Vanessa
I don't know.
is in front. Hey Gang is going to be in front of them. Let's see where this Masha
Cigar goes in.
Cigar's getting full team reset attack bar reduction as well. We've got a Lore that's potentially going to get this. Oh my god. He opens it up. There it is. I said he was going to get the defense break on top of that Oliver, and that's the unit that he wants to. Does it pop? But he procs anyways.
Yeah, that's why you banned that Hey-Gang. He needs a proc. No proc on the Oliver. The Praha is reset. You can keep controlling this Oliver. This Masha has so much damage. It's going to be Kinky versus the world, Stoic.
Yeah, I think this is a violent Kinky. This is not a despair one, so I think he still goes with the skill too. Looks like he really wants to keep pushing for the defense breaks, which is very, very fair, especially when you've got Praha who's able to do a little bit of damage too.
He needs a proc right now from the Oliver. No proc again. The luck is not on his side on this one. If there's one proc from Cigar, though, this might be a lock. Doesn't get it. He can remove a unit from the field and not risk it.
Yeah, Masha is crazy right now. Big damage is going to be coming out on that on the elemental big Masha once again.
That was a bit risky, but it worked.
Crazy that even happened. So there's the initial turns coming out of the Kinky. It's not going to be that impactful right now with how far ahead Pinkroyd is right now.
But I will tell you something, the one stun is removed. This might be a Kinky solo. I really like True Whale's choice of removing the unit that had Despair, because right now, every time he uses something, he counters. He counters the whole time. How do you stop this, Kinky? Yeah, there's no way.
He needed to dismount right there. He needed to get that dismount, and Vanessa's got to go. So
the death break.
Oh,
I'm telling you.
This needs to be a dismount.
I'm telling you.
He has to go into the Vanessa.
He doesn't care. He doesn't care.
There's the defense break, though. He's got to take out the Vanessa.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
that was huge.
He can kill.
Oh,
my God.
For the Endure.
Skill 2, sir. Skill 2.
The
Endure. Oh!
Wow! Holy cow.
Oh my God!
By the grace of God, Truel gets a round 2 victory.
Aduh.
This is one of my favorite matches. His
Violency.
targeting stoic, removing the despair unit was on point.
Gangguan aing.
Pinkroyd did an amazing job on the draft. He thought about everything except the kinky.
Yeah.
Everything except the kinky. I wanted to say something to the pick fan phase, but I didn't want it to be like the caster's curse where the Masha perfectly
Yeah.
takes advantage of the kinky
Well.
in the game. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
I
What
did,
a great game.
I did think the Masha was going to take advantage of the kinky though, and it just didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's so crazy to see it come out like that because I thought Pinkroyd had it in the bag, to be honest with you, that
Yeah.
entire time.
I agree with you.
Dude,
It was very close.
The kinky was such an amazing point of foresight from True Whale. That was amazing. Impeccable choice. I gotta say, I love the way the Pinkroyd actually operated during the game, especially when he was like, you know what, I'm a little ahead. I could risk going element disadvantage right now with the Masha and aiming at the
wow.
Braha. That was so cool, and he was rewarded for it. The double
Oh
crit
my
on
God.
water. Love it. I thought, that's territory for Masha and Vern. Only
Yeah.
those 2 units can do it. It was great to see. Here we go, guys. We are going into what could be the last round of this semifinal set between True Whale and Pinkroyd, with True Whale sitting at match point.
Match point. There's been a lot of 3-0s right now today. This would be insane if that's what's happening here, but we'll find out, guys. Pre-bans. Here we are again. Laura and Vanessa once again getting pre-banned. Pinkroyd does have first pick here.
Yeah, I love that you brought up that, Evan. Masha, the spiritual successor of Perna. Doesn't care what your color is, it's gonna crit on you. Pinkroyd right here with pick number 1. Segment comes out, Bex against the wall. Let's see if he can truly show his colors and take a game back to pressure True Whale.
Yep, so there's that Wedget and the Chunk Punk. I mean, again, like we haven't seen the cigar coming out of True Whale. I do think whatever that cigar was, it's a Chunk Punk now.
The Tianlin coming out, very strong unit. Didn't perform very well in game number 1, but he brings it. I think you can try to bring something to bait out more control, maybe a cigar, something like that, and then you slap the Bruiser, right? You bring on the Fire Monkey. Maybe you bring on, if there's not enough reset, a Shizuka. Let's see what True Whale responds with.
Stop.
It's almost like
Anokianos.
he's
No
from,
way.
From the Americas region.
It's almost like he's listening to our calls.
No way.
The
Gila,
Water
draft
Ryu and the
lama,
Oki. Oki says, please hold my beer. I am still better than cigar.
Yep. I was gonna say that Fire Pure Vanilla comes out there. So many people are drafting this unit. I just
Why do you
don't.
hate it
I
so
don't.
much?
You
I
wanna
don't
know-
understand.
It's
Jackson
Jackson
at
at home.
Not
Jackson
everyone
at
has
home.
Jackson, my friend. You
Well,
gotta
That's
understand
why,
that.
well, we've got Jackson at home.
I
You don't need
massive
Jackson.
dislike for this
We've got
unit.
Jackson at home.
I think Jackson is a phenomenal unit, but just because he has the both attack bar gain, attack bar pushback inside his passive, and this right here just has one, and it's one version. I don't like it.
Sure. It's
Like it.
like, the Cardinal, the M Bison, the Fire version comes out right here. I really like the draft from True Whale, but also Pinkroyd brought out some
What?
interesting units to deal with the reset, the attack bar gain. It's going to be really interesting to see if he lets everyone through or if he bans this
I think
Tianlan.
he bans the Tianlan.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like it because he has the Water Ryu, he has the Okeanos, he has the Wedget, a lot of attack bar gain. Even the M Bison gains attack bar on skill number 2.
Ooh, bans out the
No!
facilitator,
Oki
Jemai.
ban?
What?
Wait, Oki ban?
What?
Oki ban.
I was not expecting this.
Where are we?
One of the resets is gone, my friends. We're going into game number 3, match point for True Whale
That's
Stoic.
interesting. It really is interesting here. Well, we got a second skill coming out here looking for a full team strip. Does not get that strip on top of the Sean. Jet looking to boost up that team here.
The resist, very important on the Sean, my friend.
Yep.
Right now, he needs to reduce attack
Serious
bars.
matter.
Yeah, I think you can't risk it. He risked
Whoa.
it. Whoa, nothing.
He goes for the third
Woo,
skill though. Unless
for
he
the
goes for the
damage.
second skill to push back the attack.
Yeah.
No, opting to go for third skill. He's going
Yeah.
all in here.
Yeah, because he knows the stun is coming out from the Sean, right? So he needs to use it. Right now, he can go for the strip on the Chunk Punk. Yes, sir, you resisted.
Resisted. Oh,
What?
wow.
What happened? Where are the stuns? What is this Sean doing? Oh my God, Pinkroyd not getting any activations right here.
Yeah, not looking good at all. I mean, we've said this before. If Sekhmet doesn't do what she needs to do in the first round, that's like the biggest throw when Sekhmet's not able to do that. Not looking good at all for Pinkroyd right now. Not landing skills is very, very difficult to have to deal with. Attack bar pushback is available with his first skill here. Probably going towards the highest attack bar. Opting to go for Sean here.
You need the skill too, the Curse of the Beautiful. Don't risk it right now. Yes, sir. He gets it out. Important glancing.
Only defense break is going to be landing on top of that Fire and Bison, though.
Which is the tankiest unit, right? You wanted that on the Chungpung or on the Wedjet, but he doesn't get that. Now he's forced to reset that Chungpung or the Wedjet. Both of them will have skill soon.
Yep, looking to get a provoke on top of that Tian Lang. Does not get it here. Maybe a potential Despair Stun. If this is the Despair version, because we know it's not the more, this is the Water Ryu.
Yeah.
Let's see if he chooses to go. He does go for that attack break, though, on top of the Tian Lang. So we can't tell if this thing is on Despair yet. So no confirmation on that. We do have third skill available. Think he should go and throw that onto the Jet. Opting to go for the Fire and Bison, though.
I don't know. The Chungpung has skills right now, but he has 2 fire units, so he's not that worried. He needs to remove units from the field right now. It's starting to get really dangerous. One important proc from the Tian Lang. This might be bringing it back. The reduced attack bar, but he has a glancing, and there's 2 fire
Still
units.
has to go for it.
Yeah.
He does have to go for it still, though. Nice little revenge, though, to get a little bit of sustain out of that first skill here. I think he, too's got to go for second skill. Keep pushing that the damage out there, and he does. The units are looking really, really low right now. I don't think he has to go get a provoke onto that fire unit. No one cares.
Yeah, he's probably going for the Shan right now because the Shan has skills. Glancing, very important. Hit the unit that has the death break. Yes, sir. Get it down, but the Wedjet now. The reset didn't come on, and this is a very, very important moment for Pinkroyd. He needs the Tian Lang to work, Stoic.
Yeah, he's got second skill. He's got to use it.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
finally!
That's really, really big right now.
Finally!
Going out top of the Shan here, though. A little bit of damage. We do get additional turn, and he needs to provoke this Shan. I know it's attack broke, but it's really important that he lands that provoke and doesn't land that provoke here.
No, not enough damage. Finally, the Vanilla getting the shields, the heal. This is the opening for the Sekhmet. And Pinkroyd takes number 3.
That might have been the longest game that we've seen today. I'm sitting there and I'm looking at how deep we are in the mid to late game and all the intricacies, weighing the pros and cons, all the risk assessment of every move made. It felt like that was a game of inches, and Pinkroyd came out on top.
Man, and I'm sorry, Stoic. I love you, but I gotta say it. The pure vanilla was the MVP of the match, keeping him there. I'm really sorry. I agree with you that Jackson is 35 times better than her. But in this specific match, when you don't have a Jackson, she was incredible. The heals, the shield, the sustain. Otherwise, we know how strong the artifacts on the side of True Whale are. He just gets you super down, and she kept bringing them up, little by little. So in this specific match,
in this very specific match,
she did a good job.
She did an okay job.
It's like, let's not get carried away, says Stoic. It's like, she was all right. It was all right. Still Jackson at home. That's so funny, man. What a great game. And I'm telling you, like, that mid game, I really like seeing the back and forth between the 2 players. The big swing felt like the Tian Lang skill 2 Stoic when he finally got some stuns. I felt like I hadn't seen that today.
Yeah.
Yeah, True had a fantastic opener in that match, though. He really did.
He did.
These 2 players are giving us a show, guys. Like, we can nitpick all we want, look at little details. Maybe this should have been man, maybe this should have been attack, but both of them have been extremely consistent, reliable, and really smart at picking and banning.
And Truewell still at match point. Pre-bans from last time, Laura and Vanessa, now available as we get into round number 4. Let's see what happens right here. Pre-bans, Nikki and the Light Monk King. I was not expecting to see these 2 get banned.
I agree with you. It surprised me, but this is match point. No games can be played here. Pinkroyd needs a win to give us our first Game 5 of the day.
Yeah, so I'm actually expecting Pinkroyd to go heavy into turn 1 right now, because I think he was expecting Nikki to be one of those turn 2 units that Truo likes to bring there, and I like that. So we're expecting to see a turn 1 Pinkroyd right now, because he's stopping the turn 2 power with the Nikki.
He went with the Sekhmet instead of the Cigar, so we've been seeing a lot of prioritization around this segment, not only in this matchup, but also in the Diligent versus Less. Interesting, because that puts you on double fire, and it gives an opportunity for True Whale to exploit that.
I think Pinkroyd's ready for this. I think Pinkroyd purposely went with the Vanessa Sekhmet, with the ban on top of the Nikki, he's forcing the Wajet and the Lore.
Yes.
Someone who knows what to do.
I would love.
He's going to be very comfortable in this match.
I would love a Water Ryu steal right now. How strong is Water Ryu into
Sian
this
sama
and taking it away?
Heigang.
But you know what? The Heigang does kind of like a similar job in this. Oh, or Water Ryu or Heigang. We don't know.
Heigang.
I
The
think he's
Sean,
second speed lead.
Nah.
Oh,
if you have the, well, it depends, right? If you have the Heigang,
in my opinion, you need second speed lead because you already have a segment and your Sean. Like why not go with the second speed? I think the Water Ryu would have been great.
I agree with you. I would have loved it, but this guy's up there and I'm not, so he probably knows what he's doing. I love this. Let's see if Truewell right now brings something that can guarantee that he doesn't need to bend the segment, because the segment looks very threatening.
I think he either goes with 33 speed lead or he brings out that Water Ryu.
Water Ryu.
It's coming
Water
out
Ryu is
again.
great.
With the Chunk Pong as well, though.
Does this tell you, though, that he's banning the Heigang instead then? And lets the segment through,
100%,
right?
100%
Yeah.
with the ban on the Heigang. So
Now-
that means Pinkroyd's free to bring. Look, he's thinking about it. He knows the Heigang's going to get banned
He needs
out.
Bruiser.
He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, he needs a Bruiser right here. Or he can
No, I
bring
think it's too
the
late.
Tian Lang.
Well,
the
no,
Tian Lang.
it's not too late. It's not too late.
Wait, no, but then if he bans the... Okay, I like that pick. Because if he bans the Heigang, he has 2 units that move ahead. No.
What an animal.
I actually... I don't know. I think the Heigang had to go either way. I think this is going to be very dangerous.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Let's see how powerful this Heigang is going to be here as we get into match number 4 with Truewell and Pinkroyd. Of course, Water Ryu is going to be kicking things off with us, going with a big skill too.
I love that you said kicking things, because he does kick.
wow.
That's beautiful. The Etna's gonna cut in and is going to have a big opportunity to change things right here. The Laura cuts before, so he has to dump the stun and gets it.
Oh!
Rocks.
Gets the additional turn. He's got to go with the skill 3.
I don't know.
He needs to get the immunity off both these units there, because the Fire and Bison will be going next there, and with the Chunk Punk.
But the Sean can stun right now, and he gets the triple stun. Oh my God, he can reset right now. This Bison and gets it.
Yes.
Beautiful play.
Pinkroyd celebrating right now. He's looking really, really comfortable right now. You can tell that he feels okay with the situation right now. Provoke needs to land on top of that. Ethna does get it. That's a lot of damage coming towards the Ethna too.
I think that was a small misplay right there. He should have used the stun instead of the strip with the Laura, and now he can reset the other unit. No, resisted.
Needs the defense breaks to be landing. His banner is going to be coming out. This is really, really important. I know there's glancing, but let's see what happens. He has to use that skill there. Gets the attack bar pushback on top of that Ethna to stop that unit right now, because things are looking really, really good for Truewell.
Yeah, I think that
He's got to confirm
resets.
kill on top of this Ethna. He's got to keep pushing away at this. It's the lowest unit. Take lives. It's getting really close right there. Fire and Bison is going to be primed to take that unit out.
Yeah, he has to, but that missed reset is the game changer.
Correct.
The Chunk Punk got the push. He gets a proc,
man.
and Truewell is taking a commanding lead.
I think he's got to confirm kill
Yeah,
on top of that Ethna.
you gotta kill the
And
Ethna.
There it is. He gets that second skill, pushing up his attack bar. Nothing's happening there. We got skill 2 available to stun all these units up here. Truewell in full control right now at match point.
Oof. That is very
Oh,
difficult,
man,
and
there it
Pinkroyd wins. Truewell.
Aduh, gagal preset.
Moves forward, knocks out Pinkroyd again. And Truewell moves forward to meet Les at the finals. What a set, Stone.
That was a crazy, crazy set there. We almost got to see our game 5. Didn't get to see it, boys.
Almost got there, still elusive. Maybe we'll see it in the grand finals. But I tell you, man, that was quite the showing from Truewell. I gotta say, the Americas region looking pretty strong right now, and there's the sportsmanship for Pinkroyd. You know what? Next time could be the charm. He's been here a few times. He's proven that he deserves to be amongst the best players in the world. And unfortunately, Truewell pulls ahead.
Aduh.
Congratulations, Truewell, facing last in the grand finals. And right now, guys, this might be the first America's representative to take the title. We have a second shot, and you know what? The last time we had this close of a shot was 2019, and who was there to deny it? Lest
Oh, yeah.
once again
Lest
against
was
Thompson.
there.
Big
He-
hug to Thompson here in the crowd with us.
Yeah.
Amazing player, but this time Truewell's the one trying to carry, the America's region into its first title.
Yes, so Lest feels very comfortable being in this position and denying the America's Cup champion from taking the win. So we'll see if he can do it again, but I gotta rep my region. I gotta say, I hope Truewell can win it. I gotta say, and then he can clean up the title collection. His name will be in the Hall of Fame multiple times.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right. That's the biggest thing, man, is that bragging rights to have your name right there in the Hall of Fame, man, when it comes to Legend tournaments, when it comes to world titles. He's looking that world title. Just another trophy, another medal on the wall.
Yes.
Well,
yes, good for
the
him.
biggest medal this
Yeah,
one.
Oh man, and
I'll
it's so
say, yeah.
it's so meaningful for him too. Like he was like almost in tears at the America's Cup, you know. So this is a really significant thing for him, for anybody getting to this point. And also $100,000 is nothing to scoff at too. That's another benefit of taking the champion. We've got the most exciting.
That's a lot
game
of packs.
Yeah, it's
A lot of packs.
That's a lot of packs.
It might cover what he spent this year. Like,
It's going to be incredible for him if he takes it, for anybody. And thank you to Pink Royd for being such an entertainer. It's always such a joy to see him play. He put up an incredible show against True Whale and gave us some of our favorite matches tonight.
Yeah, incredible, man. These semifinals have been everything that we expected.
They've been popping. Let's go ahead and see this last set one more time in the form of a highlight reel. Look at that easy cleanup from Masha at the start of that.
Yeah, game one, very dominating. You know, we talked about the duo, Sean and the Masha. Both of them stayed there, so he had two ways to deal with the Juno. The Juno tried her best to do everything in her power to keep Pink Royd in the match, but True Whale prevailed with the double damage. Now in game number two, it was when we saw Pink Royd swapping a little bit, you know, and the Pink surprised all of us, right, Stoic?
Yeah, I saw this match and I was like, I think Pink Royd has what it takes. We have a still mounted Masha. It's perfect. You know, built on violent. We knew the Pink was going to produce. We didn't even get dismounted there at that time. Provoke's coming out, which is going to direct that damage elsewhere, giving Masha another shot. I mean, but
yeah, the proc out of the death break.
Really nice proc.
It was very,
I
very
need to
good.
drop
It
my
was
despair
so
kinky.
close.
That's not working out anymore. I had to go violent.
And it was so close there too. You know, that skill 2 granting him the endure was actually like that. That was the game changer. That was the game winner. Oh, and look at Pink Royd.
He's like thinking about that proc, reanalyzing, and then on game number 3, we saw the better Jackson, you may call her. Because does Jackson heal? Does Jackson put shields on their team? I don't know, you know, and prove to be a very strong unit and take the win right here.
Yeah. There's the last one. This is the last game that we saw today.
Everything could have changed if that reset from the segment hit that junk bomb.
Yep, you're right. You are very, very right. I mean, that segment just throwing it right out the window. We say it all the time. Sets the tone, and if segment's not having it, neither are you.
Exactly. Yeah, Segment's one of those monsters that really dictates the flow of the game for you. You know, she's not as reliable as Ganny, but she comes with a few extra benefits, right? She's got that incredible base speed. She has that skill 2 that provides lasting results through the game, and of course she can steal buffs too. She can steal the buffs too. But like, you know, if you miss it, boy do you feel it. And oftentimes it's going to dictate whether or not you win or lose that game.
Yeah, it's a high impact, high risk monster. And this is it. At this type of level, little things like that matter, right? Both of these players did amazing, and we saw True Whale come out on top.
Yeah, you know what else I'm seeing? Another code at the bottom of the screen. So make sure you redeem that one. Again, if you're on Android, you can just type that coupon code in on your device under the events page. But if you're on iOS, like some of us here at the table, then all you got to do is interact with the link that's being posted in chat by our lovely mods. So thank you again to the mods for looking after the chat and looking after posting up the codes. And thank you to Stoic, because he always does such a good job of sharing those links with us.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm not able to do that right now, but I will. I will be sharing those
It's
links
always
later.
the first thing you do after. We love you.
Stoic always looks after us. It's awesome. It's so great. Guys, we still have the greatest game of the whole night up ahead of us today, Lest versus True Whale. And what a game it's going to be.
And we have another thing, Evan. The 300K viewership goal. You better share that link.
Share the
Watch
link.
it. Get your grandma, your dog on a tablet, something. I need that Devilmon.
Yes, and as much as I'd like them to stay and watch the whole thing, they don't even have to. It's an accumulated viewership reward, so they don't even have to be there concurrent the whole time.
It's a little bit late for grandmas, you know,
It
at this
is.
time, but it's okay. Just wake them up a little bit.
Exactly. Yeah, just wake them up, send them the link, get us the Devilmon. Everybody, we'll see you right back here for the grand finals shortly. See you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Wah, gila, Pickle kalah. Duh, True Whale sama Les menurut saya kayaknya menang True Whale sih.
Congratulations to the top 2 players for the grand final ขอเสียงปรบมือให้กับเลสและ True Whale ด้วยครับ โอ้โห เซมิไฟนอลนี่คือดุเดือดมาก เกมพลิกผันตลอดเวลานะครับ เล่นเอาบีบหัวใจจริงๆ แต่เชื่อนะครับว่าสำหรับในรอบสุดท้ายวันนี้นะครับแกรนด์ไฟนอลจะดุเดือดเข้มข้นกว่านี้นะครับแล้วก็อย่างที่สัญการไว้นะครับว่าถ้าคุณอยู่กับเราจนจบงาน แน่นอนว่ามีโอกาสในการได้รับของรางวัลกลับบ้านไปอย่างแน่นอนนะครับแต่ว่าตอนนี้เดี๋ยวจะเรียนเชิญทุกคนนะครับในการรับชมแมตช์ไฮไลท์นะครับในรอบของเซมิไฟแนลแล้วกลับมาในช่วงหน้าในรอบของการชิงชนะเลิศระหว่างเลสและทรูเวลใครจะครองถ้วยนี้ไปนะครับตอนนี้เชิญรับชมได้เลยครับ
Wah, istirahatnya berapa menit nih? Kalau misalkan lama kita apex aja deh. Oh, istirahatnya 15 menit, guys. Ya udah deh, kayaknya kita off dulu deh nobarnya. Jawaban gue udah kalah. Cuma gue punya feeling nih Truwell nih menang nih lawan si Les ini. Truwell bakal menang. Oke ya, thank you semuanya udah nonton. Apakah nanti kita bakal live Apex nih abis ini? Apex nggak ya kita abis ini? Yuk, apakah kita lanjut live Apex atau kita off dulu aja deh? Udah 4:30 ya.
Profound
That's how that works.
Yeah, I mean, not back then, bro. You can just get hella KP and die top 5 and get fucking plus 300. So.
Oke deh, kita off dulu aja ya. Thank you semuanya yang udah nonton.
They changed the KP system.
2023 badge.
Yang udah nonton nonton, thank you yang udah ikut komen.
About to be 24.
Oke, thank you yang udah ngajak ngobrol juga, thank you yang udah mampir. Pokoknya selamat sore semuanya, selamat apa ya, beraktivitas malam minggu lah pokoknya.
Was Zion in a bad mood today?